Okay, guys. How dare you? It's good to see you all again. How's it going? Everyone's screaming the One Piece is real! Okay. Let's get things started. Give me a sec. Yo, Radin, you just sound like you woke up. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. I don't know. I'm ignoring darkness over Megamine. Okay. Can we get much higher? Okay, I'm gonna get started now. Okay, how's it all going? There we go. Still waiting for Notaku to join. Shadow, are you there?
I am here, yes.
Say hello to everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Oh yeah, just whenever.
Welcome back to this week's episode.
This week's episode of stuff.
Whatever this is.
Yo, Shadow, the chat himself. Yeah, the chat himself. Not Notaku, he still hasn't showed up yet. I want y'all's opinion, which one's better? Mirai Nikki or Chunibyo? What do you think, Shadow? Have you seen both?
Definitely Genebio.
Yeah, okay.
But I really like Genebio characters though.
That's understandable. Honestly, I probably prefer Chunibyo as well, but I haven't watched Mirai Nikki properly. I just kind of know some of the stuff that happens. So I don't know. Oh! Look who showed up. Hello, Notaku. Notaku? Okay then. And then again, I'm not like the biggest fan of Yandere, so that could be why. If I was, then I'd probably choose Mirai Nikki, but like, I don't know, from all of the stuff, it doesn't seem to be the best written either. I would personally choose Mirai Nikki because it put me into a serious depression until I found it over, which made me happy again. Yeah, okay. Would you go on a date with the ramen guy from Naruto? Oh, that guy. I forgot about him. He's cool. He's a great character. How's it going, guys? Notaku, Shadow. Notaku, you there?
You called?
He joined, but like, does he not hear us?
It sounds like he's trying to figure out his microphone.
Ah, okay. Regardless, yeah. So basically what happened was that, I went into the, I basically asked people, hey, please, try to keep these hot takes original this time and open this discussion instead of just this anime mid / overrated for the 5 billionth time. And if you're submitting something along the lines of Bochi is mid or Chainsaw Man mid or Your Name is overrated, then we've already seen it. Please put some thought into it. Thank you. And then we proceed to get like 18 submissions and that's it. So it's like,
hello, Laura.
Hello, Laura. It's great to see you again. And then it's just like, oh, we can't submit those things. Well, we guess we ran out of ideas then, which is kind of sad. But okay. Last question: which one is better in your opinion, Toradora or Your Lie in April? I haven't seen Your Lie in April yet, but I'd probably still like Toradora more, just based on the vibes I get from it. Brandon, why did I get 2 ads before the stream started? Oh, God. I probably need to turn that off. YouTube's like with the ads and stuff. Maybe that's why. Wait a second. Maybe the ads are stopping people from joining a little bit. That would suck. Thanks for reminding me, Laura. I think I'll just turn it off now. There we go. Okay, still waiting for Notaku to be with us. Notaku, you there? Brendan's webcam view while on a hot take stream with pals is honestly the best of both worlds. Lol. Quirky Cosmo, Avatar be damned. I mean, yeah, I've gotten ads on vids, but never the stream. Yeah, Notaku's dead. Okay, you know what? We'll just get started then. We're just gonna have to go ahead with the stream. Notaku, you can join. If you can hear me, then you can just join whenever you want, okay? Just join in with the discussion. Hold a funeral for him, just R.I.P. Notaku. Brendan looks like Kazuma's long lost brother. Okay. First one, let's get this started. Bochi the mid. I'm just going to go past that because that just kind of ignored it. No, I saw that submission and I went, oh, people are just gonna submit those types of takes again, so I just added it in. After that, I'm just gonna ignore that second one since that's a whole can of worms that I'd rather not be associated with talking about. Can we get an F in chat for our boy Notaku? I feel kind of dumb, but how do I get to that Google form? It's the first link in the description. You guys just look in the description, and the first link that's there, you can submit stuff there. You don't have to Hello!
Oh.
He's here! Notaku's here.
Hello?
Hello!
Can you hear me?
Yes, we do hear you.
Does it not sound shit?
It sounds great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Darkness says...
Discord had to get a stupid update.
Oh, yes. Those are always lovely. But yeah,
it's always updating, huh?
yeah, it tends to do that a lot. It's like I've never had to need to update or anything. But regardless, everyone, if you want to submit something, then go ahead and do it. It doesn't have to be a hot take. If you just want it to be a general talking point or something you want to ask us about and you want us to talk about it, that's fine too. So long as it's like, you know, interesting and has some kind of discussion. Okay. Man, can you link it for the ability to submit a hot take on the YouTube post? Oh yeah, I didn't do a YouTube post this time. It's kind of unreliable. Okay. Shadow's here, yay! For the playlist of the background music, someone remind me, I'll have to post that in the comments down below when I'm done with the stream. Okay. Let's get started then.
Darkness, answer your damn DMs.
What's he doing now? He says I'm only here for
He's
Notaku, and
ignoring
he ain't even here. And when and then he immediately arrives after.
There you go.
Okay.
Good.
You guys ready?
Hold on. No.
Hold on. Okay.
No, we are not. Keep doing your Brandon thing.
Doing your Brandon thing. Okay.
Trust me, it'll be worth it. This is
Doing
important.
your Brandon thing.
Talk to Shadow. Have you let Shadow talk yet?
Yeah, he can say whatever he wants. Say hi, Shadow.
Say something. How's your week been, Shadow?
I don't want
have
to
you
put him
been
on the
up to?
spot either, but if he wants to say something, he can.
Well, I am.
I am. That's mean.
Someone's got to be the mean one. I'm good, or you're bad. You're good cop. I'm bad cop.
What does that make me? Your plaything?
You're the
You're the
prisoner.
one who keeps us from murdering each other.
Ah.
Oh, Brandon's got his camera today. How fancy.
Oh yes, how fancy. Indeed. Are we gonna go on to the hot takes now, or are we waiting for you, Notaku?
No.
No.
We are waiting for something very, very important.
What do you mean important? This better be actually
You
like.
you will understand.
This
It
better
will
not
be.
just be more hentai from you or something like this.
No, it is much better. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go.
Is this something you're gonna send me in Discord and then I'm gonna look at it and go, oh no, I can't show that to the stream?
No. You will most certainly be able to show it.
I feel like wait,
It
Laura
will be- It is 110% not safe or safe for work.
you were about to say not safe for work.
It's just force of habit. Okay?
It's 100%
Force of
safe
habit.
for work. Okay, I'll believe you for now.
Force of habit.
Laura says, I feel like I can't submit a take unless it relates to the few shows Brandon's watched or it's an ecchi, which I thankfully know nothing about. Okay, well,
Point there.
okay, you can... How do I get around this? If you want to, you can still submit it, and like, it's possible that Shadow and Otaku knows about it, and they could just explain it to me, and we could talk about it like that.
That is not impossible.
We've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, just like, it doesn't even need to be
Brandon.
a take regarding a specific anime. It could just be a more broader thing or a general thing. Yeah, Notaku, what is it?
You have it set up so if I were to share something in the VC, you will able to show it, right?
I could if I went into Discord and then like decided to show it in the window and show it to everyone. I could.
All right. Good to know.
Good to know. What exactly are you planning? Okay, but while we're still waiting for that, because apparently we're still waiting for that before we can move on to the actual hot takes, Jim Flint says, anime needs to start lighting up scenes that take place in the dark. I'm tired of not seeing anything if I'm watching a scene during the day. Use the Scooby-Doo style of making the characters not see. Can you ask Notaku if he's aware he sounds like Bad Boy Halo? I still love how they haven't forgotten that from last time. Notaku, what is your opinion on that? Bad Boy Halo, Notaku.
We are nothing alike. What is wrong with you?
I don't even watch Bad Boy Halo. I don't watch Minecraft YouTubers and stuff like that. I just heard of him and it's like, yeah, that's funny. Notaku sounds like a Minecraft streamer. Okay, Notaku, who is best girl in the Helpful Fox Senko-san? Is there anyone else?
But I don't want to use one. God damn it! Why isn't it?
I think he just didn't hear me at all.
No, I did. It depends on best girl. Obviously, Senko's great, but I don't want to do anything to Senko. She's too sweet.
Yeah,
However,
but that doesn't mean necessarily saying best girl. That doesn't necessarily mean.
There's another nine-tailed fox that she's like. I don't know exactly what she is, but she's like Senko's boss basically, and she's hot as hell. So I'd say her.
Okay. Okay, but like in
in
regards to how like good they are, how much you actually like them, not just like it doesn't need to be from like a sexual point of view. It's just like a general liking towards them. Who would you pick between the two?
Between who? The two characters?
The two characters that you mentioned, yeah. Like not in a non-sexual way.
I guess it would be Senko then, because we just don't see much of the other one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
her.
She has more screen time. You can get time to like her more and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, dude, he sounds so much like Bad Boy Halo. It's kind of scary. It's still going on about that. Okay. Wait. In regards to Jim Flint's comment, they need to start lighting up scenes. I never really had a problem with that when it comes to anime. Honestly, I feel like that's a bigger problem
sorry
in
to interrupt,
movies.
Brandon, but
Yeah?
it's time. It's time,
It's
Brandon.
time. Okay, time for
Finally
what?
time.
Yes, darkness. I will. Oops.
God, are you gonna send it to me? I'm gonna check it first
Yes.
before I show it to the stream. So it better be something, you know, not terrible.
Will his?
Are you gonna send it?
Copyright be
Everyone's
okay?
waiting, Notaku. Everyone's waiting.
All right, come on in, darkness.
Come on in, darkness. What do you mean?
This is a revolt. We are taking over.
A revolt?
Huh?
Excuse
Brandon.
me?
Yeah.
Hey, darkness.
It's-
What's
it's
going on?
darkness.
Yeah, he
Oh,
joined.
The legend.
Me and Notaku have something to show you.
Okay.
First, we need you to watch this,
We need you to watch this.
and then Darkness has a little present for you.
Oh
yes,
God, what is this relating to, guys?
You just need some context first, is all.
Is this
Yeah.
related to all the amount of times that I've insulted Rem somehow?
Yes,
Does this
actually
have-
it is.
Oh, wow. I actually
I
guessed
just
correctly.
sent you a link to a video. You need to bring that up and watch it
Okay.
because it is important context.
Some important context. Okay.
The most important of context.
Okay.
And if copyright becomes a butt, we could just watch a little bit of it.
I wouldn't know that until the stream's over. So, like,
It's not like
if
he's
we
gonna get paid for this anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, basically.
It's not like he's
It's not like it's gonna matter. Okay, I'm just gonna watch it then.
Because if you do, I'll
Right,
give
let's
you
go.
all that I have for the.
Okay, English dub, ReZero Rem's confession to Subaru. Okay, let me turn off the music.
Because if you do, I'll give you all that I have for the rest of my life. I'm begging you. Let's
Fuzzy
run away
sounds.
from here.
Yeah, I'm not the only one hearing the fuzz.
Wait, yeah,
Yeah.
where's that coming from?
No, Taku's fuzzing out.
Ah, okay, it wasn't me. I thought it was me. Okay. You guys ready? Okay. He's gonna make you do one push-up every time you... Okay.
Yep.
And...
That's great. All right, open
Is
Discord.
it over?
Yeah, it is over. And, I don't know
Go
what you're...
check interesting videos.
Go check interesting videos. I don't know where you guys are going with this, but okay.
You will. You'll get it.
Okay. I see. Is that a TikTok?
Open. We
I'm
all
s-
can't see it. We all can't see it on your stream.
You can now.
All right, play it.
Quickly spam it so it goes away.
Play,
Just
play.
know that nothing this lady says is gonna change my mind.
Play it. Just play it.
Brandon, oh my gosh. Firstly, thank you
Hold up! Hold up! What the hell did you do? She just said Brandon.
Play it.
What the hell did you do?
Play it.
Brandon.
Just play it.
Oh my gosh. Firstly, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support. I mean, you're saying Rem is mid. Dude, have you seen ReZero? Have you seen Rem? Rem is obviously best girl. Right, Kaylee? What?
No way!
Brandon, mwah, thank you. I'm sure you're supporting other waifus. You must, because I just refuse to believe that you could ever believe this. And also, by the way, we are all still, I can talk. We are all still waiting for NECA Brandon. Whatever
No!
that is, we're waiting for it. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.
What the hell did you do? What the hell did you do?
I did what I must.
What do you mean you did what you must? What was that? Who is that?
This really is the
Read
greatest
the name.
fan ever.
Read the name.
Brianna Knickerbocker. Wait a second. Wait a second. American voice
I'm in
actress.
darkness, W.
She's the voice for Ram.
Yep.
She's the voice for Ram. You literally got Ram herself to tell me.
Idiot you are!
You no, bro, no way, no freaking way. How did you do that? How?
I have my ways.
What do you mean? I have my ways. How much did you pay her?
This over Megamine.
Do you
He'll
not
make
know
your
what a
life hell.
cameo is?
He will destroy you.
I will.
You know, I can't even get mad at this. I just got respect. How the hell did you get contact with her?
He's a
to say
genius.
all that?
He's an evil mastermind.
Holy
I've been-
Evil
freaking
villain.
hell.
I've been holding on this for like a few weeks.
You were waiting for the perfect opportunity to show this
Yeah,
to me?
if you notice in the last few weeks, you've been a lot of Ram smack talk. It's almost like it was arranged.
Every time he says it, or every time you say that darkness message me, he's gonna pay.
He's gonna pay.
This Friday.
No
You
way.
won't know pain.
Okay, I'm sorry, Brianna Knickerbocker, if you happen to be watching this, but unfortunately, Rem is still mid. I love you
cannot
doing a
say
voice
that.
actor.
After watching
You
that scene,
you
you
did a great
cannot
job
say
voice
that.
acting her.
Oh.
Yeah,
Fucking cares, Brandon.
I gotta say,
cares.
but I gotta say, Rem as a character, as a wife, like as a character, she's fine. She's great, a great character. But as a waifu, just yeah, she's overrated. She is still mid. I'm sorry. I still gotta say it.
Oh God.
You guys can,
God.
you guys can. You still haven't changed my mind, but I gotta respect the grind, man. I gotta respect you going out of the way to. I love how she even said like, Neko Brandon, whatever that is. Okay. Oh, Brandon Rem for life. We should overthrow Brandon, make a council of admins to restore peace to the universe. No, I'm still not backing down. I'm
You win
still.
this round, Brandon.
Yeah, he didn't think that through.
What?
Stream
didn't
this,
think
this
it
entire rant.
What?
If anything,
you
you
out
just
of the book
censored
channel.
yourself.
What do you mean? I just
God
censored
damn it.
myself. What are you talking about now? In
I
regards to
kicked you out of the channel, and then I did a speech saying I'm taking over because Brandon is stupid. But then I remembered that
nobody's
you
gonna
have
be
to
able to
take
hear
down-
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
duh.
not smart.
He's got the spirit.
This
Well,
is why
it's-
I'm not the mastermind here. Darkness is
Well,
nice.
regard-
evil henchman.
I'm not even sure if you guys heard what I said. Wait, did you just kick me out right after I said Rem is still mid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Well, what matters is that chat still heard what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna... Dude, is Darkness a millionaire? First a kilowatt Funko Pop, now this. Way too much expendable income and way too many connections. Exactly, Darkness. What exactly is going on?
I'm not a
How do you know?
millionaire.
How do you know so many people? Did you just meet them at a con or something?
Well, Cameo, you just pay them and they'll make whatever you tell them to make. And yes, I go to a lot of cons.
Okay.
Just admit you've been outdone, Brandon. Admit Rem is good.
I'm not
Rem
gonna.
is
I will admit that I've been beat here, but I will not admit that Rem isn't mid because she still is. I'm
Did you not watch that scene,
I
Brandon?
did.
What is wrong with you?
I
Oh,
watched it
God.
fully through, and what you seem to forget is that that was an entire scenario that she imagined, but she was the one who was turning down Subaru. It wasn't the other way around. Did you guys miss that?
What does that have to do with anything?
It's the
Yeah.
fact. It's just like, just saying.
Brandon, you need help.
You need help.
Yeah. It actually
She's
ain't
still
that
mid.
cheap for Brandon Hughes.
Besides, how does that clip
is an
prove
intervention.
anything? You just showed me a
Wait
clip from the
second,
show.
I just realized something.
What?
I just realized something. We never asked Shadow his opinion on Rem.
Oh yeah, Shadow. What
Oh,
what
no,
is
no,
your?
no.
He's like, oh no, don't get me involved. See, Brandon, that's what you get.
Here.
Wait. See, Brandon, that's what you get for hiring paid artists on Fiverr when you have your own skills along. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking about for the video? Okay, for your information, I'm still not up at the level of drawing where I could do that yet. And also, there's the fact that I still paid them to do it, and they were perfectly happy to do it. In fact, I'm quite sure people would be more happy to work on something for me and like be able to show them off instead of doing it all myself, which doesn't make as much sense.
Whoa. What the fuck, Nora? Goro?
Wait a second. Oh, Rem is kind of mid waifu wise, but in character development, she is awesome. Yeah, I can agree with that. That's basically what I'm saying. Her character development is really good, but she's mid waifu wise. So, you know.
Can I ban Brandon? Is that a thing I can do?
Ban
Yeah,
Brandon.
I mean, you're just gonna have to replace, like, you're just gonna have to totally overthrow me. But unfortunately, if you did, chat will still only be able to listen to me, and you guys will just be talking to yourselves. So, you know. I am the one in control here. I don't like you. And that's
whatever,
exactly
I'll
why you like me. Just admit it, Notaku.
I need to start working on my new meme.
Okay, exactly. Rem turned out Subaru, that's why. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. Tiger is still better, you all agree, right? Okay,
Alright,
Darman
so
from
now, what is Shadow's opinion? Brandon was trying to... Shadow thought he got out of it because Brandon was rambling. I don't...
You don't
I am
forget.
Brandon forgets.
Guys,
like,
guys, let's pool money to get the voice act.
Kind of a gold.
No, guys, let's pool money to get the voice actress to say Rem is mid. Do you have any idea how legendary that would be to get the voice actress herself to say, you know, she's a great character and all, but as a waifu, Rem is mid. That'd be the most epic thing ever. The most hilariously thing ever.
I will
Yeah,
pay
but if
double to her.
it worked, it'd be the most. Yeah, but we just gotta pay double of whatever Darkness is offering.
Then I'll pay double of that.
But yeah, we have the power of the collective by our side. If I get enough people, you know, not just you're just one person.
Have you met most of your fans?
Yeah. Look at this, guys. I did a poll and I asked, "Is Rem mid?" And you just gotta see how many people there are who voted. You know, just like there are a lot of people. So let's see. Where is it? Let me go into the community tab. You know, just.
And while he does that, what's your opinion on Rem Shadow?
It's okay, Shadow. Be honest.
Great. I think Rem is great. She is
Boo.
just
Zing!
not waifu material.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, wait a second,
Let's
what?
go.
I used to praise Shadow.
Based Shadow, thank you.
You want to say that again, Shadow? What did you say?
I didn't say she was mid.
What did you say?
She's great.
As a
That's what I said,
character,
she's great.
as a character, but not as a
She's just not
waifu.
echidna.
Oh god.
Okay. Let's see. What is this? Is Rem mid? Yes or yes? And we've got over 3,000 votes.
That's right.
Look at that.
How
You
that
know,
works?
what do you mean
Brandon.
it's not how it works? We still got that many people to support it. Money for Rem is mid fund. Let's go! 20 bucks. Let's go. See how we can keep it going, guys. Thank you, the Sleeping Toast. Absolutely based. Let's focus on the positive. Yeah, the positive.
Scroll a little up. I want to see something.
The positive is that we got $20 towards the Rem is mid fund already. That's like a huge
Scroll up.
W in my
Just-
book.
Just
Okay.
scroll up. I need a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Little bit more. I remember that day where was. Hey, go down.
Huh?
Down. There's
What?
a delay. Go back to the Darkness versus Making Me.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's go. Wait. DK. Remit. Every bit counts. 50 bucks. Let's go. Oh, wait a second. Is that? No. That's, how much is DDK? Well, whatever. It's still money.
He was so happy for a second.
I'm still owed my cat ears.
You're not gonna get it, man.
You lost that one, fair and
Well, yeah,
square.
it's
Even
$10,
the voice
but it's
actor
still
of
very
Rem
much
said, "Do the cat
appreciated.
ears, Brandon."
She said, Neko
told
Brandon,
you to do
whatever that is. So she still
She said
doesn't
do it.
clearly doesn't get it, but like, you know, just,
But she still wants it.
He still wants it. There.
how do you know she wants it? She
Literal-
was paid.
Brandon,
She
a
was
literal-
paid
a
to say it.
literal- A literal waifu told you to do it, Brandon. You
She's the
can't
voice
freaking say
actor
no.
for the waifu, and I don't consider Rem a
means-
waifu, so it doesn't matter.
It's because you're an idiot.
It's because I'm right. It's because
you're
I'm
not.
right.
You're broken.
Never right.
You're broken, Brandon.
Rem is
There's
the most
something- there's
overrated
something mentally
waifu,
wrong
and I
with
don't
you.
care
You're
what you
broken.
say.
Oh,
You are
God.
just no.
The monetization would the monetization would help get the $100 and more back all by itself if Rem is mid went viral. Let's get Rem is mid viral, guys. Let's see how much publicity we can get for it. We've got to make a revolution. We gotta stand for it. We got it. And honestly, I don't think Rem is bad. I don't think Rem is terrible or anything. I just think it's
Not what
funny.
you said.
I just think it's extremely funny to get you to see how angry you guys get every time I insult her. So I keep doing it. So if anyone else wants to join in, who also personally thinks that Rem is kind of overrated and just wants to see these guys get mad, you know, keep it coming.
I do
I'm gonna
not
have to
like
kick
you.
the
Donate
ass
to
of
the
every one of your
cause.
fans.
Donate to the cause.
I do not like you.
I'm gonna have to fight every one of Brandon's fans.
And
I
yet
know
for
it.
some reason you stick around.
Oh no.
I don't like.
Remember when this was a hot take stream? Nah, this is completely derailed itself. The second that you guys sent me this video, this is derailed.
Your stream was never gonna
Did
be
you
on rail
not
anyways.
watch the fucking scene, Brandon?
I watched the
How
scene.
did that not move you?
It
How
did-
did that not move you?
I thought it was fine. You know, the better part.
You thought it
The
was
better
fine.
you cut out the best
watching,
part.
like,
You cut out the better
episodes
part, which
before
was
that?
late. You cut out the better part, which was later, which was when
Yeah,
Subaru.
the step 0.
It was when like it was the scene that really moved you to tears and stuff. But it's not because of Rem. It's because of how emotional it was in general, and because of Subaru's character and stuff.
Because
Rem
of
was nice as
Definitely
well.
because of Rem.
Rem was nice as okay. It was
you
also
on?
partly
What the
because
fuck?
of Rem, but it
It's
was
all
more.
because of
It
Rem.
was more because of how it supported Subaru. So and Subaru's character development.
Rem
So
did the fucking supporting. Subaru didn't do it. What the fuck are you on about?
yes, but it was because of
Amelia
Subaru's
didn't do that
character.
shit for him.
It's because
Rem
Subaru.
did.
It's because
Rem
of
did it, not
It's
Amelia.
because Subaru's character was
Rem.
well written that scene worked. If it wasn't because of Rem, okay, it wasn't just because of Rem. She played a part in it.
Rem.
She played a part in it.
Uh, That whole scene was about Rem.
This whole scene was
was
about
literally
Subaru's
her.
character development.
No.
The
No,
scene
you
was
fucking
about
said it at the
Subaru's
time.
character development. That's what it was
All
about.
about Rem.
It was about
What does
Subaru's
that
character
do?
development and
Oh.
Rem supporting him and pushing him towards that character development. It was still about
All of those are
Subaru.
fighting words. Those are fighting words.
Rem is more
Brandon.
mid than Aquafund. Let's go. Bro, no talk. He's getting so angry. He's lagging. If you go by who has the most emotional scene, then it goes to Beatrice. Oh yeah, that scene was also amazing. Exactly. Now that
Season
scene,
2 doesn't count because
Season
Black
2
Rem-
doesn't
Not
count.
more emotional than Rem scene.
I'd say they're
You know,
pretty
scene was
equal.
quite-
I'd say they're pretty equal.
Yeah, agree. So that's the only reason.
In regards to how emotional both of them were, I'd say both
I
of
can
them were
respect that.
both equally as emotional. Like, come on, Notaku, just put your waifus aside for a minute and look at the scenes themselves.
You realize what you're asking there.
Yeah, Notaku being
Yeah, true.
unbiased.
But Notaku putting aside his waifus for a second, I don't think that's physically possible. Yeah, see, even Laura agrees. Rem is super overrated and most definitely mid to lower mid.
She's just saying that. She doesn't give a shit. She just wants to piss
Exactly,
me off.
because she
Well,
thinks it's mid, and she doesn't say it's bad.
No, she
she
does
just
not.
thinks that she's overrated, which I
She's
agree
not
with.
overrated.
Oh,
Oh God.
you know who's overrated? You, Brandon. You're overrated.
Who
Yeah,
says
how
that I'm overrated?
64,000 people subscribe to you? I have no idea.
You are overrated.
I mean, considering how many views the video is getting, I'd say that 64,000 subscribers, you know, is still pretty like
Overrated.
isn't that unreasonable? Who exactly? Besides, who exactly is coming here to hype me up anyways? Nobody really hypes me up. I just get a lot of views.
Because you're overrated. They don't
Yeah.
know you. They don't know
Guarantee if
how
they spent
stupid
1
you are.
second in the Discord, they'd realize how
Yeah.
trash you are.
Yeah, and yet for some reason people stay. It's clearly to bully me. It's clearly a
It's
community effort
built
to
around
continue.
bullying you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the Discord server is now.
You've created a community to bully yourself.
It's
He's a
more like I
masochist.
created a.
Hmm.
It's more like I created a community, and they all turned against me and started bullying me. So,
I
you
wonder
know,
who started
you gotta.
that.
No wonder who. Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, Rem spent a whole season being a device to develop Subaru's character. Then once she was done, she went night night for an entire season.
And it was the goddamn tragedy.
She
It
was
was the
just
worst
like, oh
season
yeah,
ever.
I'm here to help develop Subaru's character, and when that's over, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Good night. You're not
Usually
needed. The offer just went, you're not needed anymore, Rem. Goodbye. Scooch
You
out.
feel nothing.
Usually I am excited about
Of
season
course I
2's.
was sad.
It was the
because
worst
it was a
season 2
sad
ever.
moment, and I was supposed to feel sad. But as a waifu, I couldn't care less. You
A
know.
sad moment that was severely undercut by subtitles.
Huh? Subtitles? What
I
is a
want to
subtitle?
stab Brandon.
Nah, bro is underrated. His takes are the best. He deserves a million. Let's go, guys.
Who's hyping you
Who
up?
said that? I'm gonna ban them. Whoever they-
If I can
said
get
it?
banned for saying cat is mid, that guy can get banned for that.
Rem is overrated specifically because guys like you get so mad when you state the truth. Exactly, Laura. Amen to that. Okay.
Oh, screw you guys.
He's mediocre at
I
best.
hate all of you.
I put my skin on the line for Rem. I don't give a fuck what any of you say.
I still gotta respect that. I mean, come on. The only.
I need help.
You are the ones who need help. Who needs?
No.
You know
Three
who
against one
who
here.
the people who like Rem are like? They're the ones who just want a girl who will do everything they ask and is like basically just like a slave.
You say that one more goddamn time, Brandon.
She basically is a slave. That's what she is. I mean,
and hunt you.
basically, like I don't know about you guys, but I want
And
a.
I will destroy you and all that.
I don't
you
know
love.
about you guys, but I like girls who are, you know, actually have a mind of their own and like actually have their own goals in life and are strong and independent, you know. But
Oh, also
nah,
don't
you
forget
just.
we're under 18.
But you know, you just have.
You aren't you?
You're really gonna talk
I'm
about
looking
that
at you,
when
Brandon.
Rem herself is also under 18? You know, just saying.
I'm
But
looking
like.
at you, Brandon.
Kind of hypocritical. But regardless, I prefer girls who actually have a mind of their own and like, you know, do what they want to do, not just constantly simping over one guy throughout the entire show. Actually no, she did it. She doesn't simp over a Subaru throughout the entire show. She was actually more interesting before she fell in love with Subaru because there she was actually relatively mysterious and like, oh,
I'll give you
what's
that.
going on in
I'll give you
regards to
that.
her. But after that, she just went total simp mode, and there was nothing after that. Like her character, she had her character development, and then she just turned into a total simp for the rest of the show, and she never got better. I gotta stand by that. You know. She does have a mind of her own.
Brandon, what is
Her
your
mind of
address?
her own is basically just simp for
Can I
Subaru.
dox Brandon?
That's it. That's
You
it.
know what? Has he told me where he lives?
I just don't like simps. I don't
Yeah.
want to see characters just be like my entire personality is I simp for this character, and that's all I'm gonna do for most of my screen time. Just that's why
I'm just
Cinderella's are
excited.
better. You're just
I'm
excited to beat me up.
see. No, I want to kind of see Notaku beat you up. That would be funny.
That would be pretty funny. Just like me,
See,
just like
Me beating you up is just considered like a bully.
that's
but this
just a
would be-
one-sided massacre. But Notaku attempting
This
to
could-
beat me up, you know.
Yeah, that could be a fight to actually watch.
Yeah, but like the thing is, has Notaku been trained by you?
He's in California. I could drive over there and train him.
I mean, I'm just
Semi
saying,
long,
Notaku doesn't
long
exactly
lunch.
have any training right now, so it's not like, you know,
Not like you do either.
yeah, but I actually do push-ups and he actually does that.
Push-ups.
No,
Wow.
I'm just saying, it's not just push-ups, but like, when it
Push-ups?
comes
Oh
to
my
darkness
God,
specifically, he's constantly making me do the push-ups. So like, what exactly are you trying to do here, Darkness? Like, if you wanted me to be the one who's getting beaten up here, you should be training Notaku to beat me up, not training
Why haven't you
me.
told me where you live? Why haven't you told me that, Brandon?
Why would I tell you where I live?
Yeah.
Because we're friends. Why wouldn't you tell me?
I told you I live in Australia. Well, are you gonna
No,
give?
more
What are you gonna?
specifically.
What are you gonna do? Give me your home address next?
He sent his phone number in the Discord. We know he's crazy.
Oh yeah,
did do
true. That was like just the epitome of stupidity, but like that was by accident.
It
That
was
was just
not-
him
it
not
was funny.
thinking. Yeah, but it was still
funny.
stupid. Like,
It was stupid.
Stupid is funny.
yeah,
was
but
not.
it
Stupid is
doesn't.
funny.
It doesn't redeem it just because it was funny. It was funny, but it's
That's
still
exactly what it
stupid.
does. It was funny.
These guys are more down bad than My Hero Academia fans.
Wow, that's,
One of
I
these
feel
days,
insulted.
the second I'm gonna make you trust me so much, Brandon, you're gonna eventually tell me where you live, and then I'm gonna show
You haven't
this
done a
clip,
good job
and then
at
I'm
that.
going to dox
I'm
where
just
you live.
saying, you haven't done a good job of making me
Wait,
trust you,
telling
you
him
know?
your
Like,
plan.
you know,
That's
you're
a-
still a good
How do you
friend, but like, when it comes to the trust factor, it's, you know, you haven't done a good job of convincing me exactly that.
Listen, he trusts you enough to tell you his plan.
I feel like Notaku
Yeah.
wants. Yeah, but I don't think he's doing that to gain my trust. I think he's just doing that because he's stupid and he wants to make threats.
Damn.
Because he just doesn't think through and he just wants to make me scared. And he's just like, oh, I probably should have kept that hidden from him, shouldn't I? Oh, well,
One of
whatever.
these days, you're gonna regret this, Brandon.
I feel like
Notaku's
what...
threat is just a joke. Just can't help but laugh.
Imagine... Imagine a relationship between
Your
Notaku and
word.
Rem. They would just keep simping each other. That's actually not as bad. I'd rather see a relationship where Notaku's chasing after Rem, but like she just has no interest in him. That'd be funnier. That'd be more interesting and painful. Sorry, Notaku.
Why would you want to watch that? That just sounds sad.
Isn't
Your
that
whole
what the
life's
entire
sad, Notaku.
Isn't that what the entire fan fiction that we got ChatGPT to write was?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was sad.
And it was funny. It was in revenge. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
Notaku turned down Rem. It was just
Oh
a
yeah,
tragedy.
that was even better. It's like, Rem wanted Notaku so desperately, but he's like, no, I'm gonna turn you down. I'm sorry, Rem. I just think you're mid. And Notaku's just like, no, I would never say that. The constant flame is the punishment for your sins. Notaku's the one who's getting bullied now. Okay, I'm sorry. I might be getting a bit mean now. Should I move on to the actual hot takes?
Because you're stupid. I hate you.
For Notaku.
Poor
You're gonna
Notaku.
regret this.
I'm so
You're
sorry,
gonna regret this,
Notaku.
Brandon. You will rue the day. You will rue the day.
What? Because she has...
You're gonna rue this day, Brandon.
Okay. I'm gonna look back on this day and smile. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go, I'm
You're gonna
so
look
glad
back
I
on
said
this
those
day
things.
And cry. You're going to cry.
There was
Oh my god, I was so stupid. Why did I have to be such an idiot? Oh no.
Oh my god, I was so based back then. I was so amazing. I can't believe it.
No one ever says that, Brandon. No one looks back on their life, and I was so based back then.
Yeah, okay,
one does
true.
that.
I always...
Nobody says that.
That's true. But
Yeah.
when it comes to specific instances, because like usually in the based instances, you just forget about them. So I'm probably just gonna forget about this day, and then I'm gonna randomly check back through my streams and go, "Dang, that was pretty based of me," you know. I mean, with the parts that you remember most are always the cringe parts. They're always the parts that you regret. But right now, I can only see I can only see myself smiling. I can only see myself smiling back at this.
Nope.
You won't
Sooner or later.
You won't be able to change my mind. I'm sorry.
Sooner or later, you'll see the greatness that is Rem, and then you'll have to delete the stream because you'll realize how fucking wrong you were.
I'm not wrong. I'm correct.
You are.
What was
absurdly
this
wrong.
stream supposed to be?
So
Rants and tangents? Yeah, that's what it's always been about.
But this time, darkness
This
is
is
here.
what
Hi.
it always was. At.
Wait, there's now a Rem is mid fun thread in the general chat.
Wait,
If
what?
that is
No.
true,
I'm dealing with it.
if that
Delete
is
it.
true, that'd be
Delete
the
it.
greatest thing ever. Holy shit, guys!
Just
It is
disappeared.
gone.
No,
Delete it. Delete it.
admin
It is
abuse.
gone. It is dead.
Official
It is
Rem is
dead.
mid fund. Thank you, Reven. You are the best. Absolutely best.
It is dead.
Bring it back!
Delete it.
It needs to be brought
No.
back! We will
No.
not be silenced!
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
I am the owner! You won't be able to silence me! You can bring it back as many times as I want to.
You act like we
You know
respect
how
you as an
to.
owner.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you respect me or not. I'm still the owner. I can do whatever I want.
You're like that kid we give this, police badge sticker to. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I can still do whatever I want. I created the Discord server. You won't be able to overthrow me. Literally 1984. It is... But since I'm at the
Always has
top,
been.
I don't care.
you fucker.
Since I'm the one who's in control, and since it benefits me, I'm not going to do anything to change that. More money for Rem is mid fun. Screw you, Notaku. Let's go. Sleeping
I
tight.
hate you. I hate all of you. You're all dumb.
Bring it back, and your father will come back. Orwell predicted this.
No. No.
Yes.
No.
Please let me see Darkness over Megumin in a Rem cosplay. Yeah, let's see how dedicated you are to the Rem cause, Darkness over Megumin. How far are you willing to go?
Where's Neko, Brandon, and we'll talk.
I'm not the one who wants it. I'm just the messenger right now, I personally don't care whether, but like, if that's what the viewers are asking for, so let's go, Notaku. Me versus you. Who can keep it up? If this keeps up, I don't think I can be a Rem supporter anymore. This is just too painful. Yes! Switch to the other side! Do it!
Who's changing sides?
Do it!
We will find them.
I'm the most stubborn man alive. Yeah, you certainly are, Notaku. But when it comes to Rem is mid, I will not budge. I will not budge. Let's go. How far are you willing to... Bro literally has Rem inked onto his entire upper arm. Good point, but... tattoos are cool. So... And like, you know... Cosplay is a bit different from that. Just saying. Hey, 20 bucks to spite Notaku isn't retarded because the money is going towards me. They're supporting me, okay?
Wait a minute.
And the REM fund. It's about the point. It's about sending a message.
I know how to.
It's not about the
stop
money.
you.
What do you mean you know how to stop me?
Kick him from the Discord, please. Tell me you can do that.
I don't think that's physically possible. You can't even.
We'll find a way.
You can't even I
No
can't
more
even
threats
time
for
out
you.
moderators and stuff or like admin because like they're already.
What?
You're just timing them all out. I'm okay.
Timing them all
I shall
out.
stop
Amazing.
the weak.
That'll take all.
Silence the
That'll be a
wrong.
lot of labor from you, Notaku. Just saying. But the more you try and resist, the angrier people are gonna get, and the more they're gonna want to spite you. I know this from experience. You know.
I will silence all of you.
Notaku,
You
you
are
coward!
always silenced.
Notaku, you timed me out. Chat started being worried that there wasn't enough hot takes to laughing like hyenas about Chad moves
I will
at the
take
last
all
second.
of you out.
This is the greatest. They will not silence us. Yeah, why can't I just remove
I
the
will
timeout?
silence all of you.
I could literally just remove the timeout from anyone you time out. Just saying. I need the rich people to donate more. Time me out and that's $10, Notaku. Are you willing to do it, Notaku? What do you want to do?
What
It's
am
a
I-
tough
what?
choice.
What?
If you time
What
him,
am I doing?
if you time him out, he's gonna donate $10 more to me.
What? I never timed him out to begin with.
I'm just saying, but if you do, then he's going to donate $10.
Rate limited, sucker.
That's a tough one.
Rate limited? What do you mean by that?
Hi, comment. He wanted to be involved too.
Notaku clearly doesn't know about the Streisand effect. The more he tries to remove it, the more message that REM is mid will spread. Yeah, guys, come on. Let's get this outside the Discord server. Let's get this to spread for all of YouTube.
Oh.
Let's see how much we can spite Notaku.
Poor
Reven, let's
comment.
go! They will not silence us!
I will
Let's
silence
go!
all of you!
Poor comment. She came in at the worst time.
Poor comment. Okay. Mom, I'm on TV. The takes have been
Stop
left out for too long.
unbanning Mudkip.
The takes have become lukewarm. Hello, stream. You won't be able to
When can
silence
I
us.
talk to your mom, Brandon?
Whenever you stop
You
talking
said
about
you were gonna
hentai.
do that. I haven't talked about it all stream.
That's actually a
Good
first.
point. This is a first, you know. Let's see how far we can go. I don't think one stream is enough
I
proof
didn't
for
say
me.
I was gonna keep it up all stream.
Exactly. Yeah, let's go, Cantina dude. Rem is mid. Let's go.
You guys
We
do
keep
realize he's
going.
not actually gonna spend this money on it. He's just gonna keep it.
Well, how exactly am I gonna
buy a
sp-
freaking sandwich? or
How
something.
exactly am I gonna spend this money on the Rem is mid fund anyways?
Exactly. See, you
It's
all
not
need
about
gold.
the. It's not about the money.
He's the real
It's
one
about
after all.
sending a message.
He's the
It's
evil
about
one.
sending
He's the
a
evil one.
message. Notaku.
Enlightening your
It's not about the
pockets,
money.
You greedy son of a bitch.
Look, think about it this way,
Rem is
Notaku.
mid is a scam.
I'm just thinking. Just
It
think
is.
about it. I'm just thinking about it.
We need
What are
to
you
add
talking
this to
about?
the
I
Brandon
never
Exposed
promised
video.
anything. They're just showing support.
Cancel
They're
Brandon.
donations. I never made any promises. They're just
Cancel is
donations
lying to
towards a
his
cause.
fans.
You know, towards an ideology. I'm saying something that the people believe in, and they want to support
He is
that.
spreading
They want to show that
propaganda.
by donating their
indoctrinating
money,
the youth.
and it is, and I appreciate it, and I will always
Please, someone
appreciate it.
cancel Brandon. He's taking advantage of the impressionable.
What are you talking about? I never promised that I would do anything with the money. It's about sending a
implied it.
message. What are you talking about imply? What exactly did I imply? What exactly did I imply that I was going to do with the money?
You
gonna
said,
use it.
and I quote,
Hmm?
We'll get the lady to say Rem is mid, make it blow up on YouTube to spite no
Oh yeah! You know, saving towards that would actually be worth it.
Damn it, Shadow. Why don't you keep your damn mouth shut?
I almost forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Shadow. That is a great cause to put the money towards. So I'm gonna promise that whatever money is donated towards me during this that is specifically for Rem is mid, I'm gonna put it towards a separate account specifically for that. I'm also gonna do research on how let's see if we can get it done. You know,
It literally is just called Cameo.
Cameo. Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
Someone, how about we stop giving Brandon the money? Let's give me the money and give me like a. Can I get like?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
but
you
you're
would
not
stream.
monetized, no
Give me
Taku.
an anime figure, please. That sounds nice.
Just saying, Notaku,
Let's
but
all
you
work
kind of need to
together.
be monetized for people to donate towards you. And you gotta, you know, actually stream and make more videos. I mean, I know I'm not one to talk and stuff, but like, just saying, you can't expect people to donate to you if you don't stream.
And not
It's
ban people
physically
in your chat.
impossible.
I mean, like, you also need,
Okay.
you also gotta rack up your watch hours so you can actually get monetized, so you can enable people to donate towards you. But you couldn't be bothered. It's like, this is what you're doing is like going, why aren't people donating to me? And there's no donate button. That's what you're doing. Like, it is like insanity. This is
Of course, I'm just trying to make myself the victim, Brandon. Come on. Jeez.
Victim mentality.
victim mentality. Be
He is
better,
California.
Notaku.
Yeah,
Be better.
It's in my blood.
Hey, don't steal my line.
Alright, I can't keep loving Rem as one of my favorite waifus anymore. It hurts. Sayonara, Rem. We did it, boys. We converted someone to the other side.
You converted Saber. You can have him.
Don't be mean.
Wow. You don't want to talk?
What do you mean you want to? Oh, yeah,
The
true.
reprogramming
But I am
people
mean
while on
towards a
stream.
just cause.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Really?
Rem is.
I thought you were the one who suffered 2 wrongs. Don't
You're
make a
no-
lie.
Notaku,
2 wrongs, don't make a lie.
No,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
but that's
wow.
towards serious issues like political issues. This is
Oh,
towards
So
something
when
that's
it's with
far
you
beyond
and
that.
you want to do it, it's okay.
Yeah,
But when
exactly.
Other people don't. It's not okay.
You finally
see
caught
how
on.
it is.
Exactly.
I see how it is.
Yeah,
You're a
exactly.
hypocrite. That's what you are. You're a lying, backstabbing hypocrite.
Yes, that sounds very good. Okay. Notaku, you say Rem is a waifu? Too cringe for donations. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen anyone donate towards Rem is not mid.
Oh, you're trying to get the. Where's that money go to? If money was
I got
donated towards it.
I'm not gonna say that.
Where's that money go to? Where's that money go to?
Advantage of all of us.
Go on, yeah, I have to choose the winning side. Exactly. It's just being smart. It's like I play both sides, so so I always come out on top.
But somehow you always lose with everything you do.
How so? Every time I do
It
a
is
poll,
true.
every time I do a poll, everyone keeps voting for me for some reason. So you know.
Darkness technically got the first vote.
Megumin still got more votes in the end, so I wouldn't
That
consider
wasn't the
that
bet.
a loss.
That
Yeah.
wasn't the bet.
Okay. Correction. I do lose your bets, but that's because your bets are rigged. But whenever it comes to the actual fair stuff, I still come out on top. So don't try and deny that.
Well, yeah.
My
why
bets
would
aren't
I-
rigged. They're just,
Your bets are 100% rigged.
they just give
That's
me the
how
home
they-
field advantage.
It's just by design. That's how it works. You see, we need to exercise them to purify the REM hentai out of them. It is corrupting the minds from the actual females who have good development and aren't, ooh, pretty girl with blue hair.
I actually
This
don't
is so
watch
funny.
any REM.
Oh my god.
Too pure for that.
I don't do it because it would make my tattoo feel icky.
Let's just open a subreddit and collect money so we can display Rem as mid on Times Square. On the 2nd of February 2024, Rem's next birthday. That'd be the funniest thing ever. It's Rem's birthday and just a giant sign, Rem is mid.
Saber came back.
Well, what was
Yeah,
that? What
fate
was that about
logic.
being happy about losing Saber, guys?
Through fate
Eh.
logic, he prevailed.
Eh. Now you don't care?
A pawn is a pawn, no matter what side he's on.
Oh, so now, yeah, okay, what was that about being a hypocrite? Okay, you know.
I didn't call
We're
it.
no different. Okay, true. Notaku is...
I don't like you, Brandon.
You liked Brandon, weirdo.
You like random...
I want a divorce.
Oh, now you're getting it. I've been demanding divorce since the very beginning. Now he finally is like, oh, I actually agree with Brandon on something for once.
Hey, look, the hot takes. Or so
Oh,
it
hey,
seems.
look, the hot takes. Aren't these just gonna be boring in comparison? I just want to
Hot takes
continue.
are overrated.
I'm just gonna continue. Part of me just wants to continue roasting Rem for the rest of this stream. Yeah,
Only
jeez.
part of you. Come on, Brandon. That's all you.
Yeah,
do.
but like also part of me is OCD and wants to actually complete everything that I set out to do. So you know that's why I'm kind of conflicted right now. Just like
Only right now, Brandon.
You
You're
said
always
you-
conflicted.
yeah, that's
you
correct.
said you do Neko, Brandon. Still haven't done it.
I said that because I was certain that it wouldn't happen, but like then people
Where's
actually
the OCD? So the OCD only benefits you when you want it to.
yeah, but I never intended to do Neko Brandon. I only did that because I was so sure that people were gonna vote no, but then people voted yes
Well,
for
they
some
didn't.
reason.
Yeah.
Because you're stupid. I thought we already established this.
That one wasn't even rigged.
That was yeah okay. Okay, but the no still wait a second. Which one did win? Oh shit.
That one was just a simple yes or no, and the yes won.
Yeah, but like it was a close call. It was a
Close call. It doesn't matter. A victory's a victory.
Shut up.
Don't matter if you win by a foot or a mile. I won.
You know this wouldn't be happening if it weren't for you.
I will
They're
not
just.
deny that fact.
Anyways, maybe we should move on to the actual takes now. Let's talking about Neko Brandon. Who wants that? Let's go on to the actual
think
anime
I'll
Oh,
hot take.
now you want to move on.
Yeah, I want to move on. Brendan, you did the poll. The poll spoke. Whatever. I never promised when I'd do it. I just said that I would do it
Even Laura's against you,
eventually.
Brandon.
I only promised that I'd do it eventually. I never specified a
longer you
time frame.
wait,
Hmm. The longer I wait.
the more intense they are going to ask.
Well,
I
publicity.
think we're already at a limit of
Publicity
pretty
is
intense.
publicity. You know, I can just keep riding that publicity wave. Still more views, regardless. I
Imagine
can.
how much
I can just-
publicity you could get with cat ears.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I were
Cat
to do
ears,
it,
Brandon.
let's say under the hypothetical situation, which isn't gonna happen. Let's say under the hypothetical situation, which I did do it, the hype would die down, wouldn't it?
No,
Immediately after.
because
Yes, it
you
would.
Could do surprise cat ear stream.
Yeah.
No,
And
people
then
are gonna get
then I would have
bored.
to- then
They'll
I'd have to
realize,
find a new
oh,
meme.
this isn't a meme anymore. This is real. Okay then.
Yeah.
And then they move on.
And then I'll make us a
boring
new
now.
meme.
It's a boring. Yeah, but it's still
That's what
boring.
he does. You're boring.
Well, yeah.
Brandon, don't act like this is a pride thing. We all know you don't have that either.
Okay, that is a fair point, but I still don't want to do the cat ears. Just not. I'm still not gonna do it.
Because you're insecure. That's why.
Yeah, real
Or
men
maybe
rock cat ears.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm just being smart and want to build up the hype. You know.
Fragile masculinity.
Hey, Brandon, I'll make you a fucking bet, man.
What?
You wear cat ears on stream. I wear them to the gym.
You probably do that anyway.
You guys need to know that.
You know, actually, part of me wants to see that now. Oh God. Is it worth it? I gotta think about it. Okay. Plot reliant OCD.
Nick, since when do you do that?
Wait, what? Who are you talking to?
You.
You.
You were the only one speaking.
Whatever. Laura says, remember in Kaguya when Shirogane made the ladies' knees quake? That's what'll happen, Brandon.
Yeah, think about all the ladies.
You got
and
okay,
the cat
but
ears.
Shirogane is a handsome anime boy, and I am not.
Mhm.
You gotta consider the differences between anime and real life.
You're Australian. That's basically the same thing.
It's the same thing. I'm not an anime guy. I'm not an anime boy. I'm
You're
not
Australian. That's close enough.
close enough. What the hell are you
I think
talking
you
about?
can give Felix a run for his money if you put the cat ears on.
I think he could.
Felix cosplay.
It's
Brandon becoming a trap. That'd be good to see.
Brennan's already a trap. We click on
Honestly,
his
I just
content
find
thinking
the
it's
idea.
gonna be good.
Honestly, yeah. No, Brendan has
Yeah, you
achieved a
totally
new
do it,
level of
Brandon.
win.
You got
Ren is
the
mid-tier.
girly personality
Wait
already.
a second.
You
Wait a
can go
second.
for it.
You guys are just trying to distract from the fact that Rem is mid. You are replacing one meme for another. That's all that's happening.
Rem is
No,
mid.
No,
it's
I
not
love.
a meme, it's a lie.
It is. Okay, you're right. It's more than a meme.
It's a lie.
It's a community effort.
No, Neko Brandon is a community effort.
It's you're right. It's not even a meme. It's just Rem is mid. It's just the truth. It's not even a meme.
It's just fake news.
It's
That's
just
all
the
it is.
truth. I left for like 10 minutes
just
and they're still
propaganda.
talking about the damn cat ears. Yeah, see, people are already getting tired of it. If I just keep
people.
You
stringing
haven't
people
put them
along,
on yet.
if I keep stringing people along, people are gonna get angry and they're just gonna drop it. So
You
maybe
think
I
I'm
just
never
Exactly.
gonna
So
drop
don't
it?
do that. You gotta put them on.
maybe I could just not do it.
Yeah, you seriously think I'm gonna drop Neko Brandon?
Good point. But
Has-
do
have
you think
ever
you'll be
known
able to
Darkness
keep?
to drop
Do you
anything?
think? Yeah, but you're one person. Do you think you'll be able to keep everyone else on the hype train?
Yes.
Yes.
He's done
so
it so
you're
far.
saying that I could people.
That is
So
some
you're saying that I
confidence.
could string people along
He
for
has
as long as I
infinite
want
money,
to,
Brandon. He's
and
got an
people
infinite
will
money
still
glitch.
somehow like not lose interest.
Yes.
Yes.
He's just that good.
So I just won't do it. Brandon, if you do
No.
it, Darkness might dress up as Rem. Okay, I think one of my biggest concerns right now. Actually, never mind.
Your
I'm just gonna
fragile
move on.
masculinity.
No,
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Honestly, I've always been
it.
the type of guy who goes, "Yeah, guys should express their feelings more. I don't think
do
guys
it.
should be,
Yeah, do it.
But
Why
I
not?
am
Okay,
not
show it.
interested in femboys. I never understood the appeal, and it's probably because it's more of a girl thing.
You
but
don't
like,
have to be interested in them to become one.
yes, but like, I don't like. I feel like there needs to be an overlap between the stuff that you're interested in and the stuff that you do. So
The overlap is money.
the overlap is money. Good point.
Brandon, go back to the Discord.
What's
Real
going on?
question is, why does Brandon own cat ears? Kind of sus. That's the thing. I don't.
Brandon,
That-
go back
I
to the
don't. Everyone wants
Discord!
me to buy some, but I refuse to.
stop ignoring me.
This stream is the exact opposite of what it promised. What do you mean? Go back to the
the
Discord.
Jamison's the best sometimes.
Ah, crap. Okay.
I don't know why it's so blurry though.
Probably because he got it from the wait, not the emoji, the
The sticker,
sticker, yeah.
the one where you look 50 years old.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna move on to the takes now. I kind of promised that I'd do that, but like, we've kind of gone on for like
You
how long?
promised a lot of other things that you haven't done.
We've done
Like
an hour
10
and
years.
I never made that
You promised you'd watch Code Geass.
yeah,
You
and
ever
I still
watched Code
intend to do
Geass?
that. I still
He
intend to
hasn't
do
watched
that.
Code Geass.
I still intend to do that. Come on, it's only been a couple of weeks since you last
You've been
hassled me
intending
about
to
it.
do it since like 4 months ago.
Not 4 months ago. You hassled me about it like a couple weeks back, and that's it. I had to finish Kaguya first.
And you finished it.
Yeah, I
So
did.
why aren't you watching Code Geass?
I can always do that after the stream. Who says that I'm not
You
going
don't.
to?
You don't do
No.
anything after streams. We all know that.
No.
Oh yeah, you're
You
right.
go
I
back to
actually
your
have.
weird,
You're right. I
isolated
actually have to
block
continue.
in the middle of nowhere in
Yeah,
Australia.
you're right. I actually have to continue editing this video because it is really yeah. But
See?
Hey man, I don't care if you're late. I already have my bet going at the Patreon of when it's gonna be released.
oh my god.
2024, people. 2024.
Okay, you guys are just okay. Now, the recent overhyping of are we gonna actually go on to the actual hot takes now? Do people even want to anymore? Are we just gonna continue talking about
You
random
can make
stuff?
a poll, but you don't follow those, so what's the point?
Yeah, true, but it's still good to see what people's opinions are, so I can make a decision myself. So,
Just when do you care about
Lots of
people's opinions?
yeses.
Yeah.
I care about people's opinions. It's just that I don't act on them.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's
They
just
might
it's just kind
Maybe
of
you want hot
it's just
takes.
kind of a thing where it's like if I understand what people's opinions are, I can make decisions based on what I want and what the people want. If they happen to line up, then I'll do it. If they don't, then whatever.
So basically, you just want people to support the decision you've already made in your head. Every dictator ever.
No, I it's more so that I just want to see what people think, and like if I'm kind of unsure on it myself, then I won't do it. But if people really do want it, and I'm a bit unsure on it, they go, yeah, okay, oh sure, I'll do it. But if I'm really dead set on doing it, I'm gonna do it anyways. But it's still good to see what I'm getting myself into. So,
Brandon, you should be a politician.
I don't like politics.
Yeah, well,
Neither
I'd
do
much,
politicians.
I'd much rather argue over memes and stupid stuff like this than argue over, you know, real world issues. Who cares about that?
it is a real world issue.
True, it is a real world issue in our hearts. Which should I do for the rest of the stream?
Brandon, you're making everyone angry.
See,
Yeah.
everyone's saying hot takes, so I don't even need to do the poll. I'm just going to move on to the hot takes now. Okay, the recent overhyping of mediocre anime is causing a lack of creativity in the anime scene. It seems that slowly anime is going to turn into cash grabs and turn into the Western film industry. Interesting. So, the Western
Did this
film
come
industry...
away from the smartphone debate that we had in the Discord?
Possibly Ethan. I think Ethan submitted this. So, I think it's just honestly, I don't think it's in regards to a particular. I don't think it's in regards to a particular industry. Like I'd say that both industries are kind of just as bad as each other, honestly. Because like, shut up, Notaku. Anyway, I'd say the anime scene and the movie scenes are kind of both oversaturated with certain things. So like with anime, it's isekai. And with movies, it's like Marvel movies and superhero movies and stuff. But, you know, there are still good movies here and there. And there are still good anime. But yeah, it is good. It would be nice to see more creativity. But I think it's not really a downwards trend. I just think it's a trend in general. Just like something that's like always been happening. There's always going to be trends like, oh, everyone's going to copy this. Everyone's going to copy that. It's always been happening. And it's always going to continue. It's just that we're going to look back one day and think, oh, we're only going to remember the good shows. So we'll think it's better back then than it is at the current time. That's my take on it. But it's...
I already have.
Huh?
I already gave my opinion on this one, but I actually support
Say it.
the over-releasing of anime.
Say your opinion to the stream, yeah. going.
I support the over-releasing of isekai anime rom-coms mainly because those
He's
do
a
well.
filthy trash isekai enjoyer. That's
Shut
what
the
he is.
hell up.
A
No,
trashy isekai enjoyer.
hey, I am a trashy
Invalid.
isekai enjoyer, but it has a benefit of they do well in Western audiences, which allows studios to generate more income and invest those into the other shows that they're iffy about making money. So it just proved it puts more capital into the industry, and I'm okay with that.
I don't really
Like, my
think
f-
that's quite how it works.
It does.
Because like if
It
they're
does.
gonna make if they see isekai as the general moneymaker, trashy isekais, then they're just gonna pour money into making more trashy isekais.
Yeah,
not
but
good
look,
shows.
it also introduces fans to other fandoms. Like me, my
Like, if-
second anime I've ever watched was Gate. That is the definition of a.
I'm just
Need
saying
cover.
because considering that mid anime is always going to exist regardless of the genre, it's not really something that you need to push for.
Yeah, but if it introduces new fans into anime who then explore into other
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
genres,
if it's bad,
it works out.
if it's bad, then it's gonna turn away more people than it is gonna introduce people to the genre. The only people who are enjoying the bad stuff are the people who want the wish fulfillment and and honestly, that's kind of pandering to the lowest common denominator, is it not?
No, but because it brings people in. Like I said,
How is it
I've
bringing
become
people
a-
in?
my second anime I ever watched, Gate. And that got
Yeah,
me
but
into
that's
anime.
for you personally. What about
Yes, but
the
it
masses?
works out for other fans. They get into these.
Online for me.
Yeah, isekais tend to introduce people to anime and get them into other genres. It's like dipping
Okay.
their toes into anime by watching like isekai, the rom-coms.
Yeah,
all
but
that
I feel
stuff.
like Shonen's kind of doing that already, but better. Just saying.
But they're not going on to watch anything other than shonen.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. I got introduced
look
to
at
it.
us
My
staying
first
in their
anime was
little
shonen.
shonen bubble.
So many people get introduced to anime through shonen. They discover the other genres, and then they got bored of shonen because of all the tropes. That's how a lot of people go, actually. That most people that I know, a lot of people I know, were introduced to anime through shonen, in some way, and then they moved on to other anime. So
Or then
you
we
could
end up
really-
with people like Unknown.
what
Yeah, he's
was
not
he introduced with?
I don't know. He's 14, probably like One Piece.
See a shonen.
Watching it when you're 8 and then watching it like when you're 20 later doesn't count.
Well, whatever. We'll agree to disagree. But I do think it's an interesting discussion. I actually am glad that this is a pretty interesting discussion to me. Isekai Smartphone is one of my favorite isekai. We already argued about that. Let's move on.
But no, we didn't.
No, you weren't here for
you weren't here for it.
no time.
We were arguing on Discord for ages, and I am tired of that. But I'm just gonna say, You liked Smartphone Isekai? Holy
It's not bad, and it is peak trash
the
isekai.
stupidest thing ever. I just
Peak trash isekai.
Yeah, you're right. What do you mean it's a good show? What is good about it? Oh yeah, let's copy and paste all the isekai tropes and put it onto one thing with no twist or anything interesting whatsoever. Woohoo! And people eat it up.
To do with that. That's not what it was made for. That's not what its goal was.
Its goal was to be generic and boring.
It was not boring.
It was generic and boring.
And it showed power fantasy, and it showed a fantasy world, and it did a damn
Yeah,
good
and I
job.
hate that. I hate what that stands for. Why do you think I never liked isekai in the first place?
You're an idiot.
It sucks.
Smartphone
And I'm not the only one who thinks that way. I'm pretty sure you guys are just strange. You're just trash isekai enjoyers.
Something doesn't.
It is entertaining. It's something you can watch without your brain being on. And
What do you mean it's entertaining? It's a lot of fast-paced boring. That's what it is. I watched it and it felt, oh my god, this is the most boring thing ever. And it just speeds it up. It's like when you go on a YouTube video and you just put it on 2x speed. That's what it felt like. But the video itself was boring. Like that's what it is. It's just the entire thing is just a lot of nothing happening, but you sped it up slightly, and now it introduces those.
What happened in it?
It performed well in the Western market, introduced new people to anime who are now watching different shows.
Now, the most of the people who I know who've watched Smartphone Isekai are already gotten into the trashy Isekai stuff anyways, and they were gonna watch trashy Isekai regardless. Or wherever Smartphone and Isekai would exist or not.
Nah, it came out during COVID. It was perfect when it released. They got a bunch of people locked at home.
What's cooler? You get to go in another world with a phone that lets you do fucking anything. You're basically gone in the other world. It's cool as shit.
No, all he did with it was just.
What else do you want?
I want a good story, a well-written story with actual. Oh yeah. Oh, is it really that too much to ask for actual interesting characters? They are the most boring characters in existence. That's what they are.
You're the most boring character in existence.
They're the most boring characters in existence, and I will stand by that. They are.
Hot waifu.
Next topic. Dr. Stone is the best. They weren't even great waifus. They're the most boring generic waifus that you could find anywhere. They're the type that you'd scroll past if you saw any art. They're the type that where if you were looking for art, you just scroll right past them because they just blend right into the background. That's what kind of waifus they are.
Notaku. What were their names?
Yeah, what were their names, Notaku?
What were their names?
A long time ago. Okay? I watched it a long time ago.
No one's saying they're superior to REM, and that's the only reason I remember her name.
I'm just saying, like, waifus is a pretty.
That's all that was important.
The only time where it's valid to like a show for the waifu appeal alone are ecchi anime. That's it. When it's not that, then it's like no, this isn't enough.
It was ecchi. That's what it was.
How?
Smartphone? I wouldn't call it ecchi.
Smartphone Isekai is.
It wasn't super ecchi, but it was. Yeah, it was like.
I wouldn't call it.
I would say
ecchi.
that they just throw in a few fan service moments and that's it. It's not an ecchi.
Like,
it was a goddamn harem
ecchi's
anime, bro.
Yeah, High School DxD, all the other stuff.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
ecchi.
poor taste if you think pretty poor taste if you think Smartphone was good enough for you to think, oh man, anime kind of good. Exactly. You're just attracting the wrong audience in that case. Like, I don't want people who just want to eat up trash constantly to be the ones who are entering the anime scene. I want more good anime that will introduce more people who actually want to watch good stuff to anime. Because right now, you know, the reputation of anime
isn't good. It's good in its own right.
Bro, do you know what?
has its place.
Okay, of course it has its place. I'm just saying that we should not be pushing for it. It's like, cause like, obviously there's always gonna be trash stuff regardless of what's gonna exist. But just saying, like, if your entire argument is it introduces more people to the anime genre, it's also turning away an equal amount of people who are under the impression that no, there are so many people who think, oh, anime cringe because cartoons for children and stuff, and they never bother to give any of the, and then they, and this exact. And if you show them something unironically good, it's going to get more people who are the right. I don't want to say the right audience, but like more audiences who actually have like high quality expectations and stuff, and like to attract a good audience who actually like want to watch good stuff.
So they're the good ones, huh?
Yeah,
That's
they're the
how
good
it
ones.
is, huh, Brandon?
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
I
just
see how it
saying.
is.
You can personally enjoy trash as much as you like, but
this is the hot take.
I can't believe this is a hot take in this day and age. Isekai, really? Just
Yeah, don't shit on Isekai, man.
I didn't say it's fucking Shakespeare.
Isekai-
I just said it's good.
Isekai for me is like the anime equivalent of Marvel movies. Now.
Hey, Marvel movies are good.
Not
Recently,
anymore.
but they're good.
Okay, Marvel
I'd
movies
say
were
that-
good until Endgame.
That's what I agree
Yeah,
with,
after
actually.
Endgame, that's
I
different.
100% agree with that. I got bored of Marvel movies after that, and I'd say that's
Spider-Man was good.
and I'd say that yeah, okay, because like
Okay.
there's the occasional good one in there, but like just saying, my feelings towards Isekai is kind of towards the same
was
as
good.
towards Marvel movies now. Is that unreasonable?
Yes.
That's not unreasonable at all. I'd say they're pretty similar.
Everything you say is unreasonable.
Everything you say is unreasonable. You want to talk.
Everything I say is perfectly reasonable.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I just don't want the industry to move towards the direction of let's pump out more trash because that's what makes the most money. I want them to take more risks and try
can do
different things
both.
more. Yeah, I know that, but like
Risks
the thing is,
don't make money, Brandon. No one's gonna do risks.
I know that.
They're not
I'm
gonna
just
do
saying
risk unless
that
they
if
have
you
the capital they're making
I'm
from
just,
trash
I'm just
isekais.
saying I don't want it to go in the direction of let's just move towards everything being trash and generic stuff now, because that's how it's going to go if you
We're
keep
not gonna
pushing
do
towards
that. By
all
saying we want,
isekai
by
are
saying we
trash
want
and
more, not
generic.
everyone's gonna do that. There's still gonna be
Yeah,
people
but
who
it's
wanna do
way
good stuff.
easier for it to go in that direction. We've already kind of got a problem with that, where way too many shows are just
don't.
generic dumpster
We only
fires.
get like 3 isekai a season.
What are you talking about? Did you look at this season? It is stacked with tons of generic isekai. Did you look at it? There are way too many anime this season, and so many of them are isekai. We had more. We have anime this
8 of
season.
them.
We have more anime this season than we did last season, but last season felt more stacked because they had more actual good shows, whereas this season just has a bunch of mid stuff. So like, I'm just not gonna bother. That's like, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's some good stuff this season, but like the majority of it, it just doesn't feel very stacked, to be honest. Like, and there's a lot of isekai.
There's also a lot of other stuff.
I'm not saying
that a
isekai
short name,
specifically
Matthew
is the
River?
problem. I feel
That's
this.
exactly what it sounded like.
I feel this way towards anything that the industry is like moving towards, and like it just pumps out a bunch of cash grabs and stuff like that. I've always felt that way. I feel that way towards Disney live action remakes. I feel that way towards a lot of live action movies, like the Marvel movies and stuff. And I feel the same way towards isekai. So whatever's gonna replace isekai, I'll probably feel the same way as well.
That is very sad.
Sad.
Yeah.
Well, I've accepted it. I know it's gonna be a thing that happens. I'm just saying, it's like, guys, this isn't something that you need to push for. It's the people who are actually want to take risks and want to have more creative stuff out are the ones who are being suppressed.
There are none of them. Who is like that? Who does what? What studio?
By the industry
What
in
studio?
general. It is way harder to get more original,
no one
interesting
in the
stuff.
industry likes doing that. No one likes doing that.
Doing what exactly?
No one likes taking risks.
Yeah, except for all the artists. No.
Taking risks.
I don't think you. Yeah, of course, the studio doesn't like taking risks, but the artists do. That's the main point I'm trying to get at.
What the fuck are you talking about? Artists just want to live, bro. They don't care what the
No,
fuck
talk-
they're drawing. They want to go home and see their family. They don't want to take risks. They want to go home, man.
No, Taki, you really don't know what it's like to be an artist, do you? You
Wanna
really
go
think
home.
that artists go into the industry just because they want to make just because you think that they want to continue working on generic boring stuff all the time and
They don't
go home.
want to do generic, boring stuff. They
You
just
really
wanna
think that they
win.
don't want to be creative and take risks?
They want to
Otaku?
be creative, but
Exactly!
it gets to the point where they're more. They want to be creative, but
Artists
it's
would
because
much
more
rather-
important of them wanting to go home first.
No, Taku, if they wanted a
Then
stable
they
way
can
of
worry about
living,
being creative.
no, Taku, if they wanted a stable way of living, they'd get a different job. They chose art because they like art.
They chose art. They went into art, but then they couldn't leave art because the
Remember
job
when we
is
were
shit.
talking about
And in
Dr.
order to
Stone?
move, they would need to quit their
Good
job,
point,
and
Shadow.
then they don't have stable
Yeah, me neither.
income.
We're
so
supposed to
then
be
they have to
talking
learn a
about
new
Dr.
field.
Stone. No,
So
Taku,
they get stuck in the field.
no, Taku, how
get
much do you
stuck.
actually know
They can't
about artists?
leave.
Do you do art yourself? Like, how much art do you actually do?
I
He
draw
draws
stick-
stickmen.
That's what I just said.
I'm just saying, like, it's a bit, because, like, you're not someone who relates to these people, and I am. So, like, I feel like I, kind of have a better understanding of how these people would feel than you would. Just
I
saying.
agree with you, Prism.
Okay, so they want to be artists, right? They want to do their creative stuff.
Of
Okay?
course.
That's understandable. Okay, I don't want to do that personally, but I understand that. So they go into the art field. They become an animator. They become whatever. Okay, they do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So they spend their time learning how to draw, right? So now they're pretty decent at drawing and animating, right?
Mhm.
So they go get a job at, I don't know, one of the companies, one studio, doesn't really matter. So now they're
Yeah.
working at the studio. They spent all this time learning, and now they're in that studio.
Mhm.
Now they're in that studio, and they're spending like 12 hours a day animating at that studio. It's like, okay.
That is
well,
correct. Keep going.
and then they keep doing that. They keep animating 12 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 12 hours a day. Let's take a vacation. Nope, can't take a vacation. 12 hours
Yeah,
a day.
so what
12
exactly,
hours a
what
day.
point are you
That
trying to
goes
make here,
on.
Notaku?
Go on. So now they're going months without breaks, 12 hours a day. At this point, they're not worrying about being creative. They're worrying about I don't want to work anymore. I want time off. I want a break. I need more money. And they can't leave the field because they're spending all their time in the field. And if they left the field, they're not making enough money. So they leave the field. Now they're homeless because they don't have enough money. They don't have enough money to switch fields because they're getting paid shit. And they're working so much
Yeah,
hours to
exactly. So
barely
how
live.
exactly
So they
does
don't
this...
care about being creative. They just want to be able to go home and have a break. At this point, they're not caring
Notaku-
about creativity. They don't care
Yes?
what they're drawing. They just want to go away. They want to be paid better. They want to go home.
Yeah, and how is that going to make a difference
But
whether they're...
from what I understand,
Like,
the animators don't really have a choice
exactly.
in what the
So
studio
they don't
decides
care
to
what
they're
take
drawing.
on.
I think they'd much rather prefer to be... Like, Notaku.
If they're working 12 hours a day, if they're being creative, they don't care. If they're being super creative, but they have to work 12 hours a day and get barely paid,
Notaku, I'm
That's-
just saying...
that's
But
not
I
fun.
feel like
That's not
those
good.
same artists would be a lot happier working on something with more passion and creativity put into it, rather than the
Working
generic
12 hours a day,
stuff.
barely getting paid? No, they would not.
Notaku.
If
It's gonna
they
happen
if they had normal
anyways.
work hours. that's-
Notaku. Yeah, but the thing is, also, a lot of artists who are getting into the field are already aware that's going to happen, and a lot of them continue doing it anyways. And do you know how many of them are going to get sacked by the studio regardless? They still continue pushing towards it. I mean, obviously, I can't speak for everyone. Everyone's going to be different. But like, whether they're working, pushing for more passion projects and creativity and stuff, that's not going to like it isn't like having all these generic trash stuff constantly being pumped out by the studios and stuff. Isn't that just going to make the problem? Isn't that just making what you said, the problem you're talking about, worse?
Probably.
Exactly. So
Pushing
by
for
that
passion projects is
so
not
by
making
that
it any better though.
so by that logic,
Studios
having
aren't gonna do passion
having them
projects.
constantly churn out garbage isn't going to fix is just going to make that worse. Just to note, but Japanese
Okay.
work culture is about as bad as US. Your employees generally work far harder than they should and tend to skip their off days. Yeah. And like,
Exactly.
I also get
That's
it.
what I
It's
said.
like, yeah, but also, so many artists would jump at the opportunity to be able to work on their own passion projects. I know that for a fact. Even after working in the industry for quite some time, so many of them also refuse to quit, and they keep going for it because they want to make that break someday. This the day where they be able to go, I'm gonna be able to finally do my own show. That's what's driving so many of them.
You got a dono.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reven. I love to hear you argue, but please continue, lol. Okay, I'll continue now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Is Notaku's argument just it doesn't matter what the artists want because the industry is so awful they don't have a choice? Yeah, exactly, Notaku.
I
Shouldn't-
think that's what you're
Yeah,
not
that's
talking
my
about.
argument.
I think that's what he's arguing. It doesn't
That's
matter
a
what the
bad
artist wants.
argument.
What? No, I'm saying they're fucked. They're getting fucked.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
like,
matter what they're drawing,
regardless.
they're being fucked.
Yes, Notaku, but that doesn't mean they
If you
just
wanna
want to
push for
give
something,
up.
Push for better.
Isn't that what I've been arguing?
What?
You guys are
No.
just arguing just to
You're
argue.
not
it
making
feels
any
like.
sense, Notaku. I'm gonna move on to the next point.
Probably.
Okay, Dr. Stone is the best.
I haven't seen
Cool.
it.
That's pretty good.
Okay, the world building. Okay, next take. The world building in Konosuba's light novels and anime is better than most fantasy anime. Interesting.
Konosuba is good because, Darkest
Konosu-
Overman.
Konosuba has some great world building, especially in the light novels. But I can't really
It's
make a
not the
comparison.
best, but it's
I can't really
definitely
make a
some of the best.
comparison to most fantasy anime because, like, obviously,
I
like,
can.
but I feel like the stuff like No Game No Life would also have like really amazing world building and stuff. Because like, wait, Shadow, what were you gonna say?
If we're talking most, generic fantasy anime setting,
Then yes.
that's also Konosuba.
Yeah, I mean,
But
no,
the events and people in Konosuba are put together better than a lot of what I've seen. You take
Yeah,
that
that makes
back,
sense.
Thomas.
okay, but okay, I wouldn't say that Konosuba is the like generic fantasy setting either. It's based on that, but also like has a ton of twists on a lot of things, even just in regards to the world building and stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like, the same world, because like it's not, and
It's
there's
the
a
characters that are different.
but
I
yeah,
think
all of
Konosuba
it's-
goes for the first glance. It's chart. It makes it look like it's normal, but once you go deeper into it, you see, okay, yeah, this.
yeah, it's like, oh, this world is kind of crazy. This not
Understandable.
like most of the isekai worlds.
do
Like,
you.
there's that entire thing with the flying cabbages and the like, and the giant frogs and stuff like that. Those are all just basically going, hey, let's get this thing, but flip it upside down on its head and stuff, and like, let's just do. And it just got a
All of
lot of
their
that world,
food is like that.
especially in the light novels. Like, it goes way deeper into a lot of different things and the kingdom and stuff and how it works, and like, it is really cool. And I feel like not a lot of that is portrayed in the anime since they just cut a lot of it out. But like, there's a lot of cool world building in the Konosuba light novels. Next one, Toradora.
I have nothing to say on that because I don't read.
Yeah,
Reading is
Can't
not-
read.
typical
There's a difference.
Notaku, can't read. Are you unable to read, or do you just choose not to?
Yes.
Yes.
He's an American going to public school. He can't read.
It makes sense. Yeah, okay, I know, okay, Bike Rider says, I know from talking with artists, everyone from VFX to 2D animators who have worked on anime, it's not about money. They do it because they like doing it. Exactly. That's the main reason why artists go into the industry. You think none of us know what we're getting ourselves into when we're going in there?
So
We
what
know
you're
it's
saying
a
is
harsh...
artists are masochists.
We're saying that, well, kind of, yeah. Like, it's a harsh industry, but we continue going there anyways
I
because
was under
we
the
want
impression
to.
you guys were oppressed, but apparently you guys want it. So that's it.
No.
Alright,
We'd
you guys
much
do you.
we'd much prefer a system where we'd be able to just do what we want to, but that's not what the industry is like. That's like our only option. So if you want to do art and make it successful, this is your only avenue. So we go, okay, just brace ourselves, put on the armor, dive right in. That's what a lot of people do.
Masochists. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, I think it was justified to literally ignore. Okay.
What?
Sorry guys, what was I missing?
I don't know. You started reading and then you went off.
Yeah.
You had like a you had like a mini stroke.
Okay, Toradora. Okay, let's move on to the next take. Toradora's Kitamura arc was bad. It's really
Who
unfortunate.
was that again? Oh, that was the guy with glasses, right?
Yeah, it's the glasses guy. Torador's Katama
He had
arc.
an arc?
What do you mean he got an arc? It was the one where he bleached his hair and stuff, and like, you know.
Oh,
Him running for
that was an
student
arc?
body president. Him running for student
It lasted
body
like
That was
3 episodes.
technically an arc, yeah.
That was an arc?
president.
It
I'll
lasted 3
agree, it was-
episodes arc. It lasted 3 episodes. That's an arc.
I'll agree. It was definitely the weakest part of the show.
Yeah, it was definitely the weakest part of
I
the show.
didn't even know it was an arc.
No Taki's just like, I didn't know that was. At this point, Tamara just became very unlikable because he was acting like a pussy all the time and being selfish. That's reasonable,
He just
honestly.
didn't really.
And I wouldn't.
Like, for most of the characters, they kind of went beneath the surface to they had their facade, and then they kind of went beneath the surface. Did
Yeah,
they really
whereas
do that for him?
with
Not
Katamara, it was
really.
just kind of brushed over it. Like it didn't quite go into
We
depth
just kind
into
of
him.
saw his facade and not much else.
Mm. Yeah, it
We
felt
didn't
like
get into his
it could have
inner
dived into it more. It was just kind of, hey, like it was building up this entire mystery thing, and like it seemed like it might have gone deeper into it, but then it just said, hey, my dad slapped some sense into me, so I'm coming back now. That's how it was resolved, basically. So it was like, okay,
Good old child abuse.
and now he's
reliable.
back now. I'm not sure what to think about this, but okay. Yeah, cause it didn't like ruin the anime or anything. It was just very unexceptional, like as Brandon Hughes says. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that everyone can do what they love and get paid well, but not artists and directors. Yeah. Okay.
That's actually an interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I am excited to go over this one.
Me too. I've already made
Excellent.
my comparison.
What are you talking
The
about?
redo with the healer one?
Same.
Which one are you talking about?
If you
Are we
think
with the healer?
about it,
It's
What-
the
what are you
next
guys reading?
take, Brandon.
if
I
you
next
can't
take.
see.
think about
It's
art,
very small.
Yeah, sorry. If you think
God,
about
what
it,
does say?
okay.
Sounds
If you
like a
think
story
about it,
issue.
Arefuruta MCs are basically Konosuba MCs, but they focus more on fighting.
I agree with this one. I can even point it out. Otaku gets isekai'd, overpowered lolly, annoying blue hair chick,
Mhm.
and a masochist. They all
Wait
the
a
same.
second. Arefuruta.
Alright for you,
I
Ota?
don't think he's watched Arifueta.
No, because
I
I don't
have.
watch isekai.
Yeah. They basically
Big
are the
surprise.
same characters.
Yeah, okay. Do you think they took it from Konosuba, or like it just was a coincidence?
Wait, go back. I didn't see.
I don't
Because if I
know.
remember,
This-
Future was the one where he was like abandoned,
He
right?
got white.
His name was
Yeah.
Kiki, right? Wasn't he was super edgy. He wasn't really like
No, he's-
Kazuma at
His
all.
none of their well, the dragon is.
The dragon is darkness. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, that one's the same.
But he
It just
definitely was
kind of
not
seemed like they got the
Kazuma.
different character types.
The
And,
bunny's
like,
an idiot, so that
I feel
checks
like they
out,
got
but
the
rest
different-
are different.
I feel like they got the different personalities and swapped them for the body types, kind of, and like their color
No.
schemes and stuff. Isn't that kind of what they
blue
did?
hair. No, blue hair chick is still annoying blue hair chick, whether she's aqua.
Yeah,
or...
but the blonde one is the
Shea.
lolly in this one, and while the the black hair with the red color scheme is the more opai type and stuff, the
Yep.
mature type. So they kind of swapped those two, but the blue haired one is still dumb. It looks like, so I don't know.
she is.
Can confirm.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Brandon Hughes
You know,
says, "Believe
weird.
it."
I like trashy isekais, but after he got out of that like cave or whatever,
The
and,
labyrinth.
you know,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
after he got out of there, I kind of got bored.
Well, that's because
Like,
you
I
like
really liked it when he was in the
smartphone isekai.
cave. Because he was, you know, he was super weak, and you know, it was the whole revenge thing, and he was weak, but he was getting stronger, and
He was weak for
really cool.
one
But then he-
episode.
but then he got out, and it was kind of lame.
Yeah, once he got out, it just became the blatant overpowered. Like I wiped out a whole army by myself.
Yeah, and that's why I
Which
don't.
I like that.
No, I
but
don't
he-
like
he
that.
wasn't,
And-
like,
and the
cool
second
at
that
it.
happens,
Well, I do. So shut up, Brandon.
the
We're not
second
talking
that
about you right now.
happens, yeah, we are. The second that happens,
No,
it
we are not.
immediately
I
becomes
don't like
boring for me.
isekai.
I am giving
It
my
is, like,
opinion.
It's way more interesting whenever they
opinion
need
was
to
when he
actually.
got out of the labyrinth, he wasn't entertaining anymore. I thought he was kind of a cool person and like he deserved better when he was in the cave, but then he got out of the cave and then I just lost all sympathy for him. He's just a
Yeah,
character.
exactly. As soon as they get overpowered, they get significantly less interesting as a
No,
character
he
because
was
the writer just
overpowered in
gives
the
up.
cave, too. He was
Yeah, he was
overpowered
overpowered
in the
there
cave
too.
Yeah, okay, but like he actually had to struggle, right?
You didn't watch it, Brandon.
You just said that he had to struggle. You made it sound like he was struggling.
but
Man.
And
he had to
that's
struggle
exactly
for, like,
the point.
First half of the first episode.
Well, whatever.
It's a shame Artifredo was so dumb because I really like the MC character design. White-haired boys are best.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It was a
Laura.
pretty cool
Very
character design.
true.
He had an eye patch
Yeah.
too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was basically Najida but gender swapped.
Yeah. Okay. Brandon Hughes says, "Believe me, not everyone
I
can."
love her. She was
Okay.
awesome.
Don't interrupt me. Not everyone can do what they love. Believe me, not everyone can do what they love and get paid well. Source: physics major. I mean, yeah, that's just a thing with society in general. Like, not everyone can do what they want to
Physics
do and get
major?
paid
Why
well.
would you do that to yourself?
Because he likes physics,
Numbers are
obviously.
cool.
How do you like physics?
Because people like things, Notaku. Is it really that mind-blowing that people like things that you don't like?
Isn't physics like a lot of math?
Some
Yes.
people like math. Like, I know plenty of people who go,
like math?
damn, I love math. Yes!
What is wrong with people? Why would you like math?
The same, because they like math. Like, why do you think
What is wrong with them?
mathematicians and teachers would be a job, Notaku, if nobody wanted to do it?
I thought because they get paid good.
No!
Teachers do not get paid. Oh.
The teachers don't get paid at all!
You're joking, right?
Math,
pretty much-
math guys
get
though, like
paid?
accountants, they get
No,
paid
no,
good.
no.
I mean, you could kind of ask the same
Tax
question
guys,
about
they
most.
get paid good.
You could kind of ask the same question about a lot of jobs, like, oh, why did you become a doctor? Oh, yeah, because like,
Because they paid well.
yeah, okay,
my
that's a bad
doctors get
example.
paid.
Me.
Like,
Doctors get paid crap when they're in the beginning, though.
yeah,
amount of
regardless,
work
you
they
could.
do.
There's
an
so many
investment.
jobs that people would rather do, but like, they either can't do it because it doesn't pay well, or they do it
Okay,
and
here's
have
the
to
real
suffer
question.
from the bad
Why
pay
is someone an English major? Why would anyone become an English major?
because they like
It's like,
writing.
I get if you like English. Oh, no, let me finish. I get if you like English, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to, you know, you like writing, you like all that. That's totally understandable. I get that. You want to do something in writing. I totally get that.
Yeah.
You take all the writing classes you want. You learn all the writing you can. I totally understand. Being an English major, though, what is that degree going to get you?
An English teaching job.
Probably, yeah.
That is literally it. Why
Some
would
people
you
like
want-
teaching.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the few people who want to be a teacher, okay, but
Yeah.
for the everyone else, which is
Everyone
like
else can
at least
become a scholar.
85% of people who do an English major, because a lot of people do that. That degree's gonna get you nothing. Like
I mean,
literally.
It's gonna
I
get you
feel
some
like they'd
fancy
still
papers
have.
that you publish.
I don't know. I don't really know anything about that. I just feel like
Take the classes to learn. Totally.
I mean, I
Take it
feel like
for
a lot.
Degree,
I
though?
feel like no,
don't
okay.
take
I
it for
feel like a
degree.
lot of people who would be taking that kind of course could also be because they're not totally sure what they want to do next. So they go, well, you know, math and English. I'm just gonna do those things, and hopefully that'll get me somewhere. That could be the thing. I wouldn't. It might not be because they're passionate about it necessarily, but because you know you should go to university. That's what everyone says. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I feel bad for people who become English majors.
I wouldn't say that in general. I just feel like that's a thing that happens with like just going to university in general. Yeah, a lot of people in Brandon's server love math. Yeah, exactly. Some people just absolutely love math, and people like science. Some people just like nerdy stuff. Like that's fine.
Science I can understand. Math though?
Math, yeah, it can be pretty satisfying when you.
just math.
Science is just math
No.
with extra steps.
No.
Yes.
Science is like biology and shit.
Which
Notaku,
is math.
you need math to get into science. That's just a non-negotiable thing. Like you have to know
You
math.
need simple math.
No, not simple math. Complex
Oh,
math.
do not.
Biology. Do you need advanced math to get into biology?
I don't
Yes.
think you understand some of the stuff that goes into a lot of science, Notaku. Because yeah,
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm American. I don't fucking know.
at least you admit it.
Like, public education.
All I know is I don't
private.
like math. I know that.
He's the future, people.
Yeah.
He's the future.
Oh, doing something
Oh,
like math at physics at UNE is also based because if you get a PhD, people have to refer to you as doctor. Oh, that is
Good motivator.
Some people have to
yeah.
refer
Some
to you as
people like the
doctor, so I'll
title.
just go
It's
doctor.
like now you have to call me doctor. This person is stuff. Oh, I like that.
Isn't that just a PhD? Just get a PhD in whatever.
And
Yeah.
you need to take a university course
Like
to get that.
juggling or basket weaving.
Okay. Okay.
PhD of gender studies.
Okay, let's move on from that
Congratulations, Nutaki just got you canceled.
hot lava topic. Just I'm just gonna steer clear of that. Okay, next one. Seven Deadly Sins is one of my favorite anime because it did the OPMC correctly. Too powerful for its own good, but the least powerful when it comes to what actually matters. Lots of plot holes in the anime overall, but personally, I think it's definitely at least had a decent idea. Yeah, okay. I feel like that's...
Who the fuck is Nutmeg?
Huh?
Nutmeg's the guy in this chat. He's doing statistics and stuff.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he likes it.
Because
Are you unable to
numbers.
comprehend, Notaki, that some people like numbers? They like solving equations. They think it's satisfying. And I kind of got that too when I was like in high school and stuff, and like I was solving equations. It's like, dang, I'm really good at this. I really like doing this. It wasn't only after that when I wanted to do other stuff that I went, this is just a waste of time and stuff. But that was because it was taking me away from what I wanted to do. It's not because I hated math in particular. It's still satisfying to solve problems and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Anyway,
kind of...
Seven Deadly Sins. I don't really remember much of it. I watched
Seven
I think 4
Deadly
seasons.
Mids.
I watched it to the point where the next season was the one where the animation was really bad. I didn't watch
Yeah.
that season.
I feel like that's where
but I-
everyone just kind of like went, nah, no, I'm just stopping it now.
I don't remember much of it before that. I remember liking it, I think,
Read it
but I
instead.
just forget a lot of it.
Mm. Yeah, okay. He says that he says that because I like math. It's a puzzle and it makes me feel smart. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, like really think about it, why do we play video games? Or not me, but you guys. Why do you play video games? Because you've got a problem.
Yeah, I get do cool shit.
Because you get a problem and you need to figure out how to solve it, right? And you got to grind and stuff and work,
Usually by
and
shooting
it's
that
more
problem.
satisfying. Yeah, and it's more satisfying. But you've also, it's not as simple as simply pressing the button, right? There's a difficulty there. There's a difficulty to get it done, because if it was easy, then the game would be boring.
That's debatable.
Well, isn't the entire point of games to have a challenge there?
Is
I mean, why do you
Cookie
think...
Clicker a challenge?
Yes, it's an endurance challenge.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, regardless, like it's not that totally different from math. Like, because obviously math is like a lot more boring to a lot of people and stuff. But like, it's still kind of the same
Not boring,
principle.
it hurts my head.
Yeah, but that's because you don't understand it. For the people who do understand it, it's a relatively satisfying process of, here's the equation, I'm gonna solve it. I've gotten better at math. I feel smarter. I feel good about myself. It's satisfying. So yeah, I'm not gonna.
Where are my history fans at? Anyone history fans? Come on.
That is
You
the
play
one
some
time
EO4.
that
You wanna
numbers
play
don't
History
EO4
was my
Brandon?
least favorite subject in school, but I think that was mostly thanks to the.
History's fucking dope.
Yeah. But like, okay, you can't really blame me for this because I had
you
a
would like
really.
history because of the stories.
Yeah. That's the thing. I theoretically would, but I just had a really boring teacher.
That's understandable.
Like,
Yeah, that's like a
I
lot
did
of
not
history
like Hoi
teachers.
4. Hoi
Like,
4 was annoying to me. It was unsatisfying.
like,
You
because like,
conquer a shit ton of land, and the only
Did
thing
not
it would,
expect
by
to do
conquering a
Hoi
shit ton of
4
land, the
here.
only thing you
Yeah.
can do is build more units.
yeah, because
It's like,
can't
okay, I get
escape
that.
it.
Because,
But
like,
can you give me money? Can I have money or something? No, you just get factories, which make you be able to build more units. That's all. That's all. It's unsatisfying to conquer. That's the whole point.
yeah, but okay,
Yeah, I went off on a rant there.
yeah, but like the. Yeah, it's just that theoretically history should be like super interesting and stuff, right? But like with every class that I went to with history, the teachers just always found a way to make it boring. Like, God, why? Like, there's so much interesting stuff we could be talking about here, but instead we just keep going back to the same way that Australia was founded and stuff, the same story and stuff, and like now we gotta write an essay and
no
stuff.
one cares about Australia.
Exactly.
Australia.
Australia barely has any history.
Australia.
Yeah, Australia barely has any history. It's just the same story. It's just the same thing. Captain Cook went with here. They got the convicts and all that stuff. They populated Australia. That's it. And because like we're such a young country, but it's like, bro, there's so much stuff we could be talking about. So many interesting stories, but like,
What about Europe? Europe's cool.
I don't know.
Australian history, yeah. It's like what, like
Haha,
5
get
years, and
wrecked,
like
Australia.
3 of those years are you guys getting your asses kicked by emus or something?
No, but that's the thing. We never talk about that in history. That's the sort of thing that I'd love to talk about in history, but we never do. We just, yeah.
They're embarrassed.
Obviously, I mean,
Yeah, you're not gonna
America.
talk about your
don't
elves.
don't talk
You think
about. Don't act as if America doesn't also hide
Hey,
the,
we don't talk
the
about
parts
Vietnam.
of the history
We-
that they don't like.
talk
Yeah.
about our elves.
No, we do not. We do not.
Yeah, school classes are highly dependent on teachers as to whether it's interesting or not. In my opinion, a good teacher can get
Very
you
true.
interested in anything. Very true, 100%. Okay, next hot take.
I had shitty math teachers.
Next hot take. Oh, this is a real spicy hot take, ain't it? Brandon is a good YouTuber slash streamer. Okay.
Terrible.
Okay, here's my opinion. Brandon is a good YouTuber. Streamer, not so.
Okay, I'll take that compliment because
Let's flip
honestly,
the script.
I
Notaku is a good streamer, good YouTuber.
okay,
Yeah, that
so
sounds about right.
you know, I'm not really insulted by that because I feel like it's somewhat true. I'm not a great streamer, and like I just kind of got into it because I thought it'd be fun, and I wanted to get better at it.
And
But
I
like,
peer pressured you.
kind of I started doing it, just not on YouTube. You peer-pressured me to do it on YouTube.
I still want to follow up to Fall Guys.
No. Yes,
Just no.
No. Not doing Fall Guys
That was
anymore.
a painful video to watch, Brandon. You were literally
Yeah.
dead the entire time.
Yeah, the entire point of it was me supposed to be like, hey, I know I'm bad at video games, so like it'd probably be funny or something. I don't know how I came across that.
I mean,
But
I
like,
knew you were bad at video games. I didn't think you were that bad, though. You were dead 95% of the video.
Best
I wasn't
$100
even
I
in
never
most of
spent.
the video. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would have been funnier
It
if
wasn't
like.
even like sometimes that happens because you're dead and funny things happen while you're dead. No, it was just literally those were the best parts, but you were just dead the entire time. So you just had to go with it.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
You were just legitimately dead 95% of the time.
Yeah, that sucked. Honestly,
Funny.
okay, yeah. This was originally just supposed to be a roast, like, haha, this is supposed to be a hot take. Brandon is a good YouTuber slash streamer, but when we actually started talking about it seriously.
Now we're just bullying Brandon.
Yeah, now you guys are just bullying
I
me.
kind of feel bad now because he's not even defending himself.
I'm not
Yeah, go
even
back.
trying to. It's just
Usually
yeah,
he defends
I
himself and I
agree.
feel good about it, but now he's just taking it. I feel like I'm beating up a child.
Full circle.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, honestly,
He's not even putting up a fight.
I'm not even putting up a fight because I know, honestly, I'm still so new to the streaming sense. I don't know how people do it, like, and it's just because like I've watched like a ton of YouTube and stuff, so I can know what makes a good YouTube video and what doesn't. But when it comes to streaming, I'm just kind of going, oh, I'm just gonna try and do my thing. And I hope that it turns out all right. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people like make it interesting. Do people is there? It's like, and I don't know how to look at my own stuff and judge whether I'm doing something right or wrong. But yeah,
The most impressive part of this stream was how I managed to sneak my way into it.
yeah. You could have joined whenever you wanted to. I've never been against you joining.
I just
You never
was like,
said that.
I joined for a meme and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay, see how this
Yeah,
goes.
let's just stay. Why not? We're happy to have you here.
Make fun of Brandon in real time, and it cost me nothing.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Your viewers, your money stats are gonna be down so much now because Darkness
so?
would he would only chat in super chats.
Oh yeah,
It's-
true.
only
It's
time
just-
you read 'em.
yeah, but that
only
was
time you
his
read 'em
choice.
Gonna go down so much.
I like
Nah,
at the
his
start of
fucking
the
REM
stream,
is
you said
mid
you're
fun
going
actually
to
generate.
ignore him, and then he joined the stream.
Well, that's a one-time thing. Next time though, it's not gonna.
Okay,
no.
well, now I
You're
gotta
gonna make no money.
I do want to know though, because like I feel like there's very little information about the subject in general. But what makes a good streamer?
Entertainment.
Yeah, of course it's entertainment, but that's a very vague thing, right? Just
Well,
be
if we go off the
entertaining.
comments, they really do not like Notaku screaming for 20 minutes.
Really? I thought you said that Notaku was the better streamer. What happened to that?
Well, Notaku is the better streamer, but I'm a one-man opinion.
Who says that? I don't see it.
I don't know.
don't blame you.
It just seems that people I don't know, because like I've gotten so much conflicting feedback as well. Like some people go, oh yeah, like Notaku is based and stuff like that. But like also there's like, bro, I just want to hear Brandon talk. I just want to hear him talking by himself. So it's like, bro, which one is it? I don't know. Baron does. He just doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to hear us arguing and stuff. He says that it gets boring and repetitive and stale and stuff like that. So it's like, bro, I don't know anymore. I'm just I'm getting so much conflicting stuff out there.
Well, you do both. I don't join everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
like
That's what I'm
half
gonna
of
be
them.
doing. Like, it's just that I don't know which one is right. That's the thing. So I'm just going to continue doing both. Keeping your orders is key, but I will wait to form my opinion on your streaming after you finish these hot takes, okay?
Just never gonna finish these hot takes.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay.
There are 50 now?
Yeah, 50 now. Okay. Akari Keto voice is sexy. Who is that?
That is the voice of Nezuko.
Ah.
She
Yeah, I
has a
can see
voice.
it.
Horita from Classroom of the Elite.
That's
Yeah,
Millie.
cool. I can agree. Okay.
Classroom. Oh wait, who is she in that again? I don't. Okay, I
black-haired
watched
girl.
Classroom of the Elite like recently. I don't know fucking any of their names. I know the main guy is like Akane Yoji or something like that, but I don't know any of the other names. I don't
black-haired
fucking
girl.
know any of the other guys.
I don't even know
Well,
any
I
of
watched
the
it
main characters.
recently.
Okay.
That's very sad.
But
Okay,
like,
let's
I'm
do-
like subscribed to the subreddit, and they keep saying all the names. I'm like, I don't
Also
fucking know who
Tsukasa,
that
apparently,
is.
from Tonikaku Kawaii. Did not know that.
My
Oh,
favorite stream
Well,
moment was...
she did a good job. I really liked her.
Yeah, my favorite stream moment was when Brandon, Notaku, and Shadow were discussing what classifies a show as an ecchi or a hentai in a completely serious manner.
Yeah.
That
Just
was
a couple
funny.
times ago, I think.
Yeah. Okay, streaming really puts content creation into perspective. Most people can only bear quality videos, but they say streaming is easy. I'm so contrary that I make streams a complete experience, but I hate quality. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, it's
Streaming is easy to do. That doesn't mean it's easy to make it good.
exactly. It's easy to do, which is why I keep doing it, but like to make it good and
That
interesting,
doesn't mean it's good.
that's hard. That's
It
yeah.
justifies Brandon taking forever on a video. He goes, I'm still working. I stream.
Not really. And in fact, it's the opposite. I feel guilty every time I show up to a stream. It's like, oh, I should be working my video right now. Or, oh, another stream. I should have released another video by this point. So I just feel like it's kind of one of those situations where
2024
it's just,
people.
where it's just like, but like I kind of already scheduled it, so I gotta show up anyways, and like you gotta be consistent when it comes to streaming. That's the other thing. Like a lot of the advice out there when it comes to streaming is just like, you know, have a proper schedule,
Be
be
yourself.
consistent, keep it. But that's what I'm doing. I'm being myself. But like that's I don't know. That doesn't seem
No
to
one
be
wants
enough.
to see yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Notaku.
That wasn't directed at you. I meant everyone.
What do you mean, everyone? Oh yeah, that's true. Not everyone wants to see
Everyone
me
says
myself.
be
So
yourself, but no one wants to see yourself. You gotta be
That's
an
true.
exaggerated version of yourself.
well, yeah, that's kind of yeah.
I
Well,
wasn't trying to say no one wants to see.
Does this mean this is an exaggerated person of Notaku we've all been seeing? Or is this Notaku now?
Yeah.
I
of course.
sure hope
I mean,
so.
this is
Usually
just
I
how
like
I'd
private.
sound when I'm talking to friends, honestly. Like, I don't think I'm particularly exaggerating myself, but like, I am more exaggerated now than I am like usually in real life. But that's because in real life I'm not usually talking with friends and stuff. So, yeah, this is just how I am.
I wasn't trying to say no one cares.
It's okay.
No one wants to see you,
No
Brandon.
one wants to see you, Brandon. It's like, oh, okay,
You sounded actually hurt when I said that. It's not like that.
okay.
Eh, Notaku's
Thanks for-
bullying
yeah.
again.
It's just like I'm perfectly.
Most hurt
It's
I've
like
heard him all stream.
it's like it's fine for it's like it's fine when I'm insulting Brandon over stuff where he's like, no, I'm gonna fight back and stuff. But when he's like, oh, okay, and then it's like, oh wait, no,
He
I
sounded
think
so genuinely hurt.
he's actually hurt now.
I meant you as an anyone. not
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Brandon.
That's true. No, not everyone's gonna like you, and that's fine. But like, honestly, for me, I think the live chat is what makes stream fun. The fact that you're able to talk to other people watching and the person behind the camera is so cool. Yeah, that's a lot. But that's not really inherent to me or like what I can improve and stuff. That's just live streaming in general. Brandon, what
That's
exactly?
why I don't like watching like big streams most of the time. I like watching like streamers with like one viewer, because then I can just talk to and meet new people.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And
That's why I
I
don't.
say shit and they gotta interact with me.
Yeah, exactly. Because like that's why usually when I do join a stream, it's usually for someone
don't
who's
say
got.
anything.
You know, it's usually for streamers who have like a more moderate amount of viewers or like a small amount of viewers, because now like I actually know they're gonna see my message and stuff, and we'll be able to interact. Whereas if it's just a massive streamer or something, like some of the top Niji Sanji or Hololive VTubers
Commenting
and stuff like
just
that,
doesn't make
there's
any
not really
sense.
it's not really gonna do anything. I can type as much as I want. It's not really gonna be noticed. It's just gonna be drowned out by all the hundreds of other chat that's going. So like it's like
I mean, it could be a brilliant comment that's super amazing, but just the fact that just no one will see it just because no one will see
yeah,
it.
or like I didn't time it right or something. That's why people need to donate, so that you know people will actually see it. But like yeah, that's it's not really something that I'm like super interested in doing. That's why I usually just watch clips. Maybe I should be uploading clips more. Maybe that's like.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work, but like at the same time, I feel like that's kind of the main way I would be able to grow my streaming thing right now, since you know, it's just kind of stayed pretty consistent, kind of the same for a lot of this, which is cool. I'm like, I'm just glad that people aren't like dropping out and stuff. It, you know, is a great thing in itself, but at the same time, like, how exactly do streamers grow? Because like I've already got like. What are different ways you do that? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, a good stream is simply one that engages the audience. What that means to you is entirely subjective. Yeah. Yeah, plus you have the added benefit of inside jokes and making fun of Brandis. Yeah, stream
Making
title.
fun of Brandon's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of why I let it happen, because like I know it's a fun thing, and whatever's fun, it's fun.
And he's a masochist.
And
Wait, Brandon's a masochist? I thought
He
I
has
was
admitted
a
this
masochist.
several.
I thought this was
He has
common
admitted
Nah,
it
I'm
several
not.
times in
Okay,
the chat.
if I'm actually being
Yeah.
honest, if
This
I'm
is
actually
news to
being
me.
honest, I'm not a masochist, but I play the part sometimes because I think it'd be funny. But like, I actually still get hurt when people insult me in really
Yeah,
in
that's what I
some
thought.
ways. But like when it's just something over that's like just something totally inconsequential and stuff, I just go yeah. Because sometimes not because I like them insulting me, but because I just like watching people get mad sometimes at something that I said because it's funny. But that I'm not necessarily a masochist.
You lied to me, Darkness. That's what I
He's-
thought it was. But you
He-
lied
he's a
to
masochist.
me.
You're,
No, he's
you
not.
say
I
you're a masochist.
I might be a little bit of a
I am.
masochist
I
because when it
definitely
comes because like I wouldn't you know like do a lot of unnecessary stuff or like just do stuff like with my videos and stuff. It's like why would you do that? Why would you put so much effort into that? It's like because I
Oh,
wanted
no.
to. It's like maybe
He's
I'm a little bit of
awake.
a
Oh, great, guys. Unknown's here.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh guys, oh no.
Hey, unknown. Scroll back. We
All
insulted
right,
you
I
at
think
one
this is a
point.
good
Now go
time
find
to
it.
end.
And the stream arguing about jobs and only having gone through 1/10 of the stakes by skipping through most of them after 2 hours. Okay, now I gotta know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I legitimately don't. Because like in my opinion, like I don't know. I just find it more enjoyable to go on side tangents and stuff and talk about whatever the conversation is about and stuff, kind of like a podcast. But like, are people actually getting pissed off and want us to go back to the hot takes at some point? Because like I don't know, what I'm talking about is still
Sure,
interesting
as
to
long as
me.
it's reasonable amount of time, it's good.
It's still interesting to me though. Like honestly, it's kind of more interesting to me than the actual hot takes themselves. So I don't know. Like, but like obviously the viewers, it'd be a different experience. I don't know. Maybe I just like
Depends on the
talking.
person too.
You just like hearing yourself talk, Brandon.
Yeah, I do like hearing myself talk.
This entire channel is built off of that.
Being yeah,
Brand-
exactly.
His name is
But,
Brandon Doss.
yeah, exactly. Just living true to the name.
Should be
But
Brandon Ramble.
Brandon
Brandon
Rambles.
never shuts
Wait
up.
a second. I know, guys, I figured it out.
What?
I know what the R stands for. Brandon Ramble Talks.
We already discussed this months ago. He rarely watches anime.
That's basically the canon here. Being in a sub 100 viewer chat is like talking in a Discord chat, but with a viewer talking about it live. Yeah, pretty much. I just sometimes when people we go on this huge side chat tangent and stuff, and like a lot of people are talking in chat, and I don't have the time to read through all of it. Maybe that's when people start getting annoyed. Would I be correct in saying that?
What you gotta do is put a
Okay.
timer on Notaku.
Okay,
Why
I'd say it's
do I
good
have a
just not
timer?
take 1 hour on a side tangent. Okay, if I ever go on a side tangent and you guys feel like, okay, this is going for too long, just let me know. Just go, Brandon, move on to the next take. I mean, I feel like you're already
did
doing that.
several times. You
Yeah,
ignored
but
the
so
chat.
keep doing that. Keep doing
Tried
that.
to segue into takes.
You don't listen very well.
Yeah, well, you guys don't, because sometimes I don't read it. If you guys were to bring it up and stuff, I go, oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat, and then I go back to the take. But like, okay.
Okay, Brandon.
Okay, it's not chat's fault. It's like it's just my fault for not looking at chat.
No,
I
it is
suppose.
Chat's fault. Chat's fault.
Okay,
I will be more forceful next time. I will
Sorry,
hold you at
Brandon
gunpoint.
Hughes, but that was a huge debate that needed to be happening for the hot takes.
honestly, the reason I was so fine, the reason I was so fine with going on this huge Titanic is because we just didn't get many actual submissions at first. So I'm gonna end submissions now
Now
because like
there's 50 plus.
now there's 50 plus.
Oh, that sounds like a lot to me.
That is.
It is now.
more than 20. which is
Before
what we
there was
started with.
before there was like 18. So yeah, you could understand why I wanted to like talk about other stuff first because I knew this is gonna take ages, and like it's like we're gonna go through these really quickly. So okay, now there are more good underrated / lesser known anime than good mainstream anime.
I guess it depends on your.
It's hard to tell.
definition.
Honestly,
There's always
because-
more gems to uncover.
That is true.
yeah, that's
Like,
true.
Suka.
I
Oh my
feel like
God, Suka,
purely
Suka.
by us not
Shit, it's
knowing
fucking
about them,
great.
we kind of got to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Fruit of
So-
Grisaya. Oh my God, Fruit of Grisaya.
I
Everyone,
bet this was.
watch Fruit of Grisaya.
I bet this
Listen
is.
to me.
Let's
I bet this was
Grisaya.
Jameson, the damned
And more like the
hipster.
Tommy Galaxy.
I say it every time. Watch the Fruit of Grisaya, you fuckers. Just fucking watch it. All of season 1.
Mm.
It's gonna be boring for a while. Just fucking watch it. The whole thing. I promise you, it'll be worth it.
I don't
Okay.
think we should watch it. I don't think we should watch it.
Darkness, I am going to kick
Okay.
you.
What if we
me.
dedicated an entire stream to like side tangents and stuff? Like, what if there were no
We
submissions?
should dedicate an entire stream to the Fruit of Grisaya.
No, like seriously, would it be a different story if the entire point of the stream was us going on side tangents? Like, we just come up with our own topics to talk about and talk about that with the entire stream and talk with chat
Then
about it.
we'd go on side tangents of side tangents.
Yeah, but like that's
And
what
nobody
people
would
signed
know
up
what's
for.
going on.
No, it's actually right. That's basically a podcast.
That's literally a podcast. That's basically what it is.
Technicalities.
Okay. I don't know about that. Some
See?
underrated anime aren't actually
Jammers
underrated.
is backing me up. Fruit of Grisaya, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
cool.
fuckers.
But yeah, that's
Watch
true.
it.
Some
It's good.
anime are underrated just because they're not good. So you know, not
crazy.
always. But like, it's just a case by case scenario. Honestly, it's just a case by case scenario. Okay, Tanya the Evil is the best anime ever made.
Wrong. Move on.
I feel like that's
bad.
just
A bit of an
wrong.
exaggeration.
It was good, but it wasn't the best.
it was the-
I feel
It
like
was
I'd
the
inherently.
Tanya simp.
I feel like I'd inherently disagree with any take that says this anime is the best anime that ever made, even if it was my favorite anime. It's like, nah, because like you can't really say that about anything.
That up 100%.
Yeah, exactly. If it's my favorite, it's like sure, anyone can decide that. But like the best ever, like I feel like that you just say I was like, oh yeah, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the best anime ever made. But it's like, isn't that like a lot of people just kind of think it's mid as well? So I don't know.
Some people just have terrible taste, like you, Brandon.
Okay, the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter is unnecessarily wrong and is too overrated. Hope this is original. Okay, that is certainly an original take, and I'm
I
glad
have a
you.
confession to make real quick.
Yep.
Every time I
ahead.
see the abbreviation HXH, Hunter x Hunter,
Oh,
that's what
no.
it is, right?
Okay,
No,
where's
You
this
think
going?
of Kiss Access, I bet.
Where's it
no,
going?
I think of Hybrid X Heart.
Is that an ecchi anime?
That is an understatement, Brandon.
It's a
It
hentai.
is basically a goddamn porno.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Let's go back to the actual
We went
take.
So long. And then this came up. This is so sad.
Okay, let's go back to the actual take now.
I get confused.
It's
every
Chimera
time.
Ants. It's the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter is unnecessarily long and is too overrated. I do partly agree with this. It does kind of drag towards the beginning, especially, But the further it goes on, the more interesting it gets. And by the time it's finished, you kind of look back on everything and go, dang, that was a masterpiece. So like, I feel like it was 100% worth it in the end. Like, I wouldn't say all of it's too long or like drags a bit. It just, pacing wise, it drags a bit towards the more of the beginning, but it's setting a lot of stuff up. And it's basically trying to do something entirely different from what most of Hunter x Hunter was doing up until this point. So, you know, I can see why you'd think that though, because like it's definitely something that like it's probably the most common complaint about that arc, to be honest. Anyone else got any opinions on that?
No, I just want to say, speaking of Hunter x Hunter, don't forget Killua. She also wants Nickel Brandon.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing. It's not something they themselves wanted. You just paid them to say it.
No, I paid them to write it.
Exactly.
As for your information, other Brandon, it was not a hentai. Technically it was
not a hentai.
just an ecchi.
So
Yes,
it's very
it was an ecchi.
overboard ecchi in that case.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean you can't meet your mom now?
What?
He
No, because
mentioned
it was
hentai.
ecchi. It's fine. It's ecchi. It's not hentai. It's ecchi.
Okay, yeah, Hunter
Skating the line
Hunter Chimera arc is definitely slow, but I do think that the time spent on everything was worth it. Yeah, agreed. I definitely think like towards the final like sequence in the castle and stuff, that was like probably peak Hunter x Hunter, like especially when it got to the real like big moments and stuff. Like, bro, that is like actual peak Hunter x Hunter. So, have you guys seen Hunter x Hunter? No, Taku, what about you?
No. Brandon, I literally just told you what I think of when I think of HXH.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that like
So do you think I've seen it?
You could, yeah, but like even if you did see it, I feel like your brain will automatically revert to the ecchi anime regardless.
I guess you got a point, but no, I have not seen it.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter's pretty big though. It's like, okay, what about you guys? What about the rest of you guys?
I actually haven't seen it.
That's
I literally
you,
went to
Shadow?
her signing.
Me.
Sorry, what? Shadow, what
That's a
about you?
big nope from me.
Only Brandon.
So what happened to me not watching anime, and then you get one of the most one of the most well-respected greatest anime ever. I feel like I'm in the wrong community, to be honest. I feel like I'm in the wrong friend group because you guys say that I don't watch anime, but I do. It's just not the
It's
ones
overrated.
it's just not the
It's
ones
just
that
another
you're used
shonen.
to. It's not another shonen. Did you even try watching it?
Hunter x Hunter.
I'm someone.
I just haven't yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
somewhat-
get to it eventually.
I'll get to it when you get to Code Geass, okay?
Sure. Yeah, sure. But like, so long as you intend to watch it eventually, it's fine. But like,
I'm interested in
as
them.
someone who like just has no interest in shonen in general, I will say that Hunter x Hunter actually interested me. I was like, dang, this is actually a really interesting story. I feel like this is actually really smart how it does it. Yeah, cool. But like, yeah, that's basically what it was like for me. You know, that's reasonable. Chainsaw Man is good, but like, Hunter x Hunter is also really good, and I started watching it, and I thought, like, this is actually super interesting. I just love the author's writing style, because like, I don't know what it is, but the way Togashi, the author for it, writes everything feels very different from most shonen anime. It has its own distinct feel. Like, okay, this has its own vibe to it, like, and like, it's actually super interesting. It kind of reminds me of Death Note in some ways, but at the same time, it's also very different from that. So, but like, I just love the writing in that show and the way the author writes everything. So yeah, let's just move on.
Okay.
But seriously, out of all of you, not a single one of you have watched like one of the top anime to be there. It's kind of surprising. I thought at least one of you would have, like, considering you guys are supposed to be anime connoisseurs and I'm not. So why?
Whoa! When have I said
good.
that? I
Never
just say you haven't
claimed
you don't
that.
watch anime.
I just watch a lot.
Yeah, if you're the people who watch a lot of
Doesn't
anime,
mean I
then
watch
it's like,
good things.
I think I have the least amount of anime out of everyone. Minus you, Brandon.
yeah, but I'd rather watch
Yeah, of
good
course.
anime than a lot of trash anime. Just saying.
No,
Dude,
that's just
K-On!
that's just
and the
wrong.
Melancholy. K-On! And the Melancholy. I think he's talking about Haruhi Suzumiya, but
Yeah.
K-On! And the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya are what started the moe slice of life genre, but Hibiki Euphonium, Sound Euphonium, is what perfected it. It's purely been overshadowed by everything else because K-On! Was so groundbreaking, when in reality, Hibiki is the best thing to come out of Kyoto Animation. I actually gotta check that show out. I am super interested in watching that. Because, like, when I first watched K-On!, I was thinking, it's like, yeah, this is cute and stuff, but, like, I kind of, like, actually want, like, more band stuff and music stuff where they actually focus on that, like, from a plot perspective, and...
Then you should watch Hibiki Euphonium.
Yeah, so that's why I was interested in it. I was like, yeah, this show actually seems super interesting, because, like, I know I'd probably like it. And, you know, it's Kyoto Animation, and Kyoto Animation is GOAT, so,
I wouldn't
I
say
don't
it's the
watch.
best thing to come out of Kyoto Animation.
yeah, but I still know it's going to be good, probably.
I really have never really watched any music anime.
I mean, I'm not really watching it for the
I don't
music.
really
I
watch
meant
moe
it.
stuff in general.
Yeah, but like
Well,
that's
me
fine.
too.
I don't either. But like, it's it's less about the music that's playing, but more about the fact that they actually like focus on the main plot. You know what I mean? Like, there's an actual plot there. They have a goal, and they're actually going to, you know, do that and focus on that. So whether that focus is on music or something else, because with K-On! It's like, hey, it's like, yeah, there's a band there, but that's not the focus of it. Like, that's kind of just a background thing. Well, most of it is just them talking and having tea and cakes or whatever. Which is fine. It's its own thing.
I really
but, like,
enjoyed it, but that might be a me thing because I also play the euphonium.
What's
Yeah,
a
okay.
euphonium?
It's like a tuba, but smaller.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Cool.
Why don't you just play a tuba?
I did.
But he didn't
really
like it as
crushed
much.
me.
Okay, but like... Okay. But like, the best thing to come out of Kyoto Anime is a very big claim, since they also made Clannad and A Silent Voice. Yeah, that is true. There's also a lot of competition there. A Silent Voice, like, is gonna be pretty hard to top, in my opinion. But I'm still gonna check it out. This is, we are talking about music. My hot take is that I wasn't interested in music at all in Ya Boy Kongming, but I was during Bochi. Yeah, Bochi had some pretty good music. Yeah. But yeah, I think we can
Are you
move
gonna
on to
show
next
them that Bochi picture I sent you?
No.
I
Cough,
can
cough.
say
It's
this.
an etchy
Not
pick.
good.
It's an etchy pick.
It's safe for work.
It's an etchy
I
pick.
can get a lot of hate for this, but I still haven't watched Bochi just because music anime, and I'm just not interested.
I mean, that's fine.
The only thing interesting
I don't think
in
anyone
it was
should
that
hate you
one
for that. It's not really a music anime. Like, whenever there's a part where they're about to play music but it's not plot related, it just skips over it. It just shows them playing the first note and then it moves on to the rest of the story. So, like, that's kind of why I liked it, because it wasn't really a... Like, yeah, it still is part of the
Bye-bye,
genre of
Go-Go.
cute girls doing cute things and stuff, but I feel like that's like... It's probably one of those few shows that, like, even if you're not into the genre, you'd still be able to enjoy it. That's kind of what it did for a lot of people. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, even Gigak and stuff, he's just like, I have no interest in this genre whatsoever, but I watched Bochi and loved it. Like, just because, like, because it was really funny, and because the main character was so relatable. Just because of a lot of those things, and how well it portrayed her anxiety throughout. That's really what a lot of it's about. It's not about the music. It's about the main character's portrayal of social anxiety and the jokes that comes through that. Because you watch that and go, wow, this is true. I get it. I totally get that. And that's what a lot of it's about.
Yeah, Bochi is really not about the music.
Yeah, exactly. It's really not about the music. If you're watching it for the music, then it's like, yeah, it's there, but like, it's not the main reason.
2 out of 10.
You do not watch Bochi the Rock for ecchi. God damn it, no Taku.
That's I just said. not
Notaku
enough.
watches.
Yep.
Notaku watches only anime for the etchy.
Yeah. God, imagine watching anime
I like
only
my
for the ecchi.
waifus. What can I say?
Yeah, but like, just
You have no shortage of anime.
you don't want to watch
need to-
quality anime either without ecchi.
Just talk to Plague,
I do.
Professor Plague. He'll hook you up. Notaku.
Oh, I love that dude. He's the best.
Yep.
He is.
Okay.
You got-
Me and him are bros.
No. Okay.
We spent a good like 30 minutes talking about our love for Masterpiece. Speaking of,
Yeah.
okay,
Cool.
I-
No. Wait. No. Shut up. No. We're not going
on.
about Masterpiece. Next take.
Hold on, I do
Next
have something
take.
to say though. I was originally making a joke about bringing it up, right? I was joking about bringing up Masterpiece, all right?
Yeah.
Then I remembered, all right? They released a sequel
Oops.
to Masterpiece, Right?
Oh yeah, I heard
Oh,
Connor talking
Masterpiece
about that
three?
actually. He talked about that on
3-piece.
stream.
It
Repeat?
fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It was goddamn horrible. I mean, on its own, it was probably pretty decent, but like in comparison to the original
Yeah.
masterpiece, it was hot garbage, man. It was hot garbage. I mean, it was amazing because it focused on the mom, and she was my favorite character, right? And the scenes were, I mean, on their own, the plot was pretty good on its own. It's just the animation it just wasn't there. It just didn't.
Yeah, I heard a lot of
Didn't feel
people.
right.
Surprisingly,
It
I
just-
actually
it
heard about
sucked.
that. Like,
It's so under. Yeah.
yeah, I remember.
It made me super sad.
Yeah, you know Connor, right? Like, Connor from Trash Taste.
Yes.
Yeah. He was just like, he actually likes Masterpiece as well. I was like, oh, okay. And he actually went on to talk about that, how there was a sequel and stuff, and how badly it sucked. He also talked about it on stream. So it's like, that's how I found it. I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Doc, you need to be
It
paying
was
attention to
so
Discord.
disappointing.
Okay.
What?
That's cool.
You gotta pay attention to Discord.
Okay.
I did. I got rid of it.
Okay, this person says, nearly all anime I watch, I rate over a 7. Most of the time, an anime has something to enjoy. Honestly, kind of same. Like, I usually don't rate an anime below a 7, pretty much.
See,
I stopped rating altogether.
Like,
I never started.
I never rate.
Yeah, but like, usually when I do...
But I do think that most anime has something to enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
Usually...
Not all.
You
I don't
say
know.
that, but yeah, you don't shit talking isekai, Brandon. So you be quiet.
Yeah, because I don't watch it. I no, I mean, like, I should talk it, which is why I don't watch it, so I don't rate it.
Right.
If I did watch a bunch of them, I'd probably...
Which is why you don't watch it, not the other way around.
No. I watched a
That
few.
is so backwards.
No. I watched a few. I get a general feel of what the genre is about. I already know what a lot of the tropes are, so I choose not to watch more of it, which is why most of them I don't rate. I can't rate because I don't watch, because they all just sound inherently boring to me. And from a lot of the stuff that people talk about happens in it, it's like, yeah, none of this interests me in the slightest. So...
I just want to throw out a reminder to everyone. Brandon has watched Arrow Manga Sensei.
Yeah, and guess what? That's one of the few anime that I will rated below a 7. Like, usually it takes something bad
6.5,
for
is
me.
that what you
You
gave it?
rated it a 6.
Usually it takes something bad for me to rate it below a 7. I couldn't even... After the first 3 episodes, I just stopped. It just wasn't good, so there's that. What do you mean you can't
Imagine
properly
rating
judge
a
it? I
show
think
only
I can
watching
properly
the
judge.
first 3
I think I can
episodes.
properly judge it after the first 3 episodes. It was
No, you gotta finish it. Apparently, they want you to finish it.
like, is it like,
Finish it
does it?
on
Okay, now I
stream.
gotta ask. Does it change along the way,
I
or is
don't
it
know.
mostly
I
just
don't
the
know.
same?
I don't know.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, so
Episode
I don't
4.
know.
I
Yeah,
haven't
you
seen
only
it.
watched the first 3 episodes just like me, which is why you only wanted me to watch the first 3 episodes. But like, honestly, I don't know. I think some people might have mentioned about it getting worse later on or something. Honestly, the main reason I started it was because I wanted to see how bad it was. But it wasn't bad in a kind of entertaining way. It was just kind of bad in a boring kind of way. Like, oh, I
man,
can't
I love-
really tear into this. I can't really say anything funny about it. It's just bad. Okay.
I love Dumpster Fires, and even I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that's
It
why I
was-
stopped it.
Yeah.
Like, I was just,
It was
oh,
so bad.
that's
It's
it.
the only anime I felt the need to put on my anime list as dropped.
Yeah,
I
I
drop a
dropped
lot
it
of
as well.
anime.
I just couldn't, just like,
No.
yeah,
No,
because like,
What was,
I'd love
like
to
that
be
was
able to
great.
make, because like, I had an entire idea and stuff, right? Like, where I was gonna do an entire parody thing for like April Fools or something, where I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd be talking about Arrow Manga Sensei in a clearly parody way, but it doesn't give me any material to work with. There's almost nothing. It's just empty. So I'm just watching it. It's like, oh, I can't watch this. I just stopped. So I can't
Have
really
I
do
talked about
anything.
my hatred for shotas?
You hate Shota?
Shota?
I think
Yeah.
you're talking about Shota.
Yeah. What I just said.
Like little boys?
Yes.
Okay. No,
I
I,
mean-
don't think you have.
I don't think
haven't.
do we really need to talk about that here? We can just move on to the
Well,
next
if I
tape.
haven't, I might as well.
that's a Discord conversation.
Yeah, that's a Discord conversation though, Taki. Let's keep that off
We've
stream.
had much worse here.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep it
We're
going.
trying not to, though.
Yeah, exactly. If a show is bad in the first 3 episodes, there's a high chance it's a bad show. I mean, yeah, obviously there are some exceptions, but generally you hear about those. Like, no, I swear it gets better after the first 3 episodes. But usually, in most cases, in general cases, if it's bad in the first 3 episodes, there's a very low likelihood of it improving later on or anything. And like, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on.
Gotta do it.
The main girl of Your Lie in April is so insufferable that I could never feel sad about anything bad that happened to her. Okay. I feel...
Great.
Yeah, that's something you brought up before. But I feel like when it comes to me, because like, I usually... A lot of girls that people
Did
say,
you watch
"Oh my
it? I
god."
thought you didn't watch it.
No, I haven't. But like, this is a lot of times where people say like, "Oh my god, this girl character is so insufferable." I usually just watch them and think, "No, they're fine." Like you got annoyed at Minori, but I loved Minori. I thought she was great. And like a lot of people, thought Gabby from Attack on Titan was annoying. I thought she was cool. I thought she was a good character.
I didn't mind Gabby.
Yeah, so like
I think people only hate Gabby because of what she did.
yeah, that's understandable, but like I still think she was like I can still be sad at the situation without getting sad at her specifically. Like that was just a sad thing that happened in the show in general. Like yeah, it was her fault, but like I'd say she was pretty justified in her own head as well, and I could understand why. So I didn't really hate her, and a lot of characters that people find, oh my god, this character is so insufferable and annoying and stuff. I don't really get annoyed at them, so I don't know. I probably end up liking her.
She wasn't super bad, but I didn't really like care for her. I didn't dislike her per se. I just didn't really care for her.
Yeah,
it's indifferent.
That's fine.
She's like okay.
But it says, do not get Brandon to watch.
You can tell what was gonna happen from the beginning. It
Yeah.
just didn't really. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Wasn't sad.
I'm curious to see how I would react to it though, because I could also react the same as like, I already knew she was, the sad thing was going to happen. So like, but I might also go, wow, it was just so sad regardless, and I like that. I don't know. It's up in the air for now. Next one.
That's what it was like in Pancreas. I want to eat your pancreas.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that one is also really good. I've heard about that one.
It was.
I want to eat your pancreas.
You would
Strange
like it.
title though, but yeah, I actually heard about it when it was first coming out. I was like, ooh, that's a pretty strange title, but it kind of seemed a bit similar to the other movies that were coming out, like Your Name and A Silent Voice and stuff like that. So I'd probably like it.
It was really good. You're gonna.
Oh,
you would
Wolf
love
Children
it,
is. Oh, Wolf Children also. Yeah, I'd probably enjoy it. But Wolf Children is also a great movie. Watch that as well. It was very like.
Are they wolves?
Kind of. The Wolf Children.
Were they
So like.
raised by wolves?
No. The mom, okay, it's basically kind of an allegory for parenthood in general, but like on twice the difficulty, because they can also turn into wolves at basically any
Wolves are
moment.
werewolves.
Yeah, kind of. Not at the full moon, just like whenever they choose to be. But like they've got to be able to like hide it from general society. And it's especially hard when they're children because they're the ones who are in control of that, and like anything could just happen. So there was a lot of like, even though a lot of the movie like it takes place like out in the it's pretty relaxing vibes, there's still that kind of subtle undergoing tension beyond underneath all of it, because like you never know when these kids are going to be in danger. You never know when something bad's going to happen. You don't, because like you kind of feel you kind of put into the situation of the mother who's like, I got to take care of these kids and I have no idea how. So, and that's kind of what a lot of the movie is about, and I really like that.
That's what it was like in Listen to Me, Girls, I'm Your Father.
What's that?
An anime.
It sounds vaguely
Based on the
familiar.
name, I don't want to know what it is.
I've never heard of that before ever. So,
Vaguely familiar.
but yeah, watch Wolf Children. If I even convinced one
Yeah, I
person
know
during the
obscure
stream.
things too, guys. Jeez.
Okay, but yeah, if there is one thing that I recommend people to watch, like definitely that. It's a great movie. Deserves just as much attention as A Silent Voice and Your Name, in my opinion. So, just like shout out to a great anime movie. Okay. And like, yeah, and the character development in that movie is also really, really good. Just like, I just love how all the characters develop, and you just feel so much for the mom. She's just a great character, and yeah.
Is she a hot mom?
Up
answer
to
that.
you. You can just look it up yourself.
Is she a... No,
The
I
art
really
style,
can't, Brandon.
the art style isn't really about that. But it just, it's just a good movie, okay?
Is she a MILF?
I feel bad for the FBI agent that has an otaku as
Yeah. It's like, God, does this
It's
does this
illegal.
child talk about anything else? Like, like no, he's like, he can't. He's not gonna do anything about it because he's not talking about anything illegal. But it's like, God, this is just a pain to listen to. Okay, which movie are we talking about? Wolf Children. It's an again. I'll say the title
That's a
again.
movie?
It's called Wolf Children. Yes, it's an anime movie. It's a really good movie. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll just write that down, everyone. Wolf Children, great movie.
I don't
Okay,
have a pen.
type it down, whatever.
I got
Embed it into your memories.
Okay.
Okay, Rudius is a great protagonist, and Rudius is a terrible person are both true and need to stop being used as counterpoints against one another. They're not mutually exclusive. Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
I agree.
Fact.
Everyone can
Yeah,
agree.
That's what makes
feel-
them great. It is flawed.
I feel like that's kind of the. I feel like the only people who dismiss that argument are the people who haven't watched it, or like the people who really don't like the show at all. Like, but like pretty much most people who've watched the show and like understand it, you'd be able to figure out really easily that he's a good protagonist because he's a terrible person, and you're not supposed to like the things that he's doing. But like at the same time, that's also, it plays a part in making him a good protagonist and well written. So yeah.
And then we cringe.
And then we cringe. The FBI agent shaking my head. This guy disgusts me. Too bad I can't do anything about him. No Taku. Okay, next
I
one.
didn't do nothing. I'm being a good boy.
Yeah, you're being a good boy.
How much you want to bet on that one?
I was like, hey, Notaku's mom, is Notaku a good boy? Don't ask that
I'll
question.
find- I'll find
what
her
you
on
don't know.
Cameo.
My
Oh, no.
parents don't know about this stuff. We've been over this, Brandon, so they don't know about it.
Yeah, that's true. So, how would they react if they were to find out about it? That's a bit
I
of an
don't wanna
evil
think
thought.
about
I don't want to think about it, actually.
I don't know. That sounds like a painful thought.
If we had
Yeah.
to send him one clip, which one would make his parents the most ashamed?
The one where
Oh
we're
my
the,
God, that is actually a good question. I would like to see someone find the worst clip of me.
yeah,
saying
what is the
something just-
worst possible
just
clip?
bad? What's the worst
Probably
thing I can show my
the
parents
most
that I've said?
the worst one. Probably that time you first were talking about Masterpiece, and you talked about the scene with the mom, and you straight up said it made me come, and I was like, bro, are
No,
you kidding me?
I didn't say it. No, I said it made me want to.
You still said it, the word.
different.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's probably the worst thing that you could show to your parents. Out of all of them, probably the worst one. Either that, or that time we were having a completely serious discussion about what distinguishes between an ecchi or a hentai. Those are probably like some of the worst ones.
If we go into the Discord, we can find even better examples.
Oh yes. Lol, Brandon has good memory.
Hitler, Brandon bot. That was fun.
Hitler Brandon was amazing. That was the funniest thing. For anyone who wasn't there, basically someone made a Brandon bot, and like it wasn't it was supposed to be. It was just based on ChatGPT. It was just an AI bot and stuff, and everyone was just mucking with it. And Notaku's just like, I'm gonna break it. So he just went around. He just kept asking it really questions and making it do the stupidest things and say the stupidest things. He eventually turned it into Hitler bot, and it made it stop.
I broke it.
He broke it. It was the funniest thing. But yeah. So yeah. Okay, next take. Crunchyroll sucks as an anime app. I don't think
Yes.
that's a hot take. I
Agreed,
feel like that's
yes.
everyone's complaining about Crunchyroll. Oh my god, Crunchyroll just.
Everyone needs to stop complaining about Crunchyroll, man.
I feel like
bad.
I
Crunchyroll.
still use it,
Bad.
but I need it.
Crunchyroll is the best
Actually, I don't
anime
think I've
app.
ever asked you,
Sailing
Brandon.
the seven
do you?
seas. What?
Do you sail said 7 Seas? I don't
Yes.
think I've asked you.
Well, how do you think I get
Good
the
to
clips
know.
from the anime and stuff? Like, I don't know.
Well, I know you do it for that, but do you watch it when you watch it?
Yeah,
that way?
why not? Like, why is
I don't
there?
know. I thought you're a good boy, and you're like, no, I gotta do it.
Nah,
No,
bro.
Taku, we'll put this into perspective. Even I pirate anime. Come
Even
Well, I
come
knew
on,
that
it's not
much.
even. But
I
like,
knew that
it's
much,
not really
Darkness.
that. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this or not, but it's like because I'm on
Nah.
stream or whatever. But like, it's really not that much of a bad thing. These companies like they just used a lot of their money to make stuff like High Guardian Spice instead of actually supporting the original anime creators. You do a better job of supporting the people who actually made the anime by buying merch from them. That's the real way to support them, or like buying the Blu-rays and stuff like that. If you want to support them, do it through that. But for streaming services, Crunchyroll
like
is
5
just like,
cents.
yeah, exactly. It's like really not going towards them. So I just, yeah. There's that entire meme where it's just like, it's always good to pirate, it's morally correct, because like of the big corporations and stuff, we don't want to let them have too much power and stuff. And you know, I'm not gonna say whether I agree or disagree with that, but you know, I think it's pretty obvious what I would side with.
I don't care if it's morally right or wrong. I'm just broke, man.
Fish's Brandon bot becoming racist was top 10 Discord moments.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Notaku says the most unpredictable stuff when he's activated. Yeah. Okay, next one. Makima is the best girl in Chainsaw Man, and she did nothing wrong in the manga. Okay,
I'm not sure about the manga, but in the anime,
before
she
you...
didn't do shit.
Well, of course she hasn't done anything yet. We're talking about the manga. Nobody's getting mad at Makima from the anime. Nobody's getting mad at Makima from the anime. Don't you worry about that. Everyone who watches the anime and has only watched the anime is gonna get mad. Is not gonna get mad. No, the only people who are getting mad at Makima are the people who have read the manga. I guarantee you, Notaku. Anyone who's an anime only, they're not gonna get mad at Makima. In fact, most of them are simping over.
She was
her.
a goddess.
Like, I'm curious though how Notaku would whether he would change his mind or not, depending on how it goes forward.
You know how
Brandon,
he is.
let me tell you this. I like Esdeath.
Yeah,
You know
but she
how
was
he is.
supposed to be.
Got killed.
Yeah, but like, isn't she like a kind of bad guy already? Like,
As death,
Kind
as
of.
the
saying kind of
Only
like a
kind
bad
of?
guy is like, yeah, the world's biggest understatement.
yeah, okay, but like you gotta you gotta understand that there's a bit of a difference between simply being, because like there are plenty of villain characters that people simp over, like they're everywhere. That's not what I don't think that's the specific thing that people are getting mad over Makima over. I think what the reason they're getting mad over is because of the way it happens and something specific that she does. Because I think with enough, if it's bad enough, you could change your mind on it, and it could be enough to make you think it's like, I can't help but think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's unlikely. When it comes to Notaku, it's unlikely, but there's always the possibility.
Okay, we gotta find that. When it comes to Notaku, unlikely. When it comes to a normal person, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna move on because, like, but yeah, I am curious to see how, yeah, obviously spoilers, but like, I'm curious to see how Notaku would react, whenever the anime gets up to that point. I wonder how many seasons Chainsaw Man would need to be.
Oh wait, maybe this is a better. I like Elsa
3.
from Subaru or from ReZero.
Yeah.
So
Dude, are
But,
you
like,
just
that's-
copying my fucking waifu
vowels?
list?
Yeah, but
no, I
but
said
people.
that first. I said it in
People
stream.
are simping over Elsa because they already know she's a bad guy. That was never like, that was always like, oh yeah, she's killing people, that's hot and stuff like that.
Like,
And,
I'm just
nobody,
saying-
I don't think people are getting mad at Makima because she'd be like the bad guy or something, like that, or like because she is evil. It's something else. Like, I can't say what, but like, yeah.
I don't want to say it.
Like Notaku, I'm just saying. You just said as death, which was last week's waifu, and then you say Elsa, which is this week's. Are you just like going down the workout chat, just stealing all my
I've
waifus?
been saying those for streams now, man.
Yeah.
For streams, forever,
Second
man.
Season has just been added.
Okay,
This is
let's
the
go.
best news I've had
Can we
already.
go on now? For the love of God.
I want Elsa
like,
to
people.
hunt for my bowels too. Said Saber.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but like, that's the thing about Elsa. Like, everyone already knows. Like, she's upfront about it. She's a villain. That like, she sliced people up. If you're into that, cool. Nobody's really out there going, oh my god, I hate Elsa so much. She sucks. I hate her so much. You don't
hot.
see anyone say that. And so is Makima. But you still see people hating Makima. So it has to be something more than just that, okay? Just like, actually wait until the part that people are getting mad over gets adopted, and then I'll hear your take on it, okay? Next take. For the love of God, people, stop saying shonen is mid. It's a whole ass demographic.
No.
Shonen is mid.
It's mid.
No,
It's mid.
shonen is mid. One thing that I kind of agree with you guys on. I kind of want to play. It's like not all of them are mid, but like as a genre, I
Conan
kind
is
of
mid.
lost interest in it, honestly. Even
It's
though
mid.
I do hold some feelings towards it, like
That whole
nostalgia
demographic,
towards.
mid.
Not like I did have my thing where it's just like, man, I love my childhood memories of watching Naruto and stuff, and I really enjoyed watching My Hero. And I really enjoyed my memories of watching My Hero Academia and stuff, like the first 3 seasons and
Ooh,
stuff.
can we sing the Pokemon song? That sounds fun.
That's how you get sued. Pokemon
You
don't
guys
fuck
know it?
around.
Wait a second, wait,
guys
would
know
we
it?
get
Don't
would
think
we get
there's a
copyright
single
claim?
person who doesn't know it.
Not if we sing
Oh,
it.
hell,
without
You
music.
can fight
We
it.
don't need the background music. We can just sing it.
Yeah.
Do you guys
You
wanna?
guys are
Wait.
mid.
I could do it. Oh, wait, okay, but if we do it, all of us gotta sing it, right?
You guys know the second verse?
Okay,
I
let
only know
me
the
do a
first
poll.
verse.
My
Just load it
Google
up on your
buddy
computer.
does.
Just load up the lyrics. Okay, do you want us to sing the Pokemon song? Yes.
Pokemon song.
No.
Is
Come on, let's go.
Continue with the takes. Let's go.
We're going the original, right?
Yeah.
of course.
All
Gotta
right.
catch
All
'em
right.
all.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Someone's got to sing the first note though, so that everyone can actually like follow along, or else we're just all gonna sing it wildly different tunes.
This should be a Brandon thing.
Digimon. Digimon was bad. Get your
Pokemon.
Digimon ass out of here.
Yeah.
We don't accept Digimon here.
Digimon's a rip-off of Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah. No one gives a shit about Digimon.
Okay, we're just gonna sing like the shortened intro.
Garbage out of here.
We're just gonna sing the shortened intro version of it. It doesn't need to necessarily be the entire thing. Just like
It's gotta be the entire thing.
it's
not our first
overwhelmingly yes. Let's go.
Oh, now you listen to
I
a poll.
can't see.
I never did the last poll though.
Yeah, it's 83 to 17.
Wow.
Well, I think that's pretty much decided then. Let's just go. Do you guys would need the lyrics? I can show it.
No,
I got the lyrics. I pulled them up.
Nice.
I got them
Well,
in
I'm
my
gonna-
head.
I'm gonna show them on stream anyways for anyone who does want to follow along. So
It's a
If you read the
sing-along,
lyrics,
guys.
you're a pussy. Just saying.
Hey, do you know how long it's been since I watched Pokemon?
yeah, exactly. So you don't really blame
You
them.
should have that memorized in your brain.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how old or how long ago.
Are we gonna
that
do
was.
it? Are we gonna do it?
Yes.
Okay.
This
This
is gonna be
is,
so
this is
cringe
either
saver.
gonna be very cringe or very wholesome. Shadow,
Very,
are,
very
Shadow,
cringe.
are you gonna join in?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what everyone else's singing range is, so I'm just gonna go towards the middle.
Singing
Okay.
range. Just sing it. I
Okay.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm just gonna start, and you guys gotta follow along, okay? And even if you don't join in, I'm just gonna do it anyways, regardless of the cringe. Okay? Ready, set,
Yeah.
go. I wanna be
wanna-
the
I wanna
very
be
best.
the
Oh wait,
very
sorry,
best.
no.
Like no one.
No, wait, sorry.
Stop.
It's because we're out
are
of
you
sync.
sorry for?
It's all out of sync. We're
Yeah,
all
we're gonna be out of-
singing.
What
Of
did
course
you
it's gonna be out of
expect?
sync.
We gotta sing at the same time.
It's going to be because
It's
Discord.
Discord.
You're never going to be sync.
Yeah.
We're getting
Okay.
your voice after you're already moved on.
Yeah.
This is gonna be hard.
We just gotta come to your house. Give us your location.
Yeah, give us your address.
Fly us to Australia.
I didn't think about that. You know what? Let's just do it
Doesn't matter.
anyways and see what happens.
Just do it
Yeah.
anyway.
It's gonna be like a
Don't
huge echo,
predict your
but we'll
moves.
just predict movements. Okay, I'm just gonna continue singing anyways and try to keep on tempo. Okay, ready, set, go.
Darkness.
I wanna be the
wanna
very
be
best,
very
like no one
No
ever
one
was.
ever was.
To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, you and me. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Yeah, we did it.
No, I gave up halfway. I just
You just
lost
gave
it.
up.
It's too bad.
Barbara
Oh,
Short.
God.
Wait to
It
go
was
back
fun,
and watch
though.
that later.
That's gonna be a.
That was dope.
I should have recorded that or something, but
Hello, background character, and welcome to your daily dose of whatever this is.
I could listen
Today's
to
episode, singing
Cardi B
Pokemon
and
for
my
the
shit would come out
DMCA
more
gods.
musical than this. If someone clipped this, you're a legend.
Someone had to clip it.
I came here and now my ears are bleeding.
I don't want to be the one that is shit ratting people out, but Darkness, I gotta say, man, you
suck.
What the fuck
I
what the fuck were you doing?
I wasn't even listening because if I
don't
listen to you
care.
guys, I just go out of
It would
sync and
throw you
everything, and it
off.
was just it would throw me off. So
What the fuck were you
I
doing, man? You're like
don't
5
think-
seconds behind.
good,
I
good,
don't sing.
good attempt. I'll give it that.
No, it's
I
not
don't
even about the singing. You were singing
just-
5 seconds behind.
I fucking know. I got stuck. It's fucking Discord, man. I got behind. I'm sorry. You know that.
Damn lag.
No, we're both in sync. What the fuck were you doing?
I don't know. That's
I
why.
don't know. Maybe we could have figured something out. Like if we played the music through Discord or something, and we'd all hear it at the same time.
That would
You
have
have
been
to-
a good
But
idea.
that would probably
Yeah.
would have been a good idea, but you know we've already done it, so let's just move on. Bro had input lag. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
CGI.
Darkness had real life thing.
Yeah.
CGI is fine. It doesn't ruin anime for me, even when crap. I still enjoyed Overlord season 3. I mean, you know,
It doesn't ruin it.
it doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
ruin
I
it
definitely
unless
wouldn't
it's
say
something
that.
so
I
bad to
wouldn't say it's good. But
unless
it
it's
just doesn't
something
ruin
to
it.
the point
Unless
where
the whole
it's
thing is CGI.
like Berserk.
Yeah.
Enter Berserk
Yeah,
or
that 100% ruins it. But
Sega's
like,
Abomination.
I can't even get
Heist.
Berserk.
but like, if it's in regards to if it's just a little bit of background CGI here and there, I feel like it's not really enough to make me get mad at it or anything. Even in Attack on Titan, like they use the CGI Titans. I thought they looked good for the most part. Like, yeah, it was a little
I
rough
never said that Shonen sucked.
We just said shonen is mid.
as a genre, but like.
The genre.
But there are good shonen shows, but yeah, but regardless, yeah, even in Attack on Titan, like with the final season and stuff, like for the first part, it was obviously a little rough because the studio themselves were rushed. So I feel like even if it wasn't CGI's fault, even if they just did hand drawing for the Titans, it'd still look kind of rough because like people would just blame the studio regardless because like they had a studio switch and stuff, and people were gonna get mad. But I feel like in regards to like the CGI Titans and stuff, I think they did a good job. And like, especially in the later seasons where they really had more polish to it and had more time. Because like, the animation's gonna look bad if you're rushed, regardless of what you do. Whether it's CGI or hand-drawn, it's gonna look rushed if it's rushed.
That's I think that was a major issue over season 3 too. They were rushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Overwatch
Overlord.
2 and 3 were just bad. They needed to move on from the fucking lizards. The lizards were dumb.
Lizards? Oh yeah, I heard
I
about
thought you
people
would've-
complaining
I
about
thought
that.
you would have loved the lizards because of that one scene.
If you mention the lizard fucking scene, I'm going to be angry at you. I do
I'm
not
mentioning it.
like watching lizards fuck each other, okay, man? I'm not into that.
Whoa,
Alright, you
what?
like-
Wait a second,
you like
wait,
the
hold on. Wait, were the lizards like anthropomorphic lizards or just lizards?
Anthropomorphic.
They were like, I mean, they
They
looked
literally just-
exactly like lizards, but they stood like people.
Ah. Yeah, I can
you
see
just
why
watch
you
it.
wouldn't be into that. Because if they're just lizards but they're standing on 2 feet and stuff, it's like
The
that's
only
not
human
human
thing about
enough.
them
That's
was
not
they were standing.
like it's a bit different if it's something like Monster Musume and stuff, where there's like they're humans basically,
Oh, no,
but
it was
with
nothing like that.
if it's something like Monster Musume, because like they're basically just humans with monster decorations. Let's be honest, they're not monsters. They're humans with monster decorations.
They're half
Okay,
monsters. They're like
Fine, I thought you would
tigers.
like the shout chair scene at least.
I did like that
Regardless,
scene.
let's move on to the next take. Okay, JoJo has the best
That scene was
openings.
good.
Okay, JoJo. Okay, even though I'm
JoJo had the best openings.
had.
Stone Ocean dropped the ball.
You know, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I actually thought the first Stone Ocean opening was actually pretty good, but but like the one after that, it was just like, yeah, this kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I feel like okay, when it comes to JoJo's as a show, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like on it. But like when it comes to the openings, I actually liked a lot of them, especially like with some of the like earlier stuff. They were really good openings. Some of them were a bit hit or miss for me, but for the most part, they had really good openings.
Battle Tendency has the best JoJo opening.
Yeah, that one's great. One of my favorite ones was Great Days, yeah. Great Days. Great show. Went out, a great opening. Actually, I really liked a lot of the openings from Part 4. They probably had some of my favorite openings, now that I think about it.
Do you know what else has a good opening, Brandon?
What?
Is it
Code
Furuta
Geass.
Kusaya?
Oh yeah, that actually does have a good
Sure,
opening.
do.
I listened to the I saw the OP for Code Geass. The boo.
You watched
not as
the
far as the
opening, but you
OP.
didn't watch the fucking show.
I watched it
far
on
as the OP
YouTube. No.
progress.
I watched the OP on YouTube. How am I? I'm not gonna.
So you watched the opening, saw how good it was, and then you didn't watch the anime?
How is an OP indicative of how good a show is?
That is how I get half
Hey,
of my
sometimes it works. If you
recommendations.
ever watched Guilty Crown, you'll know the OP is better than the actual show.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Because like, I just don't consider an OP to be representative of how good the actual show is. There are plenty of good shows that have mid openings, and plenty of bad shows that have great openings. So it's just like, I
Guilty
thought,
Crown.
oh, that's a good opening, and that's it. But regardless, yeah, JoJo has some pretty good openings. Even if the show itself, like, you know, I'm pretty
Interspecies Reviewers had a pretty good opening.
Oh yeah, that one was great. It sounded like YMCA.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe we were going for.
YMCA. It was just you just want to party listening to that music, like bro. It's just so fun.
You want to do what they do. You want to hip thrust. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, that
Hip-
yeah.
The pelvic thrust, that's what it's called. The pelvic thrust.
Iconic. Okay. Okay, the next one. The rebuild of Evangelion series is better than the original series because the characters are more nuanced and a better story. Okay, has anyone seen?
I've
No,
not seen it.
that's what it says. Series. That's what it says on the text. So
You didn't have to read it out like that.
series. well, I'm
Brandon's
just being
bullying people again.
Sorry, I didn't mean for it to come across as mean. The rebuild
Brandon's
of
being
Evangelion.
mean.
You have
I had to look over and see that it was actually spelled like that.
But you call me for being mean and then proceed to bully me. It's like, okay. Like
We're bullying the bullying. We're standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves.
regardless,
So
what
true.
okay. Have any of you guys seen the rebuild of Evangelion series?
I haven't seen the normal one.
Yeah, I know that, Notaku, but what about you guys?
No.
You said everyone.
I haven't
jeez.
seen the rebuild yet, but I'd assume it's better since they already have a story to work with.
Mm.
But I wouldn't quite say that because it could also be in a situation where it's like, you know, how they could just do the same thing but watered down. That happens plenty of times as well. What about you, Darkness?
I haven't seen it, so can't.
Yeah, okay. I've only
Yes.
seen the original series for Evangelion, so I can't really say whether the rebuild movies are better. I'll probably check them out at some point, but from but to say the characters are more nuanced, because like I did hear that they actually cut out quite a few scenes, especially from the first rebuild movie and stuff like that. So like I feel the characters in the original already had a lot of nuance. Like there is a lot going on behind the psychology behind each of the characters. So it'd be a bit hard to top, especially if it's something where it's like they're cutting out a lot of different scenes and framing them differently and directing them differently. It could change because like the last movie came out and apparently it was a masterpiece. But yeah, at the same time, I just yeah. It's a bit of a strange thing. If I had to guess, I'd probably watch them and think that was good. They added more to the characters in the end, but like I wouldn't say it's necessarily better than the original. I can't say for sure. Cause like, oh look, Notaku, what is your thoughts on stuff that's like?
Wait, you got rid of. Wait, Brandon, you got. Oh,
Yeah.
No, stop
Whoop,
playing.
whoop.
Right, you got rid of your
Huh?
Smasher Pass video.
Nah, Valen still has it. Valen still has it. Don't worry.
I thought you
still
just
has
got
it.
rid of the stream. Yeah, I just found Valen's version of it. I thought
You
you just
ju-
got rid of the stream.
You just realized that now? I
I
privated
just thought
it
you got rid of the
ages
stream.
ago. No. I got
Why'd
rid
you
of
private that?
because
He
okay,
was
honestly,
embarrassed.
no. Okay, in regards to the waifu takes and stuff like that, I still stand by it. It's just that I don't like the version of myself that's in that video. I didn't say the answers confidently enough. I just look at it and see a
Retake
really,
stream?
I see a really like, I just see a really insecure and nervous version of myself, and I don't like that.
That's just you.
No, but I feel like I'm more confident now than I was back then. Ah, crap, the camera.
Yeah, did he die?
Yep, the camera
Brandon's
died.
He died.
I'm dead.
Oh,
Brandon's
there he goes.
dead. Rest in peace, Brandon.
Jim.
Take over, Notaka. Now's your chance.
Now's your
Give me a
chance.
sec.
How? How do I go about doing that?
He's like, you had your chance, and he's just like, how? What do I do? Just like, oh, no.
What am I supposed to do?
Take over, Notaku. It's like, what do I do? Just...
Last time I kicked him trying to take over, that didn't work out very well.
Well, take over
That's
now while you can't
hilarious,
see.
though.
How? What? Do I fly
I'm
over to
basically
Australia?
back
Is
now
that what I gotta
anyways.
do?
Too late. I'm back.
No.
All right, I'm booking a flight right now. I'm heading over.
Uh,
You got a spare room, Brandon?
And yes,
You
you
wanna
wouldn't go. You wouldn't go halvesies on the video.
I can
You're
just
buying a
sleep in
plane
your-
ticket,
your
but you
bed.
wouldn't go halvesies on the video.
sorry, what?
What?
What you
You
said.
didn't ask me to.
You want to go
Also,
halvesies on
I'm
the
broke,
video?
so I
That's
wouldn't.
it.
Okay. Wait, what were we talking about? Sorry, I feel like we were in the middle of talking about something.
Not really. You were probably just
nothing
rambling
about
you were
something,
just you were
probably.
saying you were ashamed of your Smasher Pass.
Oh
video.
yeah, that one, yeah. Basically that. I feel like if I just said the answers more confidently and like was more sure of myself. It was one of my first streams, so I was very nervous at the time. And
Why'd you do that stream so early then?
honestly, I was just trying things out. Cause like at the time I thought, oh, in order to be a good streamer and stuff, you need to
You didn't
keep
even
things...
wait for me. Why didn't you wait for me?
I don't know. I think I already scheduled it, and I wanted you to be a part of it.
I
I
carried
did.
you.
No, I did want you to be a part of it. Is because it would have been more entertaining if you were yelling at me the entire time. But
Because that's what I would have been doing.
so like
Yes.
during the actual stream, my entire mindset wasn't on actually having like good answers and stuff. It was just on how do I keep people from leaving. Well, by having like such by making them angry, I suppose. So that was just my entire thing. Is like, what answer could I provide here that will make it like entertaining or something in some way, whether it's in a positive or negative way. And yeah, that's how it happened. And yeah,
my keyboard died.
obviously, yeah, and like when I wanted, my original plan for the second channel was to go, hey, let's get I'm just going to do the streams and stuff, and I'm going to send them to an editor and get them to edit it, and then I'll just keep doing that for the second channel. But and like that Smash or Pass video was like the first try, but then after that it was like held to production wise, so I just ended up not going through with doing that more consistently, and like yeah.
Do you even have anything on that channel anymore?
Oh yeah.
He's got the grass video.
Oh yeah, the grass video.
I did. Well, yeah, and I also uploaded that new dumb Smash Pass video to kind of replace it, but like, yeah. Aside
It's
from
not
that,
the
there's
same.
nothing. It's not the same. I still wanted to follow through with that idea. I still thought it was a funny idea. I was like, what if you just pass all the waifus and then smash on Speedwagon? So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. This is the new canon.
You just wanted to be wrong and pass on REM again.
That's just what he does.
That's true. I also wanted to pass on REM. It was very satisfying. Regardless, yeah, okay, next take. Every character in Misfit of Demon King Academy is too strong for the Earth. What kind of a take
Yes.
is that? I
That
mean,
was
that just
the
seems like a.
point.
That just
That's the whole
seems.
point.
Are they
That
saying
is
that's
the
a
whole
good
point.
thing or a bad thing? Because that just seems like this making a statement of a fact. So it's not
Yeah.
really. Wait a second.
When you can kill another demon with your heartbeat, yeah, okay.
That
Okay.
was fun.
Oops.
That was that was. That was
Oh
amazing.
yes, keep it ready, keep the camera. Damn.
What
Okay.
happened?
What happened to your face?
It was
Oh no,
great. You
that
should've
was
kept
me
it.
adjusting focus, and it
looked
shows a
like you
pop-up window.
enlarged your face.
Yeah, it shows a pop-up window
Hey,
so that
Brandon.
it's easier to to change
Oh.
focus. But yeah,
That's pretty cool.
but yeah, it looks weird on stream, obviously. But yeah, regardless, okay.
What's with your face on the Darman video?
What? What about my face on the Darman video? You
look-
think it's
You
funny?
look silly.
It just looks like a
you look
normal
silly.
face to me. Oh yeah, that.
You look like a. You look young. Like a
I
little
look-
kid.
Young? How so?
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of
be honest.
confused.
We still have old man Brandon sticker.
People
man
can't
Brandon.
seem to decide whether I look young or old.
What
it's
do you
just-
say, Notaku? I say he looks old in this sticker.
Oh,
Well,
that
yeah.
one he definitely does.
I
look cool.
does. I
Yeah.
do.
I
But, like,
does, he says.
Never mind.
No.
I can't even tell anymore. Okay.
Let's give him a bit of balding, just a little bit.
It was because of the angle. It's.
You can really see the bags underneath his eyes. Like, I'm disappointed in
I'm
you.
just disappointed. Is that
You
that's
really
just
do look disappointed.
that's just my constant
You're like,
facial
I've been working
expression?
this dead-end job for 30 years now. I
That's
hate
just
my
my
life.
that's just
wife
my
divorced
constant
me.
facial
We
expression.
took the kids.
No, that's my facial expression whenever Notaku goes on about hentai again. That's always he's like he starts going off about it and my face just turns to that. I instantly start aging visibly, and
Oh, that explains
that's
it.
the explanation for everything. Yeah,
That
okay.
makes a lot of sense.
Okay, regardless, let's move on. So, next one. Psychological romance anime are better than most. Psychological romance.
What's a psychological
I've-
romance?
What is a
I
psychological
read it
romance?
as Mira, like Future Diary,
Or-
where you're
That's what
being
I said.
tortured.
Said it first.
That's like the only one I can think
I
of.
can't think of anything aside from a
Still said
Future Diary.
first. You haven't even
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah, but like I know it's a psychological level. I just know that like
should
that's
watch
not
it, it'd be
really
good.
a thing.
I think it's just
I watched-
psychological romance is just
I
keyword
watched-
percent
I watched
genre.
Scamboli's video basically going through it and stuff. So that was funny,
Oh.
but
No.
no.
I
Okay,
told- I-
how
I
accurately-
did I tell you the story about my beef with that guy?
Yes, you did actually. He also made that video like basically like shitting on VTubers, didn't he?
Dude, literally, okay, like me and Brandon, we disagree on a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Like when we joke, we disagree on everything. Like we're the opposites. Me and that dude are literally the fucking opposites. I don't. That dude is. Oh my god. He stands for everything I hate. Everything I hate. Like Brandon's content, I respect it. His, I do not. He's just fucking. He's an asshole about it.
He's just,
I don't like that guy.
you just like he's like you can dislike
I
my
don't like
takes
him.
while still you can still like dislike my takes while still like watching me and stuff and stuff like
Respecting you.
But like then there's like watching someone
Really
say I just
stretching
hate
the
this
bounds of
I
the word
genuinely hate this
psychological
person.
Here.
Like is that what it is?
Basically, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So
Okay.
not-
My
Oh, yeah, Kage-
friendly
yeah, okay.
neighborhood thing. Branding was in response to that fucking shit. All he
Yeah,
did was
yeah.
talk shit about everything.
Yeah, I understand, but yeah, yeah. People
Well,
in
then
chat are
I can
mentioning
see.
Kaguya-sama psychological. It's like okay, that's a psychological.
Psychological.
I'd say that's more of a comedy than it is a psychological.
Yeah, that's a romantic
it's,
comedy.
It's psychological as a joke. Like yeah,
I
this
only
is
see,
supposed
like,
to be
two
something that's
actual
kind of
submissions,
absurd.
Like School Days and Future Diary. That's about it.
Yeah.
School days is psychological.
Psychological romance.
Yeah, psychological
I
doesn't
couldn't get
necessarily.
past
classify it
like
there.
episode 2, man.
Yeah, psychological
couldn't-
doesn't
well,
necessarily
good
mean
for you.
psychological horror / thriller. That is correct, but psychological does mean like
It
it's
does have
it's a
that
very
connotation
deep
as a tag.
thought process kind of thing where it's diving into the characters like and really, and I suppose Kaguya does have some of that in the movie where it really dives
romance.
into, but like for the most part, for most of Kaguya-sama, pretty much all of that stuff, the mind games and stuff, is done as a joke. It's not really as like it does explore the characters, but it's not as like serious with the psychological aspect of it. So it's not. I wouldn't really call it a psychological aspect. I wouldn't really call it a psychological show.
Death Note is a psychological romance fight.
between
guess so.
between Light and L, right?
Clearly.
Oh yeah, there was definitely some sexual tension. We all-
Everyone
Only a
knows
little
that. Only a little
I think
bit.
there's a lot, personally.
Okay, but yeah,
you
scam.
saw that feet massage scene, right?
The feet was. Oh yeah. I think that was an anime only thing. I think they added that in the anime. That wasn't in the manga originally. They
What
was
the
like,
hell was up with that, man? What was that? Someone
it was
wanna explain to
it
me?
was a symbolic thing where it's light.
All I can
You know,
see
kind of.
was a
It was
dude
weird,
It was kinda
man.
like-
massaging another dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was
Obvi-
weird.
it-
That's all I
yeah.
Yeah.
The justification would be, he's like
I don't think
he's
there
like how
is
Jesus.
justification.
He's like how Jesus washes people's feet and stuff. You know how it's the same kind of imagery. You know how Jesus washes people's
I just
feet?
saw one man washing another man's feet. Man. That was weird.
That's the parallel they were going for, okay?
Well,
But like,
they screwed it up.
it's still, it's still weird. It kind of gives off the same vibes as, why does this character have a boob window? Oh no, it's supposed to be symbolic to look into their heart and stuff. And it's like, no, I just wanted to see titties. That's it.
It has no reason. They can't say stuff like the dialogue that's in that show and have the feet washing scene and have it.
It's symbolic, guys. I mean, to be fair, Death Note does have a lot of symbolism as well. Like, in the end, when he died on the stairs
Whoa,
from in between.
spoilers! Whoa!
Who hasn't
Spoilers.
seen Death Note at this point? Come on.
Oh.
Who here is... Okay, I mean...
Death Note only has 26 episodes, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, honestly, if it's been this long since Death Note came out and you still haven't watched it, that's kind of on you, so... sorry.
What if they're like 12?
Yeah.
Why are they
that's
12
half
and
your
watching
con-
this stream?
Unknown is
Because
like
That's a better
12.
That's half your
question.
audience. It's like
12
half your audience, Jin.
Unknown. Unknown's like 12.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not like 12.
I understand, like, being, like, 14 and stuff and up and stuff, but, like, if you're 12, you should not be watching my videos, honestly.
James is like, what?
Oh, no, not my videos, but the
Not like you
streams.
could stop them.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, yeah, I mean, at least when my videos and
Look,
stuff,
Toast hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh
you just
no,
spoiled it for
I'm sorry.
Toast.
I'm sorry, Toast.
Should be. Apology video now. Go
Apology
get the fake
video.
tears.
Okay, but
Come on.
regardless, like, in the
I made
end...
a severe
it
lapse
was
in my
between-
judgment. I was
Okay.
in a
Made
very
severe
bad
and
state.
continuous
I
lapse in judgment.
have severe depression.
Wait a second.
My cat just
yeah,
died.
but yeah. The thing is, every time a YouTuber does an apology video, it always makes things worse. So you just gotta not do an
It's
apology and
actually
just
your
move
fault
on.
for watching me in the first place.
Yeah.
So I don't apologize.
Half
It's
of
your
fucking
fault.
Notaku's channel should just be in the apology video.
Notaka's entire channel should be an apology video.
Once again, sorry for
He
being
makes some
here.
video, makes an apology about the video, makes a new video, has a new user.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Let's move on. Aqua.
You don't like apology videos?
Aqua is best girl in Konosuba. Fight me.
Who
No.
am I fighting? Who am I
I
fighting?
will
Come on.
fight you.
I don't
Own
know.
up to
It's
it,
an
who am I
it's an
fighting?
anonymous submission, but
It's darkness, by the way, in case y'all.
Nowhere
it's
near the
neither.
best.
But
It's darkness. Is best girl.
Kazuma is best girl.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'll fight anyone.
that's the
I'll fight
cop
anyone
out,
over
isn't it?
darkness.
That's kind of a cop out answer. It's like, who's best girl?
Only
Kazuma.
kind of.
It's like,
No.
It is the definition of a cop out.
yeah. Megumin's still best girl. I'm not. nah.
Darkness is
No,
best girl.
Darkness is
Who am I fighting? Who
ranking.
Am I fighting?
Rank.
Who am I
You're
fighting?
fighting. Okay, ranking is from least to best out of the three girls. Darkness, then Aqua, then Megumin. That's just how it is.
You have odd sentiments. You are
Wait,
a
you like
strange,
Aqua
sad
better
little
than
man.
Darkness?
Yes, absolutely.
Weirdo.
And you have
At
my
least
pity.
Aqua is like funny and entertaining to watch. Whenever Darkness starts getting into Notaku mode, basically I just yeah, she goes into Notaku mode, man.
Back.
I'm not even enjoying it. It's just cringe. I'm just watching it thinking, God, when is this scene gonna
You calling
end?
me
Is she
cringe?
gonna?
Yeah, you are
Wiz
cringe,
doesn't
though.
exist. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They don't think Wiz exists.
I mean, it's not even the fact. It's just the way it's done. Like with Notaku, at least there's a bit more of a punchline to it. But with Darkness, it's just done
I
a
like
bit
Wiz
differently
number
and
two.
stuff. So I just don't like Darkness
You
as
hear
much.
that, Notaku? You're a punchline.
I'm talking.
No,
I'm
punchlines
saying-
are funny.
Wow. I see how it is.
Also,
Yeah.
you should watch
See how it is.
Punchline.
Hey,
I'm saying
hey,
Notaku has more of a
Darkness.
punchline when he does it sometimes, but with Darkness, it's
Do
not.
it.
Okay, why are you all forgetting about Wiz? I'm not forgetting about all the side characters. Like that's an entirely
Darkness.
different. That's an entirely different
Oh.
conversation. I'm just talking about out of the
He's
three
gone.
main girls. That's the ranking.
He just
Oh, Darkness just
gone.
disappeared. Okay.
Whenever
He rage
that
quit.
happened.
He rage quit when I put Darkness
Anyway.
at the bottom. Anyways.
Yeah, that's totally what happened.
Magical Revolution.
Magical
and Evidence in
Revolution
the
and- yeah.
Shadow
On
are
par.
on par with members of the Isekai Quartet and prove that Isekai as a genre is alive, well, and has lots of potential.
Oh, well, the isekai genre is still certainly alive, that's for sure. It doesn't seem to be dying down anytime soon.
You should watch both of those.
Ugh, screw you,
Whatever you want.
Notaku.
Everyone,
I will kick you again.
One sec.
Well, I actually was about to leave anyways. I just wanted to say my bias.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, what you're saying is I should just kick you again.
Okay. Aqua is a
You
meter
can't-
for Kazuma to avoid.
You can't
so
kick
his
me.
ship-
I'm leaving.
Aqua is a meter for Kazuma to
he's coming
avoid
there
so
for
that his
strict
ships with
dominance.
everyone. Oh, okay. Bye, darkness. He's gone.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay attention, Brandon.
Aqua is a meter for Kazuma to avoid so that his ships with everyone, including his relationship with Megumin Best Girl, has depth. Aqua took one for the team, yeah, boy. Yeah, okay. Honestly,
What?
Aqua and Kazuma have more of a brother-sister relationship. Like, let's be honest. They're basically siblings. Does anyone disagree
They
with
are
that?
great friends.
They're like siblings. They fight like siblings do.
Mm,
See you,
I'm
darkness.
thinking.
But just because they're like
Uh.
siblings, doesn't mean she can't be best girl.
Oh yeah, of course. That's a different conversation.
Aqua?
Yeah, Aqua and Kazuma.
Not
That-
my
You think
take.
Aqua is best girl? What is that?
Not
What you
my
said?
take.
No, we're saying they act like siblings. Aqua and Kazuma.
Oh,
Them bickering, it's like a sibling
guess.
dynamic.
Yes.
I guess.
Does that mean we're siblings?
I guess.
You were married.
Well, Notaku is a fan of incest after all, so. Aqua and Kazuma,
comment.
yeah, Aqua and Kazuma being 100% platonic makes the dynamic a lot more entertaining. Exactly, it'd ruin it honestly if there were any kind of like shipping between
I
the two.
disagree.
Nah, it'd
A
ruin
little
their
bit would be
dynamic.
fine.
No, 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 no.
I wouldn't.
It just
Just a little
wouldn't
bit.
work.
Tempted to
Their
watch it,
entire
then watch
the
it.
entire
Works with
reason.
Megumin and Kazuma.
But they actually have romantic chemistry, especially in the light novels. You haven't read the light novels, so you can't say. But with Aqua and Kazuma,
God.
I'd say because like they just bicker in different ways. Like a part of the reason why why Kazuma and Aqua arguing is like works really well is because of how like utterly platonic it is. Like Kazuma just straight up goes, "No, I'm not attracted to you in the slightest," and she gets mad at it, but like she also isn't attracted to him in the slightest. That's just that dynamic. If they were to
Something someone who is attracted to someone would say, though.
no, but is it like a legitimate thing? It's not even as a tsundere kind of thing. It's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, I actually can't be attracted to you at all. I tried, but I can't. And she feels the same way. They even have an entire conversation about this in the books, which you obviously haven't read and stuff. And it was fantastic. She's just like, you know, they were just sitting on the couches and, you know, for some reason, like, I'm, like, Kazuma's just like, you know, me being me and stuff, and, like, me being how I am, and, like, just wanting to go around everywhere, and I just fall in love with all the girls and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I just can't feel anything towards you. And Aqua's just like, you know, Kazuma, I just feel the same way. And that's it. It was the greatest thing ever. It was like, man, this is... they just accepted it. Like, it wasn't even as a kind of fighting thing. It was just, yeah, just kind of a mutual
Just great
agreement.
characters, man.
Exactly. They aren't attractive to each other at all. And, like, I just wanted to stay it that way, honestly. That's just kind of a big part of their relationship and stuff. I can't see them as anything other than a brother and sister. But yeah.
It's anime, though.
You know what I mean. I don't mean it in a spicy kind of brother sister way. I just mean in a legitimate, like, platonic kind of, yeah, we're basically siblings kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Regardless, next one. Yeah, okay, next one. Nichijou isn't funny. When I heard Chaotic Slice of Life, I thought this might be my favorite anime of all time, but then I watched it and realized that it was just random equals funny with god tier animation every now and then. It's good, but I'm genuinely disappointed. Okay, first, well, off. Notaku, you haven't watched Nichijou, have you?
No.
That's fine. What about you, Shadow? Like, you said you've watched
You
Nichijou,
bet I
right?
have.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to say something first?
I'll let you take this one.
Okay, first I wanted to respond to chat. Now, I remember Kazuma blushing the first time he met Aqua. Yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah,
before
that was
he knew
before
her.
you knew her.
Like, he just straight up saw her looks, and like, you know, he'd be attracted to, he'd find any attractive girl and he'd blush and stuff like that. But like, then as soon as she laughed at him and stuff, and she revealed her true colors and stuff, and he got to know her, like, throughout the entire rest of the show, there was nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, it was just a complete first impressions thing, and then the second you knew who she was, it was just like, nah, not for me. Okay, okay, Brendan Hughes says Nichijou is more or less the only funny anime that I've ever seen. Okay, in regards to this, it definitely is an acquired taste. It'd be very easy to dismiss Nichijou as well as just being random, but and like, for anyone who doesn't personally enjoy it, you could just say that, but I feel like there's a bit more to it than that, because like, it's not just random, it's a kind of controlled random. That's a bit hard to explain. There is competency there. It's not just funny, random equals funny. It's actually funny because of the joke. Not every joke I find funny. There are a few that was just like, that didn't quite land, but that's okay. But like, there are a lot of scenes where just like, this is the funniest thing ever. Like, whoever came up with this is just great. But yeah. Okay. That's about it. I think it's just a personal preference thing. If you watch Nichijou and don't like that, that's fine. It's a pretty acquired taste, but like, it's pretty easy to dismiss it as just random equals funny. But it's not just random equals funny. Like, there's actual actual comedy behind the jokes rather than just being random. Okay, anime.
Also, Chad is talking about Grand Blue.
Grand
Very
Blue
great comedy.
Oh yeah, that one seems. I've seen clips of that show. I'll probably like it. Yeah. I've gone back to that one. I'll give you 1,000,000 yen Helvetica standard bit like 100 times. Yeah, there's a lot of just really smart jokes. Like, bro, you really came up with that. I mean, also, I feel like a lot of it might also be misinterpreting. Like, say, not all of Nichijou is necessarily meant to be funny. There are a lot of scenes where it's just like, ooh, that's a cool thought. And that's it. Like, it's possible to look at those scenes and think, oh, this isn't funny. It was like, yeah, it's not really supposed to be funny. It's just oh, that's a pretty interesting thought. Never thought about it that way. That's cool. And then it moves on. Like, that's actually what a lot of Nichijou is all about. It's just like, oh, I never thought about that. That's cool. But yeah, anime that's easy to understand but still takes unexpected dives is desirable for me, because even though difficult content tends to be the most rewarding and meaningful, it can make for neat style and atmosphere to just take in an experience without expecting results too much. The Ones Within, Nakahiro Genome, is one such anime that does have a shaky plot and doesn't always cause laughs, but I would rather have that at least every so often than anime that is too strictly scripted and entertaining to infer. Hottest take is that my antagonistic example compared to The Ones Within would be a cartoony anime like Legend of Korra, where 3-4 things occur every single episode, and the filler is treated like it's in opposition to the story if it lasts too long, when it could still be an unmistakable strength. Okay, do you guys have anything to say on this, or is it a bit too complex?
My
get what he's going
simple
for
brain
here.
hurts.
Your simple brain hurts. Yeah,
Not
that's,
enough
you know, Taku.
waifus.
Okay, well, first I want to acknowledge
my
this
department.
chat, but Nichijou is a certain type of Nichijou is a certain type of actually well-written, thought-out comedy with god-tier animation. Asobi's makers just slam 30 tons of crack before each episode and it works. I mean, yeah, basically, it's easy to dismiss it as random, but there's still, like, actual, like, cleverness behind it. It's like, oh, that was clever. But yeah,
Random is good sometimes too.
sometimes. It depends
Random
on
is very
the
random.
way it's random.
Like Senyu.
Okay, but, I understand, like, cause, like, I think what he's, just as a general thing, I'm gonna try and simplify this, but I think he's talking about, like, even if the plot doesn't necessarily make sense, like, and it's just vibes, like, psychological and stuff, then that has its own value, and I think that's cool. Like, personally, I'm that way around. I'm not a fan of shows that, like, tend to make things too psychological and, like, symbolic and stuff, and I'd much rather have, like, some kind of, like, you know, entertaining plot that we can follow along with, because in my opinion that's actually a bit harder to do than something that's just plastering symbolism everywhere, because, like, as soon as you do that, everyone's just kind of assumed that you know everything, and that, like, you kind of put onto this pedestal, like, from the beginning, and hence because of that you get a lot of, like, beginner short films. Like, no, Taku, I don't know if you've seen any of these, but, like, do you ever, like, know about, like, beginner filmmaker short films where it's just like super pretentious and it's black and white and they always have this like deep sounding voiceover and stuff and talks about depression and all that stuff. Do you know anything about
they
that?
have waifus in them?
I'm talking about short films, Notaku. Filmmakers.
Do they have waifus in them?
No, why would it have waifus?
And my answer is no.
I'm not saying you should have watched them. I'm just saying have you heard of them? Have you ever heard of that happening ever?
If they don't have waifus in them, I most likely don't know about it.
Yeah, but like you can still hear
That's just
about
how it
stuff
goes.
without watching it. But basically, like,
I mean, I think I heard about one where it was like they go to like Disneyland and it's like a horror place. Is that what you're talking about?
No. I'm not talking. I'm just talking about the general tropes in general. Okay, so you're not a filmmaker, so I understand you're not really getting any of this. But basically, what happens is that like, cause like there are a lot of kids and stuff, you know, like people like me who want to get into filmmaking. They want to make short films. They want to film stuff. They want to script write and like direct it. And as a result, you need to make short films since that's kind of the practice run. That's what you have to do. But what also is the common trend for that is for a lot of people to go really pretentious and go, okay, I'm going to write the script that talks about the meaning of life and be all deep and meaningful about it. And people, when people are going to watch it, they're going to think, wow, he's so smart and all that stuff. And like, there's so much about this that I don't understand. And they just throw a lot of symbolism all over the place. And as a result, it's not really deep. It's just boring. Like, it's just kind of boring and pretentious. And as a result of that, I actually end up respecting the filmmakers more who actually make things entertaining and interesting, because that actually takes effort to structure a plot like that. And it's like with very limited amount of, you know, stuff that you have to work with, but you're still able to make it like super fun and entertaining. I always respect that way more, because it's easy to make something where it's just like, oh, psychological, I'm dying, depression, death, and all that stuff. And like, I don't know. I still have a respect for the ones that are able to do it very well, but that's just like, when it comes to in general, I prefer something that's more watchable, like normal, and entertaining and fun, rather than something that's more, but like having stuff that's a bit more like complex and symbolic as well does still have its own value. Like just having those kinds of vibes there still definitely have its own value in a way. But like, yeah, when it comes to a general preference thing, I'd still go towards, you know, being entertaining. Did any of you catch any of that, Notaku, or did your brain just turn into, no? I was trying to explain it to you to make things simple. Notaku, you there? He just,
No,
he's just gone.
he's not.
Bro, he just left. I thought I simplified it enough for him, but okay. No, Notaku can't think of anything else right now, Brandon. He's trying to save space in his head for more H anime. Yeah, pretty much.
He just peaced out.
He just peaced out. He just went,
Hope he's okay.
yeah, okay. Well, whatever. I got my message out, so I'd say I explained it pretty simplistically, but okay. Your monologue didn't use the word waifu once. What were you expecting? Yeah, good point. How am I how is he supposed to stay if I just not bring a waifu? I just gotta randomly insert the word waifu at like completely different times and go, oh, wake up. Now I get what you're saying. Okay, animes are no longer named; they are described. What does that mean?
Seems to be the general trend of just using light novels.
Ah,
instead
light
of
novel
manga for the
titles.
adaptation.
Yeah. I mean, that's mostly when it comes to light novels. When it comes to regular anime, they haven't quite gone there yet. But when it comes to light novels, I think that's because you're looking through the bookshelf, and everyone, like, if it's something vague like Erased or something, you're not really gonna look at it.
Erased has the longer name though.
Oh yeah. True. But if it's something just like a single word anime,
Like Another is
then
a
it's
good
like,
example.
then it's just gonna be a bit vague. It's like, so the light novel titles kind of need to act as their own form of advertising. It's like, ooh, I get stranded in a dungeon for 30 days. Wait, that actually sounds way more interesting than most. That actually sounds way more interesting than most isekai. What should it be? I got reincarnated
I think you're
as.
conflating. I think you're conflating isekai with light novel. Not all
Yeah,
light
yeah.
novels are isekai.
But that's a lot of isekai
But
are
all
light novels.
isekai are light novels.
Yeah, but like, okay,
think.
I'm
I'm not
thinking more
sure.
about something like, I got I got reincarnated as a sword in another world or something like that. And like, it's like, okay, that's the description of it. They don't need names.
Yeah,
and
that's
and
what
you
they're
read that
saying.
and you go, oh, that's what it's about. I'm gonna read it. Don't mean
I
to be a
like how
hypocrite.
they got these long names and then they just shorten them themselves anyway.
Yeah.
Like Konosuba.
Yeah, because the entire name for Konosuba is like Konosubarashi Sekai ni Shukufuku wo or something like that. And it's like, okay, something like that. But like, don't mean to be a hypocrite as I'm a deep person without trying much of the time, but I see some of my attention goes in that direction too. Sorry for like of waifu topics, new Taku. Don't worry about it. He's too. We're too good for him anyways.
Shukufuku.
Did I get it right?
I don't know. How did you end it? I didn't hear your last.
Sekai
syllable.
ni Shukufuku wo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job. Here's a gold star.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, not gonna lie though, I watched the Sword Isekai and it was better than most Isekai. Actually cute and well written. I actually heard something about that, but that was actually just a completely random thing from my head. It's like, oh yeah, there's an anime that's exactly that. Okay. That was yeah, okay. But regardless, let's go. Unlike other romance anime, Toradora is about the characters. What kind of a
What's
take
all
is
about?
that?
I saw it spammed in chat.
I feel like
several
that. I
times.
feel like that's kind of a copy pasta type thing, where it's just like, unlike other thing, this is about the characters and stuff. Like they're making fun of something, even
So
though
it's got nothing to do with you.
yeah, I'd say that. But yeah, if I was to take it seriously, it's like, aren't most romance anime about the characters? Like that's
You would
what
hope so.
slice of life and romance anime. That's what a lot of them are. So it's not whatever.
If
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
there's a
about
meme
the
that goes like, unlike other mecha anime, insert mecha show here, is about the characters that every critic says when reviewing a mecha like Evangelion. Yeah, okay, I can see where that's coming from. It's like, unlike most mecha anime, this one is about the psychology and behind the characters. It's just like, yeah, well, what about this show that also does that? It's like, oh, I haven't seen those
That's
shows.
also an exception.
Those are also the exceptions. They're all exceptions.
when the exception is the rule and nobody wants to admit it.
I'm pretty sure the only mecha anime that I've watched that was more about like the fights and the cool fights and stuff was Gurren Lagann. Are there any others?
Gurren Lagann was about the characters.
Yeah, but like it wasn't very psychological about it. It was still very much about the hype fights and stuff.
Zoids.
Like that's the main reason people watch Gurren Lagann. Don't lie. Like that's when you're watching Gurren Lagann, it's because you want to see
watch
epic.
Gurren
You want to
Lagann
like
for
yeah.
Emotional support.
Honestly, I like the parts I
Just
liked.
the first few episodes, so I can pretend he's still alive.
But yeah, yeah, Gurren Lagann's basically pure hype. But for me personally, since I'm not a fan of mecha fights, the parts of the show that I ended up liking most were the parts that were just focused on the characters and stuff themselves, or the parts that were like, you know, a bit more political near the end and stuff, where it's like, oh, now things are getting interesting. And then they went into the fights again. I was like, okay,
I thought you
this is
didn't
cool.
like politics.
In real
But
life.
it's anime
But when it's in writing, it can be interesting. Like, so long as they're not clearly biased
you
towards
don't
something.
dislike politics.
No. I dislike politics in real life. But when it's written into a show, it's important because, like, sometimes it has a lot to say. So long as they're not clearly biased towards something, or like it's clearly. It depends on how it's written.
What it sounds like to me is
Mhm.
you don't dislike politics, you just don't like participating in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, no, okay. Even in real life, like, I just hate it whenever, like, political discussions are popping up, because that's just not interesting to me. But when it's in an anime, it can strengthen the themes and cameras. Sometimes, it can strengthen the themes and the characters. Sometimes that's what the entire show is about. So it has something to say, but it's conveying that through a story and the characters and stuff. That's good. It's just that when it's, you know, it starts to feel like it's propaganda, and it's not done well, that's when I dislike it. But if it's done well, then it's good.
Like if it serves the story.
Yeah, like if it serves the story. Like the difference between High Guardian Spice, which feels like propaganda, and something like
Still haven't
Paris.
watched that.
like-
Probably never will.
You probably shouldn't. It's not worth it. But and then there's something like, say, the movie, like the Korean movie by Bong Joon-ho, Parasite, which is very political. It very much talks about the divide between the rich and the poor, and it dives into that a lot. But it's still a good movie because it has a lot to say on it. Like, and it's not. It doesn't feel like it's propaganda. It feels like it's actually exploring these things through the characters and how the way the plot works, and it has something to say at the end. That's why I think something like Parasite works, and not something like Iron and Spice, where it's just like, no effort. I'm just going to throw this political propaganda into here and like hope that people enjoys it because of that. No. I just came back. What is happening at the moment? I'm just about to move on to the next take.
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai
is one of
Champloo.
the best samurai anime. I know of like 3, so not a lot of competition there.
I mean, yeah, how many samurai anime are there? It's like Samurai Champloo, and like, isn't that like the most famous one anyways? I can't think of any other samurai anime right now.
Trying to think of the. Hey, he's back.
Oh, hey,
Trying to
Notaku's
think
back.
of the one with Samuel Jackson in it. I can't remember its name.
Samuel Jackson? He was in an
Yeah.
anime?
Yeah.
Whoa,
He
what?
was a samurai.
Oh, I think I might have heard about that, but like I never actually heard about the name of the show. It was just like, oh yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is part of an anime. That's cool. Guy's based. He straight up. He went. Do you guys know about that one time Samuel L. Jackson?
Afro Samurai.
Like he straight up went like he was interviewed and stuff, and like there was the Google thing, and he ripped it off, and it says, "Does Samuel L. Jackson watch hentai?" Yes, I do. Oh wait, no, it wasn't that. It's like, does Samuel L. Jackson watch anime? And he says, yes, I do. Hentai too. and I was like, bro, this is a big. He's like this huge celebrity, and he just publicly admitting to watching hentai. Like, that's the most ballsy move. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson created several animes, so I was like, yes. He's just like, yes, I do. Hentai too. Like, bruh, that is okay. Anyways.
Also, Rurouni Kenshin. So that's the 3 I know.
Oh yeah. Okay, next one.
TLDR, anime doesn't know how guns work.
Okay, what we yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's move on to this next take. Mild rant incoming. Gunfights in anime are boring and stupid 90% of the time. Infinite ammo, no reload, worse accuracy than blindfolded stormtroopers. Apparently, everyone who picks up a gun has the grip strength to jerk the chrome off a ball hitch. Also, every gun is smooth bore according to the bullet spread. Even when the artists appear to have some experience with firearms, seem to forget about recoil. Oh, and penetration is a thing. You think a couch or table is going to save you while someone's mag dumping with an AK-47? No. Now, you are a very leaky meatbag. Did I mention ammo capacity? That's a media problem in general, I guess, though. Oh, and the whole running in a straight line from a bunch of mooks while they hit everything within a 20-foot radius. Except for the 2 people running directly away from them. Hell, even a poor quality rifle held by someone even marginally competent is capable of hitting a 5 feet target at 50 to 100 yards. Any scene that has someone firing from less than 20 feet away and whiffing every shot is so stupid. Seems like someone's passionate about their guns.
Guns in anime generally not good.
I mean, it just seems to me like this person is a bit like this is definitely. I feel like this is someone who actually like, you know, cares a lot about guns. For me, I personally just don't give a crap. Like, guns are guns, and they have cool gun fights. I suppose. Like,
But they're not cool.
I don't really see that many gunfights in anime anymore, anyways. So
That's a good thing. Swords are way cooler.
I'll agree with that. Swords are way cooler. Attack on Titan, especially with them like doing the flips and stuff and like running across. That is the
Imagine
hypest thing
how much
ever.
more boring that would be if they had guns.
Yeah, that would be actually. There's just so much more hype and adrenaline and danger behind them holding like a physical sword. As soon as it turns to stuff like guns or mecha and stuff like that, it just kind of becomes soulless to me. Like, it feels less tense for some reason. As soon as they have a sword, it's like, ooh, someone could actually get like hurt now. Someone can really be cut. This is dangerous.
sword, axe, it's all a melee weapon.
Yeah, well, they do have guns in AOT. Yeah, but that's in the last season. And also, honestly, I didn't really care for it either when it did pop up. I was like, okay, they have guns. Moving on. And like at that point, I was more invested in the story than the fights anyways. So yeah, swords are just way more epic. And like,
Unless your gun shoots nukes, I can't see it being hype.
even then, like, that's just gonna end the entire fight, shooting nukes. That's like the last thing that's gonna happen. So like, it's not even really hype to have a nuke. It's just, boom.
Like they did
Everyone
in the
dies.
Konosuba movie.
Oh yeah.
They had a gun that shot
You know,
a nuke,
that's actually a good point. That was actually pretty hype.
and it was really hype.
That was. Yeah, I think that works. So yeah.
Well,
But it didn't like stuff like The Matrix and stuff take a lot of inspiration from anime fights, and they had some of the coolest gunfights scenes in like cinematic history and stuff. And they were clearly inspired by anime, so what happened there?
well, America knows more about guns than Japan.
Fair enough. You get stuff like that and John Wick and stuff. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I just don't see that many gunfights in anime in general, to be honest. So I don't know. Okay. Maybe it's just because America cares more about their guns than Japan does. Like, you can kind of like just own a gun in America, but in Japan, like
You
pretty much
can.
nobody does, unless it's like the police or something. So that kind of fits. There's a lot of really cool fight choreography though in like American like
And he's gone
you
again.
know, gun scenes and stuff. So that's, yep, Nosaku's gone again. Just joining young. But yeah, maybe that's just something that America gets better because they care about guns more. But yeah, they have some really cool choreography and stuff. Okay, now next one. I don't know if it's a hot take, but the One Piece adaptation is trash. The animation in every single scene adaptation is amazing, but the pacing makes it almost as unwatchable as the MCU. I think that's like something a lot of people complain about. Do you like watch One Piece, Shadow?
No,
No, nothing then.
I missed my chance to get in.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna take an insurmountable wall of motivation.
Pretty much.
Speed through it.
Well, if
I'll
I
probably
was,
read it.
yeah, honestly, because like the prime time for me to watch One Piece would have been when I was a kid and I was still binge watching through like hundreds of episodes of Naruto or hundreds of episodes of Pokemon and stuff. That was the time to watch One Piece. If I was gonna watch One Piece, it should have been then. But now, yeah, I just can't. I already struggle enough to start a 12-episode series, much less a 1,000-episode one. So,
Oh, his phone died. This is
Okay.
so sad.
next take. Rem is mid. Riga, Taiga, Chitoge,
Okay.
Aqua, and Speedwagon are better. Yes, I agree. Moving on. Bleach anime wasn't good until Soul Society. I haven't seen Bleach, so I don't know. Have you seen Bleach?
Have you considered watching Bleach?
Not really.
It's very good
It is?
until after Soul Society.
Until... Wait, so you're saying that this person said the exact opposite? Like,
Yeah, this
oh,
person
it was...
doesn't know what they're talking about.
So it was good up until it reached Soul Society, but most people are saying it was good, and then it reached Soul Society, and then it got worse.
So yeah, good hot take. Best one I've seen actually.
Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, again, when it comes to One Piece, I just wish I got into it when I was younger. Because, like, I'd already have been in the momentum and stuff by now. And I'd still probably be watching it and stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, I'll just watch it here and there and stuff. But now it's like, I haven't started it. Well, I actually did start some of it. I watched a couple episodes and read a little bit of the
This
manga.
next one is just facts.
But it just didn't hook me. So, yeah. It would have hooked me if I watched it at the right time. But now, not anymore. It's probably too late. Okay. Neko Brandon above all. Yeah.
Michael Brandon solos.
Okay. Oh, and to add, oh, come on. There's a sequel to the gun thing. Okay, to add to the gun thing, guns are loud. You fire half a mag from 9mm and your ears will be ringing. Stand there and fire 300 rounds without ear protection. You're pretty much permanently deaf. Inside an enclosed place like a car or room, and it's way worse. Try and have a conversation with someone while you're both shooting handguns. Nope, not happening. Heck, you need to use sign language. Then again, if books are using sign language or shooting, it might explain the accuracy. Okay, I feel like this person cares a little bit too much about accuracy.
That's a bit too much. Not the accuracy thing, but the loud thing. That's a bit too much to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you really? I don't want anime to be exactly
There's a
accurate to
certain
everything
level
that
of
happens
realism that you
in real
just
life.
can't emulate.
Yeah,
and have an
exactly.
entertaining
Like,
story.
I'd watch something where it's just like, oh yeah, this is something that relates to something that I know about. But you gotta have some suspension of disbelief. You can't expect them to do everything exactly the same as it would be in real life to be 100% realistic. That's not what matters. What matters is if it's fun or entertaining or interesting. Like, if it's there for a plot reason. But like, if by adding those real life things, then you're inherently making it less interesting, then there's no reason to do it. That's not what it's about. Shows aren't about having 100% accurate gun representation. They're about the story and what's happening in the plot. See, I feel like this person cares a little bit way too much just
I feel
about
like
guns.
That
Like,
could be used, but like in a comedic sense.
yeah, but like that's
Someone's
completely
trying to have a
fine.
conversation,
It's
like,
just
what?
Yeah, I watch anime to escape life, not to get accuracy. I mean, it depends, because one thing that I do think is good is portraying something that happens to people in real life. But when it comes to physical objects, who cares? It's like, but if it comes to like
You mean
people's
chairs can't
emotional,
fly.
But
This
if
is anime.
but if it comes to people's emotions and experiences, and you're portraying that, and it's realistic and it's very real, then I feel like that's 100% valid and should be done. But when it comes to stuff like gun accuracy, it's like, bro, come on. It's not really the most important thing here. That's not what the anime is about.
Right, to some extent, but not to the detriment of everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, just like have as much realism as the story allows for, basically. Like sometimes it's like this stuff would just make it worse. So it's like you're not really and that's not really what the show is trying to do anyways. So yeah, you know. Arifureta is the best Another World anime. You mean isekai anime?
Not even close.
Yeah, okay, let's just move on. Berserk shouldn't get an anime adaptation. It's not possible to accurately animate the masterpiece. I think it is. Like,
You think so?
obviously it's not going to be as good as the manga, but come on. The reason people are just saying that is because the adaptation that we've gotten so far looks like crap. But like, come on, there has been insanely animated stuff that looks amazing. I'd love to see a Berserk anime adaptation that actually is well animated by people. It doesn't need to mimic the art style exactly. It just needs to look good. And that's already what they did with the like 97 version or something like that. Like the older version looked fine. I'd be perfectly happy with a full anime adaptation, just, you know, with decent animation. And it's not like it's going to get rid of the manga anyways. Like, you can always read the manga. It's still always going to be there. But generally, the people who are going to watch the anime were never going to read the manga in the first place. And if people wanted to read the manga, then they just read the manga. Okay. Really? Okay. We're still talking. Chat's still talking about suspension of disbelief and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Obviously.
they thought of Frozen Panzer is a good example of the right balance of realism.
Okay. You can't really put a blanket statement over all shows, since obviously it depends. But I feel like what's most important is internal consistency. If you established at the beginning that this is just off-the-wall craziness with no... where we're not going to care about realism at all, then it doesn't matter. But if you're a show that kind of prides itself on being realistic and representing things true to how it is, then, you know... getting things right in regards to that area is probably going to be a lot more important. And like, but I feel like what's most important is its own internal consistency. Like whether they're breaking, whether this is something that would catch most people who's watching it is like, hey, that doesn't make sense, or that wouldn't happen in real life at all. Like, it just depends. Yeah. I hope Brendan didn't start the stream with a REM slander. Oh, you bet I did. It was the biggest REM slander in history, and it was great.
It took a whole hour and a half
to get through it, but it was 100% worth it. I will slander REM. Just yeah, Mappa could probably do a good adaptation for Berserk. Like, they could probably make it work, or even like Wit or something. They could definitely, like, imagine a Studio Wit Berserk adaptation. That'd fit really well, actually. Like, just imagine, like, the stuff they make looks stunning. Berserk would probably work with Wit. Just one thing to say to you, Brandon. You're my dude, but F you. I'm just gonna sip my tea. It wasn't slander, it was a slaughter. Exactly. Oh, man. Okay. Next one. Gurren Lagann is a boring mess for the first 5 episodes, and it doesn't pique my interest at all. Loved Kill la Kill. Actually, yeah, I actually kind of agree with this. Like, I ended up watching through all of Gurren Lagann anyways, because, like, you know, I was watching it with my brother and stuff, but, like, honestly, if I was watching it by myself, I probably wouldn't have finished it. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. But I liked Kill la Kill. And I think the biggest difference is that Kill la Kill has cool swords, while as Gurren Lagann is mecha. And I like swords more than mecha, so... Okay, see you, Sleeping Toast. Oh yeah, Studio Bind. They could probably do a good job on Berserk adaptation as well. They'd actually be a great fit, Studio Bind. The only thing that is good about Demon Slayer is its animation. Yeah, generic take. We've already seen that. I'm just gonna skip that. Okay. Next one. Me and Roboko basically fills up a slot for a Shonen Jump manga. And I really hate it because manga with potential to get axed instead of getting improved on. I hate that Roboko is basically just references, the anime. And to me, it just seems much more lazy compared to other manga that had the potential to be continued. And now, all we have is this slice of life comedy manga that's a little embodiment of Space Jam 2. Like, it was funny at the beginning, but now feels really oversaturated from all the references. Interesting. I don't really keep up with most Shonen Jump manga.
I'll have to check this one out.
Okay.
I am a sucker for references.
Yeah, the REM slander got so bad. The REM slander got so bad that they started a REM is mid fund. Exactly. That was the greatest thing ever. Dude, you'll see me making videos defending my girl and slandering you. I can't wait. I can't wait for the discourse. Okay, Kill la Kill also has Gamagori, so that's a plus. Okay, he says mecha is better because there's also swords. It's not about that. It's not about the swords.
Not about the sword.
It's about the
giant robots.
No. When it comes to mecha, it just feels significantly less personal, and like, because like they're basically just wearing giant suits of armor. Like, what's the fun in a sword fight if they're both wearing giant suits of armor?
Because they can zip around.
But I don't want. I don't. But armor weighs you down, doesn't it? Mechas are slow.
Rockets.
Well, even then, like, the fact is, if they get damaged, the person themselves isn't really getting hurt and stuff. It just feels like this completely impersonal robot getting damaged and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, sure. But when there's a sword fight, there's like, and like, there's no armor whatsoever. It's just them. It feels way more dangerous because it's like, now it's just their exposed skin. They could get cut. Anything could happen. That's why it's a lot more interesting to me, because it's just more personal. I just like having that kind of tension there, where it's just like, it feels like if the character was to get hurt, I'd feel it. I'd actually feel it. Whereas in a mecha, if the robot gets hurt, then it's like, cool, who cares? Like, it's kind of like Michael Bay movies. It's like, yeah, explosions, cool, but like, I'd much rather watch two people get into a fist fight because, like, you know, when the impact hits, it hits. It actually feels like a real punch, not just explosion, and that's it. Okay. And they kept on reopening and closing a new Discord thread for REM is mid and timing in and out users because Brandon was in a mod abuse war of Nitaku. It was fun. You didn't like Top Gun Maverick? Oh no, I love Top Gun Maverick. It was like, that's not a mecha though. That's a different thing again. They're flying.
So do mech.
Yeah, but okay. The reason I liked Top Gun Maverick was because is because of the way the plot was structured. A lot of it wasn't just okay, the thing is, when it comes to flying and stuff, either you miss or you hit them and it's an instant out. So it's less like you know, two things fighting against each other and stuff, and more like a thing of dodging and weaving, trying to avoid some stuff. And I really loved that movie because of the way the plot was written, but not inherently because of flying stuff as well. Flying stuff, I'm okay. Because like with the original Top Gun, like I didn't really find the flight parts as interesting either. It's just that with Top Gun Maverick, because of the way it presented it, it made it a lot more interesting. That's just with how the plot was written. And like they actually figured out like strategies and stuff. We gotta actually practice this over and over again until we get it right throughout the movie. And then when they do it, there's that tension of if it's going to work or not, kind of. Rather than it just being mindless action. It wasn't mindless action. It was just, we're trying a strategy, is it going to work or not? Whereas, but if it was just planes flying around and shooting each other, I also wouldn't like that. The original, I actually ended up liking the newer Top Gun movie more than the original Top Gun, because like, you know, when I saw the air fights in the original Top Gun movie, I just didn't really care as much. But like with the second movie, it felt like there was a bit more stakes and tension, because they basically constructed this entire sequence. It's like, how is this? It's like, we've got to go from this part to this part, make it to the end, drop it, and then leave. Whereas the other one is just kind of, you know, it's just I don't know. But yeah, in general, I still would prefer sword fights and stuff to stuff to more impersonal, just pure action. And like that's not really a blanket statement. Obviously, there are going to be exceptions. I still liked Evangelion despite it being a mecha and stuff like that, but I wasn't there for the mecha fights. I was there for the characters' psychological deep dives and stuff like that. Yeah, and like another exception is Pacific Rim. I actually quite liked Pacific Rim. Not necessarily because of the fights, although they did feel they were a bit more interesting than usual fights, but you know, because it was a good movie. Okay. Yeah, I want to see a plain go shooty with a reason and stakes, not just plain go shooty, if that makes sense. Exactly, that's precisely it. I just don't want to see, you know, mindless action for the sake of action. And I feel like that can be executed well, whether it's a mecha or a plane or with swords. You can still also have mindless action with just swords. I just feel like it's easier for there to be stakes if you have swords. That's just a general preference thing. Okay. You should watch Tokyo Ghoul. It's amazing. Okay, cool. I probably will eventually. Fate underpays their animators and VFX team. They're talking about UFO Table?
I don't know.
I mean,
I would assume so.
I mean,
or maybe they're talking about the mobile game.
I'm assuming they're talking about the Fate anime, but isn't UFO Table one of the better studios out there? Like, they're one of the better studios in regards to paying their animators. Like, I haven't really heard anything about them, like, you know, being abusive towards the animators or anything like that. Obviously, all animators deserve to be paid more, but I feel like that's just a general industry problem rather than just Fate specifically. But, you know, okay. Next take. We're near the end. Toradora is better than most of mainstream anime. I just agree. I mean, it's like you just get a good anime and say it's better than mainstream anime. Yeah. I don't want to watch Fate, honestly. You have to watch Fate Zero, but
No.
I don't really want to watch Fate. Honestly, it just doesn't seem interesting to me.
Fate Zero is at the very least interesting. You would like it.
Fate Zero.
can
So I
say
could just
that much.
watch
You can
it
watch Fate
completely
Zero
without
and
watching
watch
anything
nothing else. Yeah.
Okay. I might put that down on my
It's
list then.
Original.
Okay, people just say that because the animation is really good. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, like, because the animation is good because they actually let their animators do what they wanted to do and gave them time and stuff to refine things the way they wanted to. I don't think having good animation necessarily means that they were abusing their animators. Sometimes it's the opposite, and they were like, oh, the animation ends up sucking because, you know, they're pushing the animators too hard and stuff, and, like, they're under really tight deadlines. So, yeah, you know, you can't really know because you're not there. All you can really judge by off of is the results. But you can't tell based on that. Sometimes they push the animators and it turns out amazing. Sometimes they push the animator and it turns out crap. So you can't know unless you were there. Okay, next one. Mechs, in my opinion, look and feel a lot more authentic when animated using CGI compared to 2D animation, assuming the CG team actually know what they're doing. The robotic-like movements, the metallic-looking textures, and the ease of incorporating/blending additional CG elements like particle effects, realistic smoke, dynamic camera shots, all in my opinion lend itself better in creating a more believable atmosphere when it comes to robots beating the ever-living crap out of one another. Shows like MSG, Tokuru's Doan's Island, and 86 pretty much nailed this aspect, and in my opinion are peak when it comes to mecha and mecha action, more so than shows like Gurren Lagann, for example. I can't really say anything on this because I don't care about mecha, sorry. But yeah, that seems reasonable. I think 3D animation like actually kind of shines when it comes to mecha, since, you know, it would actually work there, since they're supposed to be robotic and metallic and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, I can agree with this take. Yeah, Fate would... Yeah, okay, fine. I'll watch for Fate Zero. That's probably it. Yeah, but that's a fair take on mecha. Okay, next one. Nisekoi is peak romance anime. You've seen Nisekoi, right, Shadow?
Yeah, I've seen Nisekoi.
And what is your take on this?
I have strong feelings about Nisekoi.
Hmm?
None of them good.
None of them good. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably find myself disagreeing with this take as well, just based on like what it seems like.
It was an enjoyable show.
But like, there are a lot of really good romance anime and stuff. Like Toradora is still at the top of my list for me. So Nisekoi is good, but it's definitely not the best. Yeah, okay. You're saying it's like 86 86 felt like a show that happened to have mecha in it. Oh, okay. So this even would have been better if they were fighting on foot. Like, honestly, I just think it'd be more interesting if they were fighting on foot. It's always more interesting, like, because, you know, it's just a lot more high stakes and personal and stuff, especially when it's like, yeah. Okay, Angels of Death have the most complex characters. Do you know what that show is?
I do, actually.
Okay, Angels of Death. What is it?
It is about people killing each other.
Oh.
If I'm thinking of the right show. I didn't think they were all that complex, though.
Hmm. Okay. Okay,
I'm just the big dumb, but...
No, it's okay, I'm
or
sure.
maybe it's a hot take. I can't even tell.
Yeah, sorry, I can't really say anything on that. But yeah, you see, okay, I just watched the Brianna's partner. Holy F, I thought it was a troll, but it's legit. How did you guys do it? Ask Darkness, he is a madman. Like, I swear, he is something, like... It wasn't me who did it, he just took me completely by surprise, like, no way did you actually do that.
And then he did.
And then he did. If you...
What a man.
Okay, next one, let me drag this up a little bit.
Discord reveal?
Okay, if you ain't willing to rewatch your favorite shows, then it isn't your favorite, regardless of the genre. Are you sure about that? I wouldn't
That's
say
fair.
that. I feel like some shows
my
are...
favorites like 4 times.
Yeah, me too, but like, I've also rewatched my favorite show, like...
But there are some favorites
But
that I
s-
don't rewatch.
But there are some cases where it's just like, you specifically go out of your way to not rewatch it, because you, like, you make yourself not rewatch it, because you want it to kind of remain special and stuff.
Crystallize?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to remember you want to keep that first experience of you watching it, and you don't want it to be like, you know, less good if you rewatch it potentially. Like, it's
I never thought about that.
I wouldn't say quite like that, but some people
I'm not
just
opposed to rewatching
it's
any
just-
of them. I just haven't.
it's just that sometimes it might lose its specialness if you rewatch it. Sometimes they get more special, but other times it's I just want to
notice
leave it.
things you didn't notice the first time.
Yeah. Stop arguing and get to the point of the stream, even though this will be one of the last ones you see. Lol. You could have said that into chat, but okay. It's a bit late now.
You ignored him.
Yeah, but that's because I was arguing with you guys. But anyways, we got to the bottom of the takes now. We're done. The last take. Okay. Yeah, it was crazy
English
when.
voice actor for Hu Tao?
Wait, what? The English voice actor for Hu Tao?
The one who told you to get cat ears on. Now you have to do it.
No! Ah, she also voiced Hu Tao.
Yeah.
I love Hu Tao. Ah.
Yep. This is cemented
Now I feel like
Now
I
you
have to. Ah.
Oh boy.
Why?
I gotta
Why do I have to know this information? It would have been easier if I didn't. Now I'm sad.
That's news.
I mean, you guys know what my taste is. Why didn't you tell me this from the start?
I didn't know from the start. I know
Okay.
nothing about English voice actors.
R.I.P. Brandon. Okay. God. Okay. Well, whatever. We'll see how. I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm just going to. We've been streaming for long enough. We went through all the takes. Thank you guys so much for joining.
We finally went through all the takes in one stream.
Yes, we finally went through all the takes. Let's go, Neko Brandon. Super. Please don't. I'm just. Okay.
This is a big win for the Knuckle Brandon supremacy.
If we can balance it out with Rem is mid, I'll be happy. Regardless. Darling in the Franxx is probably the only good mecha anime, although it's really depressing. Okay. Okay, I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you guys so much for joining and staying with us for this long. It's been 4 hours. And I hope you have a good one. I'm gonna end the stream now. See you all.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Rem is still mid.
Really?
Yes. Rem is mid.